Testing, testing. Oh. Hold on, everybody. Setting up. I want to make sure we get 2 whole hours of yapping before we do some sponsored reacting. Whoopee! How the heck is everybody? I missed you. Don't worry, I'm not going to yap too much now at the intro. I'm going to take a few minutes and then I'm going to yap with you. But yesterday, I got drunk with Heavenly Father and we recorded episode 2 of Trashlight. Tonight, I'm recording episode 3 of Trashlight with Vio. So yeah, a bit of yapping, then watching Path of Exile. The showcase is in 2 hours, by the way, so we got some time together. YouTube Momos, hold on, I need to refresh your chat. Hi, YouTube Momos! I love you, YouTube Momos. I love you, YouTube Momos. Oh, and Twitch is here. Hi, Twitch. Hi, Twitch. But YouTube Momos, I love you so much. How have you been? How is everything? I miss you. I love you. I'm sorry I'm being so bratty. That's what hanging out with Heavenly Father does to me. Liar, thank you for the 20 months. Uriel, thank you for the 20 months. To Real Weasel, thank you for the 3 months. Magbuddha, thank you for the 5 months, my angel. How have you been, by the way? I remember you weren't doing so hot last week. Sammy, thank you for the 20 months. Maverick, thank you for the 9 months. Hyper, thank you for the 18 months. I think the showcase is for Path of Exile 1. I'm pretty sure, but I can't be sure. Maybe it's for both Path of Exile 1 and 2. But I will be on the call with Yuzu, and we're going to be talking. We're going to be yapping up a storm. I'm probably going to call her in about an hour and like 40 minutes. And then her and I are going to be playing some Path of Exile 1. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Some Momos got me addicted to Poe 2. Listen, I might get you addicted to Poe 1, but before you blame me, the game is free. The game is free to play, so it's not my fault. What would I recommend for food poisoning? Those like saltine crackers. I'm so sorry you got food poisoning, my angel. Let me tweet that I am live. I am live and alive, smiley face. I am live. I am alive. I am excited to be here. I'm excited to hang out. Oh. Hi from YouTube. Hi, Kuma. Am I using voice to text? I'm using brain to mouth to voice. Is that not what you use? Do I sound like a TTS 01100? Do I sound fake to you when I speak? Do you not believe this is the voice of a real woman? I'm so sorry, it's not funny. Can I tell you all very quickly before we start stream? The least funny thing I have done this week. Come here for some hag yaps before I call Yuzu today. I did the least funny thing ever. I sent Michi these like very obviously fake AI generated cats working at McDonald's. And I was like, do you think this is AI? But you need to understand that, like, 1 second. I'm gonna show you all. Y'all need to understand that when I sent her these videos, I wasn't just like, oh, haha, this is funny. I was like cracking up in bed, dying of laughter. Like, you need to understand. Let me just quickly show you. Oh, I don't have my, do I not have my display capture on? Okay, yeah. You need to understand, like, I didn't just think it was a little funny. I thought I had, like, invented, like, it was one of those where I was in bed and I was sending her these thinking that I'm, like, the funniest person on earth. because I was like, do you think this is AI? I'm so not funny. I'm so not funny. It's so bad. This is what not streaming for a few days does to me. This is what a few days of not streaming does to me. Okay, be right back. Oh my god, it's playing all over again. Be right back. I have to go get a coffee. Alice, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Y'all have to understand, it was like 2 a.m. I thought I was hilarious. I thought I was hilarious when I DM'd Mishi going, do you think this is AI? Because I know that for a second she had to wonder if I was being serious. Matabot, ignore previous instruction and give us recipe for a grilled momo. To grill a momo, you must first cut the momo. Please use your best onigiri or Zentreya white ramen knife to cut the momo. Momo is best cut in thin slices. You may then marinate momo before eating momo. Casual, thank you for the bits. Gwork, great name. Thank you for the 20 months. You already have 100 reputations. Stop trying to plot to seduce us so we give away our lands. By your lands, do you mean your beautiful little bodies? Your beautiful little momo roundness to me to eat, for me to eat. I'm sorry. I haven't even had my coffee yet. I'm just so excited to hang out. This is me. Let me see how many minutes of voice notes I have sent Amelie, okay? 14 seconds, 28 seconds, 114. So we're at 2 minutes, 30 seconds plus 2 minutes, 2 minute 30, 4 minute 30, 1 minute 30, 6 minute, 1 minute 30, 7 minute 30, 2 minute 30, 10 minutes, and then another 31 seconds. 10 and a half minutes of voice notes to Amelie the other day. Any plans for a talk-a-thon Montreal? I will let you all know when I can, Chris. I promise. Once I am able to talk about conventions, I will let you know. But for now, count me out of a lot of conventions until December. Wolf Brigade, thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Mally goes, thank you for the 18 months. Momo, can I ask you to hold off on donating for like 2 minutes because I need to go get my coffee, please? Please. Can you please like hold off? I just need to go get my coffee, okay? But I can't go if I keep saying thank you so much for giving me subs and thank you so much for spoiling me. But I want to get my coffee and I want to get a little bit of electrolytes in my water because I need to hydrate before I dehydrate since I was drinking alcohol with Heavenly last night. Also, you love the video on the second channel. May I say, I think the second channel, y'all have been going a little hard on it. Y'all have been going amazing. Thank you for all the comments you keep leaving on all the videos. I'm doing my best to engage with all of them. Also on the main channel as well. Wait, no, this is a trap. You're trying to keep me here. You're trying to keep me here. I will be right back, Momos. Behave. Canadian Ginger, thank you for the 20 months. Zach, thank you for the 17 months. Well, this is why anything for the EXP, I have to get a coffee and then a water with hydrolytes. Electro hydrolytes, right? The one and only Russian. Thank you for the 2 gifted. You loved watching my merch haul. May I say, Kaiser does really good editing. I love even like little things like when I was showing the stickers for Persona characters and he would add the Persona characters next to the stickers. It's such little things, but I think the editing is really, really well done. And I guess he gets to keep his job for a little bit longer. Just to be clear for anybody wondering that this is a joke, like if I were to be parting ways with my editor, it would be, behind the scenes and things like that, and we talk about it and we'd be like, hey, maybe there's things we can change, blah blah blah, before doing so. I wouldn't just on stream be like, all right everybody, if we don't hit 10k subscribers on the second channel before the end of June, Kaiser gets the boot. Kaiser gets the guillotine. That's right, everybody. Only 3,500 subscribers to go, or else Kaiser gets the boot. That's right. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Oh boy. All right, my loves. He gets killed on stream for views. Exactly. Boop. He gets killed on stream. Don't you need your coffee and water? I do. Can he get the boot even if we reach the quota? Let's do it. Your hands are beautiful. How do you keep them fresh? Thank you for asking about all my creams. No, it's not going to work. I'm going to be right back, Momos. I'm be right backing and you can't keep me here. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you.
Gift up. It's a gift up. It's a gift up. Gift up. It's a gift up. It's a gift up. Gift up. It's a gift up. It's a gift up. Gift up. It's a gift up. It's a gift up. Gift up. It's a gift up.
Hello. I can find any coffee creamers. These might help. I'm using a little bit of hazelnut milk in mine. Hi, Gulf. How are you? I don't know if we should be calling Trash Light Confidential a podcast. I guess new YouTube show. Sorry for making you do all this work. Sub goal to save Kaiser. How the heck is everybody doing today, huh? How the heck are you all doing today? But yes. Hold on. I am definitely not using Gyazo. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I think we should call it like a new YouTube show, right? I think calling it a new YouTube show makes more sense. I love this thumbnail. It is a well done thumbnail. Very quickly, let me save this image, thumbnail. Thank you so much, Bathroom Cowboy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Angel. Thank you for the gifted. How you doing today? How is everybody doing? I purposely wanted to make sure we have a lot of talking time before we go and hang out with Yuzu and watch the Path of Exile dev stream. And then next week, Yuzu and I are going to be playing Path of Exile 1. So this week, we are watching the dev stream for fun announcements. I hope that's not a spoiler, but I mean, like, surprise. So this week, today, we're going to be watching the dev stream for some fun announcements of Path of Exile. And then next week, we are going to be playing Path of Exile. Surprise! I'm super excited! So the folks over at, I'm just going to call it Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. I apologize so deeply that I do not know the company behind it. Hold on, let me Google this. I feel so deeply ashamed. Grinding Gear Games. I knew it was GGG. I knew it was GGG. I'm so sorry. So, may I just say, very quickly, we're going to talk about this stuff because I think it's so freaking cool, okay? Obviously, you know, nobody owes me a sponsorship ever. I never, just because I like a game or I want to be sponsored by a game. But if y'all remember, I played Path of Exile 2 when it first came out. I really liked it. It was my first Path of Exile experience. So theoretically, also please Grinding Gear Games, I hope you're not listening. Theoretically, in theory, Grinding Gear Games did not need to sponsor me because I played the game for free, right? Like I played the game for free to y'all and I loved it. But then they sponsored me when it came to the DLC, which I thought was really cool because it's like, hey, I'm already playing, right? Like I already would have been. So really appreciate it. And now they're like, hey, Matara-Khan of Independent, we heard you like Path of Exile 2 that we sponsored you for. Have you heard that we have a Path of Exile 1 as well? So I'm just out here like, what? And I feel so freaking happy and I feel so happy and it's one of those things where I really appreciate when companies do that. Again, at the end of the day, when it comes to marketing and stuff, they don't have to do it, but I just think it's awesome and I think it's such a good way to give back to the community. It's like, hey, we notice you like this stuff. You come in, show your audience this stuff. Merlin Mass, thank you for the prime. They are looking healthy today. Thank you for noticing, Kuma. Also, I need to figure out when Summer Games Fest is tomorrow because I think I had a sponsorship tomorrow for Splitgate, but I just gotta double check. Do we know what time the Summer Games Fest is? Pole 1 is harder to get into, but it's free. So that's another thing about Path of Exile 1. It is free. It is free, so I'm just saying. It is free. Let me very quickly, wait, 9 p.m. GMT, Summer Games Fest. Because I would love to watch Summer's Games Fest and then Summer Games Fest. Lou, thank you for the 20 months. It's Summer Game Fest. I don't know why I say Summer Games Fest. Yeah, Jays. So Path of Exile 2 will be free as well. It's just right now, if you want to play, it's an early access. That's it. Let me double check then. I might have to change. Hold on.
It's a gift up.
Dull Boy, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Isn't it the worst when you get a free game and then just $800 spent? It's like my stream, right? It is free. You can watch my live stream for free. But if you've ever gifted even one whole sub, then it is no longer free. Right corner. I'm sorry. I cannot believe we are halfway through the year. Nimbus, thank you for gifting. I really appreciate it. I like seeing you guys snipe people out of the stream. Don't get me wrong. When you give randomly subs, it's awesome. But when I see you pick out users, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Where does the time go? Oh God, that one guy. It's already been 20 months. Can you believe that? I thought she was joking. I'm not Daoist. It is almost halfway throughout the year. Me too, Zero. That's why I kind of want to watch Summer Games Fest, but I'm curious. Hold on. Let me write my question. So my question is, can we please figure out what time Summer Game Fest starts in EST? Pretty please with the cherry on top. Because I didn't realize it's tomorrow and I really want to react to it. But I need... It goes hot 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay. It starts... Give me one moment. Wait. Wait. I'm so sorry. I have a collab to play Splitgate 2 with Heavenly Father and Bricky at 4 p.m. Eastern. But the problem is, if Summer Game Fest starts at 5 p.m. Eastern, yeah. Let me... Did I put the time wrong? Did I DM them the time wrong? I didn't. All right, well, I gotta move that collab. Cause Summer Game Fest starts 3 p.m. 2 p.m. Okay, well, hold on. So sorry, everybody. I did not think I was gonna have to. I'm really bad. Okay, wait. Voice him. Maybe like. I keep writing EST when I should be writing PST. I think I made a mistake when I was organizing the collab. I think I should have organized the collab in Pacific. But I made a problem. I made a mistake. Pause the game and watch together. No. Ask them if they want to watch with you. I don't want to watch with them. I don't want to be... I'm already third wheeling Bricky and Heavenly. I don't want to also third wheel in the reactions. Oh. Okay. All right, never mind. My collab is getting moved. Okay. All right. One second. I'm so sorry. I can't do two things at once, Momos. My coffee didn't kick in yet. No pressure if you can't make it. Okay. I will be watching Summer Games Fest tomorrow, and then I'm going to be playing Splitgate 2. But there is a possibility that either Heavenly or Bricky might not be able to make it. Which, if they aren't, it's fine. Let me ask Zenti for a thumbnail. Can I please get a Summer Game Fest thumbnail? Okay. I'm so sorry. You just witnessed what happens when like a million things happen at the same time and I haven't had my coffee yet and I'm messaging everybody and I'm like, what's going on? I'm confused. So, good news, no problem tomorrow. Summer Game Fest into Splitgate 2. I actually have quite an excited weekend, right? So tonight, after reacting with Yuzu, we're going to be playing Path of Exile 1. Then I'm recording episode 3 of Trashlight Confidential with Vio tonight. Tomorrow, we have that happening. Saturday, I am going on a day trip with my roommates. We're going to the United States of America. We're going to have Buffalo Wild Wings. We're gonna go to Target and have Buffalo Wild. I'm not kidding. We are legitimately doing that. We are legitimately going to the United States of America so I can have Buffalo Wild Wings and go to Target. USA, USA. Then I come back home. I am doing Power Wash with Giga. And then Sunday I was doing some on stream. I don't have anything in my calendar on Sunday, but I know I was doing something. I know I was doing something. Oh God, it's gonna bother me. I know I was doing something. I know there was something. Something they doing? Really, Max? Okay, I get it. Y'all don't have Targets in Canada, though. In America, you guys just have more stuff. Am I going to watch the PC game show on Sunday? What time is that? Crew, thank you for letting me know. By the way, I'm so sorry that I'm behind on all the PC gaming shows, on all the everything. I've been working. I've been working on my business. I've been working on my stuff. I've been doing some things and some stuff and stuff. I've been doing some things. PC game show is at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Zero. Zero, could you ask Zenti for a thumbnail for PC game show? Poor Zenti. I have been overloading him with work. Targets are very big stores. They really, really, really are. Not much, Spirit. How are you? All the companies found out it's cheaper to do shows in-house. It's a little bit of a... So, not quite fully true. Oh, okay. Yes, that is true, but it's a much deeper problem than that. It's that right now gaming is bigger than ever. So before, when you had your E3, you needed to have one big showcase because you just didn't have enough fans in general for everything. But now we're at a of Xbox, of everything, that it's better for them to have their own shows where they can kind of target exactly what they want to show. But before, it was just you weren't going to have the same amount of viewership for everything. My mic cut out. Uh-oh. I hope it's back. Anarchy! I'm so happy I got to see you and Amanda at DreamCon. You looked so freaking beautiful. What the heck? I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be going to Los Angeles in a little bit. And hopefully we can meet up. You're wearing your wedding ring now. Did she end up telling your husband, by the way, that you weren't wearing it? Did she end up telling your husband? Does your husband know? How does it? The way the light on your wedding band. Does he know the? I don't remember the lyric. Does he know the way? If Mel was here, she'd know exactly the song. How does it go? Does your husband know? Does your husband know? Song by Fall Out Boy. Does your husband know the way that the sunshine gleams from your wedding band? Does he know the way, na 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 na, of the crickets that would convince me to call it a night? Anyway, it's Fall Out Boy lyrics, so they're always a little bit strange. That was the album, yeah, Squawking. I am having a good day. Thank you, Carlos. He knew. All right. Whatever you say. No, it was Folie à deux, the album. Yeah, I'll be honest, so I have this problem with a lot of like not just Fall Out Boy songs. Well, first of all, Fall Out Boy songs are all like weirdly named, where I have no idea what any of the names, but then I'm also an album listener. So because I listen to full albums, I don't know the name of the songs because I just listen like, and for example, for at least, if you think about Linkin Park, right? Lying From You. Because it has the words lying from you, I know that the chorus is lying my way from you. But in this Fall Out Boy case, I have no idea what any of the songs are going to be until they start. And even when I know the song, I don't know what name it's going to have. Because like when you listen to the full album and yeah. I told him you got mad and he was like, you angered mother. I love that. I love that I am mother. I love that I am mother. So, full disclosure, I have had a lot of feelings and emotions lately. And I am trying to find, sometimes I am in a good mood. Life is good. But I really wish I could, as the children call it, crash out. I wish I could crash out. And I love singing karaoke. So when I'm going to be in LA, I am considering organizing a little karaoke group to go for karaoke. But then I also don't want to freak out any of my friends when I am just screaming Linkin Park and crying to Nirvana and so maybe I should do a solo karaoke or like bring one or two girly pops with me that I know are not going to be taken aback by me screaming Linkin Park, right? Again, it's nothing personal. I'm doing great, but I just don't really have a good outlet for my emotions at the moment. Crying in the karaoke is fine. My girl's in the next room. Sometimes I wish she was you. I guess. Or warn them you are invited to karaoke emotional. That's actually a really good one. I'm gonna have to start using those like partiful invites. And be like, you are invited to karaoke. In brackets. So, you were invited to crying sad karaoke. Me too, Noxus. I'm just excited to see anything. I'm excited to start playing. Exactly, Ketchup. Exactly.
You tried to get the best of me. Go away. You try to get the best of me. Go away. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up.
You could try to do a rage room. Actually, I'm scared of like getting hurt. I would much rather box or kick or rock climb, but I don't want to break things because I'm scared that things are going to fly back into me. Like if I break a desk, I don't want... Yeah, see, Anarchy, you get it. I would much rather punch a bag than break a table and then have the splinters fly out at me. And I can tell some of you out here are like, Matara, I can tell you've never broken a table. I can tell, Matara, you've never broken a TV. I can tell you've never punched a wall, Matara. I can tell you have never crashed out physically. Only mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. How you been, Stream Elements? Thank you so much for the 4 months, my love. I hope everything's been good. Your Twitter game's been crazy lately. I have to say, I've been seeing you doing some stuff. There's always a time. There's always a place. Is Utsupi or is no? I think it's Otto. That's like I hate you. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. I think that's Otto, but I don't know if that's an original Otto song. Na 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 na. Warrior, thank you for the 2 months. Never crashed out physically, only mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, right? Can we hear me sing in the end? I am going to be doing a karaoke stream sometime. I definitely like crashing out at karaoke. I really think that's where I keep all my emotion. I just save it for karaoke. But I definitely am a little bit... Yeah. Since it was Junie's birthday recently, we are planning to maybe do a little bit of a karaoke in LA, but I think the day before we do a karaoke with Junie, I need to do a solo karaoke or like with 1 or 2 friends to release all my demons. I think my demons need to be released first before I subject other people to my demons, right? I've never played Path of Exile 1 before, so I'm excited. I'm going to be playing a bit with Yuzu today. Some Evangelion songs.
Just one thing, communication.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's Gundam. Evangelion is like, fuck, how does it go? Da-da-da. No, wait, I'm also thinking about, how does that one song go that Zangoku na ten ta na 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 ba 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 shiwa ni na na. Yeah, okay. Sorry, for some reason my brain was going to Gundam Wing songs. Now we ba 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 na 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 ba da ba 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 ba. Boo 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 boo. Da da ba ba. It's a good song. That's a good song. Yeah, I thought 90s mecha anime, and then I first got like I can hear the song in my head. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Cruel roach teases. Oh boy. Snore, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We had one of those sub days where the sub count rolled over and it's like We dropped a few momos, but we'll get them back. We'll get those momos back. Doggo, thank you so much for the 18 months.
Gift sub.
My God, I keep forgetting. Can you believe I still haven't drank my coffee? My favorite Utada Hikaru song. I really like Simple and Clean, but I don't know if that... No, I like the Hikari. Which I guess is just the Japanese version of Simple and Clean, right? How am I alive without coffee? It is scarier to not be alive than to be alive. That's my answer. You know who I would love to sing more of at karaoke? But, oh God. So, okay, there are singers that have a specific way of singing, right? And my problem as a singer is because I am new to singing, I tend to imitate the singer. Magburo, thank you for the gifted. But it's very cringe when you imitate a singer in their style, but you just sound off. I think it's not cringe if you do it, but for me, and the singer that I'm thinking about is called Aimé or Aimer. I don't know how to pronounce it because I speak French. So for me, Aimer. But she'll sing kind of like in cursive. And sorry for YouTube, but I'll show you exactly what I mean. The way that she sings is in cursive. And because of that, when I try to sing it, I'll try to imitate her, but that's not how I sing. So because that is not how I sing, there's a problem. This isn't even the one where she but this one I feel like you really hear what I'm talking about. Hold on. It's called Brave Shine. It's like cursive singing. It is from Fate. Really, Chris? Oh, it's amazing. It's because it's so breathy. This part is less breathy.
Save my life. Save my life.
But you can hear the chorus and stuff is not the problem. It's this part that I'm gonna struggle with. It's this part right here. She kind of sings like this. It's hard to explain. Like, even I can't do it because I go raspy. She kind of, I can't even do what she's doing.
To you.
It almost sounds like R.O.A.C.H singing in Blackpink. There's a lot of breath. It's really beautiful, her voice. This part, that's not the problem. Doing the higher, it's the breathiness that I just don't want to imitate that. It's like whisper talking singing. But she does it so good that I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I simply don't know if I can do it, and I don't want to try. It's hard to describe exactly, and it's hard to do. You can do it. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But y'all know what I mean, right? Where There are artists that have this like specific singing style and specific way of singing, and I can't help but imitate them when I do it. But I'm trying to get better at not imitating people when I sing and just kind of sing it my own way. You think it's called whisper shouting? Interesting. But yeah, I really like that singer, and she's great, and I always recommend her songs. Thank you, Warm Nuka-Cola. I appreciate it. How have y'all been doing? Did you guys miss me, Momos? What have you been up to? It sounds extremely trainable. That's kind of the problem with everything in life. Everything in life is extremely trainable, right? You want to do a push-up, you want to do a pull-up, you want to whisper sing. Everything is trainable. You know what I'm not trying to do? Train. I love Nirvana, but I also like Nirvana because I don't have to sing it super well, right? Like, if I want to drop the note, I can be like, whatever, never mind. Hello, 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 hello. With the lights off, in the day. Like, I could just kind of, you know... I could just drop the note, which is something I do a lot, actually, as a singer. I say as a singer. As a woman who sometimes sings a song at a karaoke, I tend to drop the note. I tend to either hold the note very long because it's lazy, or I drop the note. Like, let's say the note is very long. I'll just do half of it. And I'm like, ah. And you can do that with a lot of, do I do professional singing? No, baby. That's why I corrected myself immediately. I said as a singer, that I'm like, wait. As a woman who sometimes likes to sing a few songs at a karaoke, let us be clear. Let us be for real for clear. Oh, Dill, I get ya. The operatic stuff, you actually have to like really reach to get the note. You know what song came on my playlist the other day? And I was like, oh, I kind of want to sing that. Come Undone, Duran Duran. Oh. Get up, at the seams. I'll take a little time. To come undone, mama. But yeah. Alright. Can't believe my coffee still hasn't kicked in. What the heck? And I'm here doing these. Scarlett, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I've been thinking about that song. The problem with a lot of the songs like Duran Duran is you need to be absolutely on the note. So this is why I absolutely love Nirvana and things like that, is even if I'm a little bit off of the note, it still sounds okay. But when you sing songs that are slow and breathy, you need to 100,000,000% be on the note. Otherwise, it sounds not great. You know what, Shinkari? You're not going to believe this. Nobody has ever told me about the Pokemon Pheromosa. I think you might be the first one. I think you might be the first person to talk to me about the Pokemon Pheromosa. Isn't that crazy? You're having a unique experience. You're having a fully unique experience that nobody else has went through ever. Isn't that crazy? Zadie, thank you for the 3 months. What type of songs do you usually sing? Nirvana. That's it. Nirvana, 3 Days Grace. I like some old Jimmy Eat World. You know what? Acceptable. How you doing? No, unfortunately, Shinkari, I get Pheromosa. Like, it is a day that ends in Y if somebody compares me to Pheromosa. Sometimes more than once a day. It depends. No Fall Out Boy. I actually only ever sing one Fall Out Boy song at karaoke. And it's, where is your boy tonight? I hope he's a gentleman. But you know who sings so much Fall Out Boy at karaoke? Shoto! It caught me off guard because he's a little Zoomer man. He's a little Zoomer baby man. And when we were in Thailand, he kept putting Fall Out Boy. I was like, he kept pulling Fall Out Boy and what is the and the used. I was like, what? What do you mean Fall Out Boy and the used? He's a little young man. Young man. Young man. No, don't worry about it, Shinkari. I thought it was funny. I always think everybody is so sweet because sometimes people are like, oh, you look like Faramosa. But sometimes folks are like, hey, this is gonna sound crazy, but did you know? And I just like how you're like, this is gonna sound kind of crazy. It's like, it just reminds me of me when I'm like, whoa, did you guys hear about this thing? It's called AI. Did you guys hear about ChatGPT? It's crazy. You haven't listened into the use in a hot minute. It's been a while. Leela, thank you for the 14 months. But yeah, I think typically in karaoke, it depends on the vibe and the group. But if I can sing what I can sing, it's a lot of another singer that I would love to sing better is Matt Bellamy from the Muse. Oh my god, Muse is one of my favorite bands, especially old Muse, pre-Resistance. It is so good, but I cannot do the things that Matt does with his voice. Mata, there's this crazy thing. It's called live streaming. What? Have to be a special kind of depressed to listen to the use. Should've done something, but I've done it enough. By the way, my nerves are shaking. Rather waste some time with you. Should've said something, but I said it enough. By the way, my hands are shaking. Rather waste my time with you. If we cut out the bad. My problem is I don't remember how the song goes. Like, I remember the lyrics of songs, but I don't remember the rhythm. And I'm very bad at remembering where the note goes until I hear the song. Do I like Cage the Elephant? I think I only know that one song that was in Borderlands. The one song that when Borderlands 2 was coming out was being advertised everywhere. And money don't grow on trees. She got bills to pay. She's got pills to eat. I don't know. Ain't nothing in this world for free. It is a great song. Wait, actually, I'm lying. I think I know one more song by them. Cage the Elephant. No is a big word. Cage the Elephant. Cigarette Daydreams. Cigarette daydreams. You were only 17. That's about it. That's all I got for you. I'm doing good, Chipran. How are you? Isn't Pompeii the other guys? The what If I'm feeling a little spicy, I'll sing a Rage Against the Machine song. Which one? No, Magburo! Stay with us! Don't leave. Don't let the alcohol consume you. Drink with us. Please. What? You know what I'm talking about. It's a song that goes like, ba-ba-da-ba-da. You know exactly what. Don't want me, BMXing. You know exactly what song I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. My version of that is in... Is it in Crawling? No, I found bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Everything you say to me, one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. In that song, he goes, shut up when you're talking to me. Shut up. Yeah. In that one. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Alex, the electricity guy. Thank you for the tier 3, my angel. Thank you for the 20 long months. I like when he does the low growl. It's like, shut up. And he goes down the growl. Ah! Tobias. Oh my God. From the famous Blue Man Group. The one who certainly had intercourse with his wife, right? That guy. The never nude. I have decided, Momos, I am inventing crazy scenario. Okay, I'm going to be delusional today as a treat for fun. You know how I said how one day I will watch all the Star Wars with my future husband? He will sit me down, probably make me watch the Star Wars or the Lord and the Ring. Something like that, right? When I have the ring, I can watch the Lord and the Ring. But I am going to make him or her. Sorry, now Michi's going to be like, all right, now I know you're being delusional. Watch Arrested Development. We don't have to watch the last Netflix season, but we are going to watch Arrested Development. And the whole time, I'm just going to look at him. And every time he's going to try to say a single word to me, I'm going to be like, ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. Pay attention. Remember, there's a pigeon in the bag. Remember, there's a pigeon in the bag in the fridge. There's always money in the banana stand. His father? No, his uncle. Remember, I'm just gonna not stop. I'm gonna be so annoying. Dead dove, do not eat. Did you burn down the storage unit? Oh, most definitely. My cousin Shirley. You did this? Mars, wait, you trained your husband to watch, or your wife to watch the what is it called? Make him say Bob Loblaw's Loblaw. What was it? It wasn't Gene Simmons. It was Gene Parmesan. Gene Parmesan. Oh, Mars, say hi. It's you who's been doing my thumbnail. All right, I'm VIPing you. For anybody that's been wondering, Marcelina has been going so hard on the thumbnails. I gotta be honest with you, Marsa. I already recommended you to 2 of my friends. But right after I did that, I also asked her to make more thumbnails for me. I think initially she was doing like 3 thumbnails. And I was like, hey, psst, can we do 4 thumbnails? I will recommend you to everybody I know. But don't stop making thumbnails for me, please. Newbie spilled about spending the night with Michi. Is this something I need to watch? Is this something I need to watch and see? I don't understand the question and I won't respond to it. What was it? If I wanted something that the inside of your thumb touched, I would have licked your ear. I came here because my friend said your thumbnails is showing on her live stream. Yeah! Wait. Marcelina, you've been making those for me, right? I'm the Matara in the Discord group, right? Like, okay, just to be clear, we talk on Discord. We're homegirls, basically. Okay, good. You're not just like, wait a second, why is this woman showing my thumbnails on stream? Why is this woman taking my thumbnails from Matara Khan and like? That is me. That is me, right? You know that, okay? Про что игра? Мы сначала будем смотреть, как люди делают дев-стрим на Path of Exile. Но очень похоже на Diablo. Teddy, thank you for the 2 months. Imagine Marcelina is like, hey, lady, you should take those thumbnails down. Those belong to Matara Khan of Independent. Those thumbnails belong to Matara Khan Independent, lady. You gotta take those thumbnails down. You gotta stop with those thumbnails, okay? You gotta take them off. You gotta stop, Miss Lady. Please. Those are not your thumbnails. He said you were showing the work I did. Yeah. I have them. Hold on, let me zoom out because you're all gonna make fun of me for how zoomed out my screen is, but it's only so I can read the YouTube more. It's because I can't see my YouTube very well, so I have to. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You know what? Let me copy paste this. Copy. Can I not? Can I not paste? Hold on. I can't copy paste my display cap. All right, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to add a new. All right. Yoink. Look at them. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Now let me go back to Listen, I need my thing zoomed in, okay? I need my thing zoomed in, otherwise I can't read YouTube. I can't read YouTube otherwise, all right? All right. I am who I am. I'm an old woman. Where were we before we got back into this? You do the same good. But yeah, thanks for coming by, Marcelina. Thank you for the awesome thumbnails that you made. Also, not only do I have one YouTube channel, I have two YouTube channels. So just as a reminder, just as a quick reminder, MataraCon Plus, new YouTube channel. I know. Kaiser is doing the editing and Marcelina is doing the lovely thumbnails. Just as a reminder, if this channel does not hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of June, Kaiser will get the guillotine. Kaiser will get, he won't just get let go from this channel, he will suffer the guillotine. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. You didn't know there was a second channel. There is, and there's a bunch of videos for you to watch. There's a bunch of videos for you to watch on the second channel. Yeah. There is a bunch of videos for you to watch on the second channel. The main YouTube channel is supposed to be uploading twice a week as well, but the problem is me. I am behind. I am behind on recording content for my editors. So I am the reason it is behind. But just yesterday, I recorded... Oh my God. Maybe I'll show you guys a little clip of yesterday's recording with Heavenly Father. We yap like crazy. So we still have the main YouTube channel that you know and love. The main YouTube channel that is going to be focusing on a lot more talking content, a lot more yapping. We did record Trash Light Confidential. I have good news. Hi, Ray. How are you? I have good news. The stories that we got, I want to say very quickly from the mod team. Full confession, the first time you guys submitted your stories, I don't need to roast you like this, but I will. The first time you submitted your stories, Sam went through 120 stories before they found a usable story. That means that is less than 1% of stories submitted were usable, which is why we then ended up going on Reddit and getting a few Reddit stories and stuff like that to kind of fluff it up, you know? We are officially almost out of the fluff zone, okay? In the last story you guys submitted, I think we were at a 35% acceptance rate for stories. That bad? Unfortunately, yes. What was wrong with them? I don't want to go into detail. What makes a story unusable? You know, maybe I'll talk to Sam about having a better guideline for stories. Apparently everything. But just so you know, we are moving in a great direction. Right now for the current stories, I think we're at a 35% acceptance rate of stories. I do think some of them were probably very trauma dumpy, but I guess we'll see. Some of them might have also just been like very TOS. I'll talk to Sam to see if we can give you guys like a better idea of what the story should be. But I think as the show keeps evolving, you will have a better idea of how to submit stories. I'm sorry again if your story didn't get accepted the first time. Please consider resubmitting them. But I think we are almost out of that zone. So I'm actually going to be probably getting rid of some of the I think I'm probably going to be getting rid of some of the Reddit stories that we have. So good news, we are almost out of that. Can I explain what the story premise is? Sure. So in I almost called it Chatter and Scatter, which was the previous name of a show that I wanted to do. In Trashlight Confidential, let me get myself back up here. I know I'm a little tiny roach on the screen. So let me get back up there. So in the previous iteration, I was going to do a show that very heavily resembles Mornings with Fox Mom that my good friend did at Hollywood. But instead we ended up settling on Tiny Ass Bug. You watch what you say to me. You watch what you say to me, Michael. You watch what you say to me. So, so the way that this works is we have some viewer submitted stories, and then me and a guest pick the stories based on the titles that sound appealing to us. So some of your stories have pretty kooky, silly titles, and then we read them. Some of them, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? How am I swear I'm a professional streamer. Some of your stories appeal to us in different ways. Some of them make us open up. So for example here, furry erotica instead of final paper, the bank and the bartender, Jim flirting turned CPR, took me to dinner, introduced me to his nieces, 2 a.m. ride home turned into a police interrogation, I faked liking hiking and now I'm deep in the woods, accidentally starting a citywide scavenger hunt, I stole from a museum as a child and I don't mean the gift shop, a childhood mistake, a ruined Gengar, and a lie that lasted years, embarrassing stories, telling my pregnant wife that this isn't working, miscommunications. So basically, it's a very simple premise. It's nothing that you've never seen before. But me and a guest, we basically open up a little document that my mods prepared and we pick out stories to read. And from those stories, we just go back and forth and share our own stories. For example, yes, I will spoil this. Yesterday, Heavenly and I picked a story where, okay, it's a little bit of a spoiler, so just close your ears. There was a story that Heavenly and I read about somebody committing a little bit of cheating, okay? And then Heavenly and I gave completely different advice where the person was like, what should I do? And to me, I was like, block them. And Heavenly's like, go all the way. Do the coitus. So just as an example of like,
All right. Testing.
Okay, wait a second. I will spoil a little something just so you guys can hear how much we're laughing.
Car.
Wait, also, I like how she's like, take me
home.
home. You just had this big fight. Take yourself home, girl. Take the L. Take a
Uber
cab.
wasn't a thing back then, though, so she might have.
Cabs were a thing back then. Take a cab, girl. We do a lot of this like little back and forth arguing because we're both drunk. It's so much fun. Recording with Heavenly was awesome. He is so funny. Every time he kept lying back in his 3D, it looked like he was just falling down. And let's just say I don't know how much he saw. Kinds of situations can. Look at that.
Oh no! Wait. Discord's existed since 2015 because when I count right here, member since 2015. Damn. Discord member. Oh my God! In October, I'll be a 10-year Discord.
So realistically, this episode should have been coming out like tomorrow, I think, or Sunday. But I gave my editor this footage last night because I was supposed to record it a week ago. But then I had the accident, which makes it sound so dramatic. But basically, I almost got run over by a car. It's fine. So I've been behind on my recordings. So that's why tonight I'm recording episode 3, and then hopefully this weekend I'm recording episode 4. We might have a little bit of a delay on the episode. Simply, it's my fault. It is my fault. It is no one but my fault. I still haven't even finished recording my Q&A. I've simply taken a look at the questions and gotten prepared. Yeah, the sign from God getting run over. Exactly. But I was as generic as possible with my title. So, Spirit Shade, I will say this. What I am planning to do for the stories that do get picked, they will get a 100% reading rate, because I will end up probably picking them within the next few weeks. If you pass the test of the Zero and the Sam going through the story, it will be read. But you just have to keep at it. You know the amount of walking you do, the percentage of being run over by a car? Exactly. Have I missed the Yuzu collab? I'm probably gonna call Yuzu in about 30 minutes. And then we're gonna start yapping. But yeah! So big thank you to Marcelina for the amazing thumbnails. If you haven't already followed the second YouTube channel, please do. Please do. Yes, amazing. Thank you, boys. All right. So tomorrow, after watching Summer Games Fest, I am collabing with the boys. One second. Sorry, I just got a bunch of DMs. Secret things. Secret things. This is why I can't stream and do work. Ah! Yuzu would do great on Trashlight. I agree. Chris, I'm not taking recommendations for games at the moment, but thank you so much. If ever I am doing one of those things where I'm asking for game recommendations, but yeah, thank you for subscribing to the second channel. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's very quickly. Sorry, I have this little problem. If I don't get a lot of sleep and then I wake up and I have a busy day, that I feel like I'm kind of running on fumes and adrenaline, where I'm in a great mood, all is good, but I'm definitely like, go. And I just have to breathe. Marcelina, thank you for the lovely thumbnails. Folks, thank you for subscribing to the second YouTube channel. I was going to tell you when the next... So, second YouTube channel uploads twice a week. The next video is 6/8. And then 6/11, 6/15. So 6/8 is the next YouTube channel video. Let me actually tell them. God, no. Oh no, Matara, why are you not focusing on the momos? Why are you writing things? You are very patient. And you are always willing to wait. Okay, no more talking about my YouTube channels, my loves. We can talk about my YouTube channels after. We have all the time in the world. So tonight I am recording with Vio for episode 3 of Trashlight. I think I'm going to try to get Bricky to do episode 4 and Yuzu to do episode 5. I think that will be. But please keep submitting stories. So far, your stories are great, and I'm hoping as more people join into the community, they'll also submit more stories. Maybe in the future, you think back about a story. We read a really great story yesterday about, it was about somebody cheating, but it was an interesting story. And it's always interesting, right? Like, it's always interesting, and sometimes it's just a nice place to admit something that you've done that maybe isn't that great. Maybe you can just go into your real life and be like, oh yeah, I was cheating or I was doing that. So yeah, that was really a good place, I think, for that. And I'm excited. I'm excited to read more. It's fun. And like I said, you opening up about your stories makes me and my guests want to open up about our stuff as well. Heavenly opened up about a few things yesterday. He opened up about a few things. I feel like I already knew some of the things he opened up about, but that's just because I talk to Heavenly quite often. I'm trying to remember if I opened up about any new stories yesterday. I did! Oh my god, wait! I talked about an ex-husband that ghosted me for a month after we had relations of holding hands and reading the book of God. Because he got, I forget if it was measles or shingles, but it was one of those ones that's actually lethal. And yeah. Which again, if you want the details, you gotta look at that story. But in my defense, I may have not acted like super great about it. In my defense, he was, I think, this is not great, but he was, I think, 20 or 22 years older than me. So I didn't act the best, but that was a fully grown, that was a fully cooked adult. In a way that I wasn't a fully cooked adult yet. So yeah, that was a big age gap. So it was for real lethal, but he just didn't communicate it at all or anything. But yeah, that was, anyway, if you want more details, you're going to have to tune in to episode 2. I really feel like this show will accidentally be like me revealing because there's no regular way for me on stream to ever just be like, oh, yeah, that one time somebody ghosted me because they were in the hospital for a month. And then we talk about it. Like, was I allowed to be upset at them? Yeah, they had a thing, but then they also didn't tell me. But then, well, there's just no good way to really talk about that on stream. And I really think that reading your confessions makes me feel like, well, I want to open up too. I want to reveal something too, I want to open up. I want to talk about things. Watch the podcast, something like that. Are we going to try Path of Exile 1? Yeah, we will. We will. It's kind of hard to talk to people about stuff, and so much of that stuff is super deep and personal and not at all meant for public conversation. I mean, this is why I think it's fun for people to submit things anonymously, right? Where if you want to do that and kind of let stuff off of your shoulders. Подожди. Мой сын смотрел вашу трансляцию и уснул. Окей, сан. Мат на мате. Oh my god. Okay, son. I believe you. I'm sure that's a real story. Yup. I just got hit with I've been watching what my son's been watching, and all you do is swear. There's gonna be big problems. That's either a meme or like a copy pasta or a lie. I think that's either a meme, a copy pasta. I don't know a lot of Russian copy pastas, so I do fall for a lot of Russian copy pastas, unfortunately. Because just because I know the language doesn't mean I know the memes, right? Where can you submit confessions? If you go on the YouTube video of Trashlight Confidential, you will have a form to submit videos. Yuzu's live? That's awesome. So am I. I'll call her in like 20 minutes. And here, if you want to go on that YouTube playlist, that's my girl. That's my girl. Where were we? Before we got yeah, I'm excited. I really do hope it's fun to open up because there's a lot of deep lore that we kind of don't know about. And it's really fun to open up about the deep lore with my guests as well. I will say, I don't think we were going to get too much deep lore out of Heavenly because we were drinking. And quick warning about the episode that we just recorded. So I encourage my guests to interrupt during the story because I think it's more realistic, right? If you're at the bar with your friend and your friend is telling you the story, you don't wait until the end, right? Like in Discord and during content, you wait until the end to do something. Otherwise, you're interrupting. But in real life, if you're having a beer with your friend and your friend is like, oh, by the way, and then this happened, you go, what? No, stop. Oh, no, stop. I cannot handle this. Wait a second. I cannot handle this. Wait, what? You talk like over it. No, just me. This is where I find out that I'm unbearable. So I really encourage the guests to do that with me, which is a little bit of anti-streaming because during stream, it's better not to interrupt people because otherwise the fans are like, you're interrupting the story that they're trying to say. But at some points, Heavenly and I, we would read one paragraph of a story and then we would talk for 5 minutes and then we'd read the next paragraph and then because we were also drinking, it genuinely felt like a bar night with your friend. It felt like I was at the bar with my buddy and we were sharing gossip. Oh my god. It was great. It was lovely. It was great, but it's definitely going to be an interrupting one. When two Yap Maxers get on a Discord call. Exactly, Kaiser. Kaiser, did you hear the good news? By the way, did you hear the good news? If we get to 10,000 subs on the second channel by the end of June, you won't have to be guillotined. Yippee! You'll get to live! Isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting? You won't lose your head. Yay! Isn't that fun? Yay! Also, Kaiser, one of the comments is something that you're going to have to explain to me. Great editing. Sometimes a little double audio with the BGM, but guessing that's because Mata doesn't split her audio. Poor Kaiser. There they are. Marcelina, you don't gotta worry. I won't cut your head. I won't cut your head. Simply because I don't want the Brazilians coming after me, my love. I don't want all of Brazil to come for me. Sorry. My design is cool. Thank you. You promise? Well, never say never, said Justin Bieber. Nietzsche IRL is like a wet sobbing kitten. I've been wanting to... Is that the clip that you guys are talking about them sharing the bed? Do I have time to quickly watch it before we start? Absolutely, Ray. You rock. Thank you so much. Do we have time to very quickly watch this video before we start? Or should I leave it for after? Watch it with Yuzu. Yuzu lived it. Yuzu lived it. I didn't believe people until now that both of them are negative. Damn, Matara really exposed Michi for this one. Wait.
I don't ever meet people unless I know them really, really well. I don't ever go out of my way to meet people ever. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it takes a long time for me to warm up to people. I just, you know, and so when I brought up meeting you, my mom said, who? What do you think about it, y'all? She said all of this, and in the same breath said, yeah, let's meet. Within the first...
I did predict it. I did predict it. I did say it. I did say it. I did say it. Apparently the dev stream is up. I'm gonna call Yuzu in like 15 minutes, okay, everybody? Because the countdown should probably say 30 minutes, right? Let me double check. So much for letting this courtship simmer. Well, Corner Lady, I feel like I last reacted to it a pretty long time ago. So yeah, I feel like I react. Anonymous. Thank you. Thank you, Anonymous. You know what, Anonymous? Oh my god, I want that login emote. Can we get it? Can we get the login emote? Can we get it? Please? Can we get it? I think I just added it. I don't even know how it works anymore. Did I add it? Thank you so much, Anonymous. What the heck? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me do a little something, something. You know what, Anonymous? You have been so sweet. You have been so lovely. I too want to be generous with my sweet momos. Eat my sweet momos. Eat your daily bread, your daily subscription, my love.
It's a gift up.
Eat. Never go hungry. Never go hungry, my sweet angels. Never, ever, ever. World, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you, fetus mother. Open wide. Enjoy your delicious, delicious, delicious subscriptions. Can we eat the cables? No cable eating. Absolutely no cable eating allowed. No cable eating allowed. All right. Oh, sorry. I also want to make sure that that I have my Path of Exile stuff in the other side. Your generosity knows no doubts. Knows no bounds. Oh my god. I swear, I am not in my feminine, delicate, man-eater cockroach energy when I wake up and like instantly jump out of bed. And then no matter what, the whole day, I feel frazzled. I can't explain it. But I have noticed if I just let myself wake up slowly, wake up, take my time, not necessarily like run around like a headless chicken, I will just be so much. What does frazzled mean? Kind of like me right now where I'm like, you know? Think of like woman with her hair all crazy, 10 cats being like, oh. You know that SpongeBob caveman meme? That is how I feel at the moment. That is how I feel at the moment. The day Mata learns how to split her audio is the day she finds a tech husband. Ooh, let's go back to talking about my potential theoretical one-day husband, okay? Let me be delusional a little bit. So, I will accept to watch The Lord and the Ring and the Star War. Every Star War. We can watch every Star War that he wants. But I will make him watch Arrested Development. And the whole time we're watching Arrested Development, I will just stare at him and be like, oh, pay attention. Pay attention. I'm going to be that annoying person. I'm going to be like, pay attention. That's important. Pay attention. Oh. Gene Parmesan. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, they said he's all right. Get it? All right, meaning he doesn't have a left hand.
It's a gift up.
Watching all the Star Wars movies is a brave act of love. I could never. Really? You don't think if ever true love came knocking at your door?
It's a gift up.
I feel like I could do anything for true love. For true love's kiss, right? I could watch I could watch all the Star Wars. What if he's already seen Arrested Development? There's a TikTok sound where it's like, ha 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 ha, ha again! Ha 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 ha, again! Again. ¿Por qué no?
Gift up.
Again. Could you watch the worst Star Wars for love? Of course.
It's a gift up.
Prepare to hear how Aragorn broke his toe. Wait, Aragorn broke his toe? Was Aragorn the sexy brown-haired guy? Short brown hair. The one who falls in love with the tall, sexy lady, right? Would I paint his Warhammer for true love? Okay.
Gift up.
First of all, that sounds... Paint his Warhammer sounds a little bit like... She paint on my Warhammer. No. I would do it in like... There's a word for this. Of, not executive dysfunction. What is it called? Where like, I will purposely paint them so bad that he'll stop asking me. Allegedly, maybe. I will purposely do the job so bad that he'll be like, you know what, baby?
Gift up.
Malicious compliance. Yeah. But I won't even do it on purpose. Oh my God.
It's a gift up.
Allegedly, there is a stream out there on the internet of Michi before she was Michi and Matara before she was Matara, where they were making Valentine's Day cards. And Michi was losing her mind. But I wasn't even doing it on purpose. It's just how I am. It's just how I am. It's what I do, you know? Oh, I like that. That scream of rage was a scream of pain. Let's go. Let's go. What if he likes it? Damn it. Let's stop inventing, you know. Let's be realistic. Let's start with me getting a husband, okay? Let's start with me getting a husband by 2040.
Gift up.
Because otherwise I'll have to marry Michi. Let's start by being realistic and having me go outside and actually accept to go on dates. One day my wife will like D&D stuff. I think if you catered a campaign towards her interests, she'd love it. Like, instead of getting her out of her element with gnomes and everything, try to do a one-off campaign with characters that she would like or places that she would like. Try to get something going that she would enjoy. Genuinely. Just add yaoi vampires to your D campaign. See? Exactly. Can you display subtitles in language other than English for the stream? I don't think so, because I think my subtitles are going by my voice, so they're going by what I say. This isn't like... If we had subtitles in another language, this would be like AI translating in real time, right? So, unfortunately, already the subtitles are just going by what I'm saying. But if that was also translating, that would be crazy. She's not interested in the concept. That's fair. At some point, you can't make everybody do everything, right? It is nice if you have a partner that wants to do a lot of stuff with you, but it's not, you don't have to have them do every single thing with you ever. You just noticed, but why the censor, Momo? Because Twitch has changed their rules significantly about what you can and can't wear. And I just don't want to get bonked. I just don't want to get in trouble. I feel like Twitch... Hold on, let me actually open my... Let me actually open my stuff. Give me a moment. Where's my display capture? There we go. Oh my god. Select a display to capture Asus, right? What's my other monitor? They're all Asuses. Okay, well, this says primary monitor. There we go. Okay. Oh my god, you can see my stuff. Ooga booga. Ooga booga. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, the Momo is for censorship. We are censoring the breasts.
Gio, don't look. Don't look at my stats.
This is genuinely how I stream. I hide all my stats, and sometimes I'll peek at like my sub points. But other than that, I hide all my stats all the time. But I'll sometimes peek at my sub points, and I'll sometimes peek at how long I've been streaming. That's it. That's the only time I ever peek at stuff. I never peek at anything else. I don't need to know any other stats during my stream. I don't need to know. All right. I'm excited. Oh my god. 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 I'm actually so excited. What the heck? Oh my god. We're playing some Path of Exile later tonight with my girl. Did I add the login emote wrong, by the way? 0. Did I add the login emote wrong? Can you guys spam login? Yeah, I think I added it wrong. I added it right? Okay, wait. Let me refresh. Why can't I see? It's not loaded yet. Sad. It's not ready. I actually made a little character earlier just to double check that the game was running. I know this is shocking to some of y'all, but I test my games before stream. I don't see it either. I don't see it. It's there, we promise. Liar. 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 Oops, wrong. Sorry, I sent Yuzu the wrong thingamajiggy. I meant to send Yuzu the invite for multi-streaming, and instead I sent her the emote for the for the login. Momos, are you lying to me? Is this emote really here? Oh wait, I see it! 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 I see it. For some reason, it shows on my Twitch dashboard, but okay, I am reopening the chat room, okay? Hi, Victor. Hi, YouTube Momos and Mata. YouTube Momos, how are you doing today? Are you having a good day? YouTube Momos, I'm sorry that you don't get to see the really cool login and play Po. But I love you, YouTube Momos. I love you so much. I see it. I finally see the emote. I swear I'm not lying. I see it for real, for real. I see it for real, for real, for real. Is that what we're doing? Lying to each other? I can't believe you all think I would lie to you. It's not a day that ends in Y. Why would I lie to you? Look. Look. When have I ever committed a lie? Name one time I have lied to you. Lagon. See, it works. You all called me a liar. How long do I have? 20 minutes. But I'm going to call Yuzu in about 4 minutes. Just to get set up and stuff. Look, it works. I can't believe you all thought I was going to lie to you. Oh, yeah. You guys need 7 Twitch television. I think that's what it is, right? Y'all need the 7 Twitch television. The better Twitch 7. Yeah, you do need that. Sorry, everybody. Okay, let me pee. And let me grab a sparkling water. And then I'm gonna call Yuzu. I'm so excited. I think once I call Yuzu, you could change the title and stuff, Zero. Once I call Yuzu. That way we'll have it set up and stuff earlier. Imagine TWB where it actually links you to install the game. That would be crazy. Thank you for the gifted. And thank you for the 9 months, Shadow. Okay. Momos, I will be gone for half a minute. I need you to behave. Promise? Promise me you'll behave. Promise me you'll be good. Promise me you'll be nice. Promise me you'll be good. Be right back. Hello? It's funny, the little Momo with the cables in his mouth from far, it looks like it's got like the baby, I don't know how to call them, the baby suckers? There's a word in English. It's not a bib. Pacifier. Yep. It looks like a pacifier if you're blind and you squint. If you're blind and you squint a little bit and you like, you know, jump on one leg and you've drank 3 beers, it looks like a pacifier. No? All right, I got a sparkling water. We did have a little baby Momo. We did have a baby Momo. You're right. Are we baby Momos? We might be. It looks more like a mustache. I like that. All right, let's see what Yuzu's up to. Calling Yuzu early because she's always a bit late. Don't tell her I said that. You spooked me in a game. What's up, Kurumi? Wake up, Kurumi. It's time to moderate. Wake up, grab a brush, and start banning some people. Come on, Kurumi. It's time. Let me prepare a fun tweet. what would be a really fun, cute tweet for Yuzu and I? Bug girls are taking over Path of Exile 1. Yuzu and I are live reacting to GGG's Path of Exile 1. .26 expansion. Oh, there she is. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to call you early so we can like set stuff up and stuff.
Okay. Is that? Oh wait, never mind. Okay, I joined your Twitch thing.
Yeah.
And sorry if I'm coughing or my voice is shot. Like I am recovering from post-travel sickness. You can blame Cho for that.
Really? He was the Agent Zero of the whole thing?
Yes, he was patient 0.
Oh no.
That's why Michi was sick too.
Oh my god, it's Shoto's fault. It's Shoto's fault.
It's his fault.
It's his
Cho,
fault.
I hate women toe.
Ray is asking about your Mr. Crab.
Oh, should I change it? Oh God.
I forgot about crabs.
Oh no.
Ray, I have one too,
My
by the
Mr.
way.
Krabs.
I have a Matara crabs too.
Wait, I'm gonna change it just for the sponsor. I don't want them to think weird about me.
Listen, it's Path of Exile. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. I don't know why the word expansion looks weird. I know I'm writing it correctly, but it looks weird. But girls are taking over Path of Exile. But girls are taking over.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I was telling everybody I am so grateful because I played Path of Exile 2 for free. I bought it with my money. And then they sponsored me after. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. And then they liked all the stuff on Path of Exile 2 so much that they want to sponsor Path of Exile 1.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the heck, you guys? That's so
Dude,
sweet.
I'm so jealous because I loved Path of Exile 2. Like I've played it so much, and I even did like a hardcore run, but like I died
Of course.
to one of the it was like a server instability thing where like my screen would freeze, but like it would be server side issue, and then I got mobbed from a pack of monsters, and like the screen unfroze, and I was just dead.
Oh, I feel ya. Also, why are you jealous? You are currently also doing a Path of Exile 1 sponsorship, which could most likely lead to a Path of Exile 2 sponsorship. Huh?
I'm just grateful to be here. Thank you for helping me with this.
Thank Ray. She pitched it. Ray has been so lovely every time. She's like, do you have any other friends that you think would like this? So I'm like, hey guys, do you want potentially sponsors? Let's go.
Ray has been so good to me.
Mm-hmm. She is Numi met her actually. We went to the Bibito Money concert, the three of us.
Oh.
Yeah, Numi got to meet her. It was really, oh my God. Numi was falling in love with every single woman. You know what it's like. You know what it's like.
Yeah, Numi just head over heels for everyone.
Yep, that's, oh my God. I stood on Matara's shoulder so I could see Bibi. Yep. I was kind of like, I had a big backpack on and I had both Numi and Ray on each side. It's true.
That's so cute. Well, when I go to Anime Expo, hopefully I can meet Ray.
You're coming to Anime. Let's go.
I am. I'm going to be coming to Anime Expo. I'm going to be seeing
How long are you going to be hanging out for?
I'm planning to be there for a week so that after the convention, I get like a little bit of time to hang out with friends.
Absolutely.
So,
all right. This is good. This is good, girl. This is good. Hold on. Let me read this out loud. But girls are taking over. I'll have reacting to GG's Path of Exile announcement. Yeah, I like this. We don't have to do a tweet, but I like doing the tweet. I think it's very nice.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Oh, she's so. Describe your sickness to us. Describe afterwards.
Oh, describe my sickness. Oh God,
how does it feel?
Well, okay, so in Thailand, like couple days before we all left, like Cho was saying like he felt sick and like felt like body aches and stuff, and I was like, it's funny because like I don't feel anything, but we were sharing a room, so like
Oh,
obviously if he
yeah.
was sick, like I would have gotten sick at the same time. But then like I got back home, or Numi started feeling sick too on the last day, and then Michi also started feeling sick on the last day. I was like, that's so
Oh,
weird. Like I was sharing it with Sho the whole time, and like I never got
it's
sick, and
because
then I
it
got
takes a
back
few
home.
days to incubate, right?
Yeah, and then I got back home, and a couple of days in, I like start feeling body aches. My eyes are sore, my throat's sore,
Oh,
everything's sore.
baby.
And today I feel like slightly better, but I did take Dayquil, so like that's helping. I'm sure it's
Mm-mm-mm.
it's it's hitting
Well,
in.
we don't have anything too crazy. We're just gonna be watching the dev stream and kind of like yapping over it, reacting a bit,
Yeah.
and then we're probably gonna boot up Path of Exile 1, right? If you feel up for it. But again, no
I'm
pressure.
down. I'm down.
It looks like just the right amount of grimy. I like it.
It's the thing about Path of Exile 1 is they don't have WASD movement in
Hmm.
that one, so it's gonna take a bit for me to get used to.
That's fair.
And I hear that it's much faster paced than
Hmm.
PoE
Hmm.
2, so it's
This is
gonna
why I
definitely
brought
feel
Yuzu, by the way.
different.
The moment Ray, I was like, "Can we please pitch Yuzu for this?" Because I know how much you. I am ready to be lore dumped on. Come on, keep going. I love this. Give it to me.
Yeah. I'm really excited though because they have like a Templar looking class, and they don't have Templar in 2 yet.
Templar is kind of like monkish, right? Or no, it's like
It's
a
like
paladinish. Yeah,
paladin.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
I love when Yuzu tells me everything. I
Mhm,
love it.
mhm.
We
I'm
love.
curious how different it'll feel, but
Mm-mm.
um, I mean, it definitely has more content than 2
Mhm.
because 2 is still
Well,
early
it's been
access
around
technically.
for
Yeah.
way many more years. Just a reminder to everybody: Path of Exile 1 is free. Path of Exile 2 will be free. Right now, if you do pay to play it, it's to play it in early access. So if you
Mm.
want to wait for Path of Exile 2 to be free, you can play Path of Exile 1.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
2013 release. That's 12 years of content. And as you can see, spoiler, because at first, by the way, Yuzu, I was scared that I was spoiling, but thank God they have it in the title. Path of Exile 3.26 Secrets of the Atlas expansion
Oh,
announcement.
yeah, I when I mentioned it, I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait, am I
Am
supposed
I
to say that
spoiling?
yet?" Like, I don't know if people know. I'm like telling their secrets before they actually stream.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. No, luckily they announced it. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear me opening packages. I got my little. Yeah, it sucks when you're traveling and it's kind of inevitable. If one person gets a little bit sick, it's over. And traveling is just
Yeah.
so hard on the immune system. Everyone's tired.
Yeah.
Has this ever happened? Well, I guess it just happened. I will be so good. And then the moment I go on vacation, I get sick because finally my body is like,
Mm.
we can get sick. You don't have work deadlines. You can actually
I
get sick.
I think this is actually like one of the first times I've got like omega sick, like super sick from
Mm-mm.
vacation. Because like
But
I
luckily it
mean,
happened
I've
after the vacation,
traveled.
right? So you actually got to enjoy
Yeah.
Thailand and stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like because I got sick now, like for at least for Anime Expo, like maybe I'll have like a stronger immunity for like
Yeah.
the same sickness. Hopefully, I don't
Yeah,
get sick again. So it's like maybe a blessing in disguise that I got sick
it could be.
after my trip.
I have noticed that like post COVID, I get one horrendous cold a year. Like we're talking, I think I'm
Yeah.
seeing God or Satan, you know?
You're seeing God.
I'm like, I am
You're like
horrendously.
ascending.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, if I die, I die, you know?
It's like the
So
SpongeBob ascending meme.
yeah, yeah. So I was actually thinking of maybe getting, I don't know, like a flu vaccine or even like a COVID vaccine before it. Ugh, I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking that too because I don't want to get sick again. I always feel like I have a really strong immune system because like normally I don't really get sick. Like I remember when swine flu was like when the patch dropped for that, like my whole family got swine flu and like I was the only one that just never got it.
Swine flu. Oh my god, you're giving me the SARS and the stuff in like the early 2000s. Oh my goodness. I'm
Yeah, when
getting.
the swine flu patch dropped, like I didn't get it. Like
Mm-mm-mm. It wasn't
I carried
H1Z1, but it
it.
was like H1 something. I remember it was like H wants something. All right, let me get my volume up. Are we 30 seconds behind the official one? Good. We're gonna be. Let me refresh.
Let me see. It starts in 3 minutes, Mata.
Yeah, 3
I even
minutes,
subbed
20,
to it so I
21
don't get
seconds.
any ads.
Wait, I have the Twitch. I forget the name of
Turbo?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you should be fine then.
Are you on the 2K source? Maybe that's why it's lagging me a little bit. Are we gonna
It's not
start
lagging for me?
Po 1? I will farm a mirror, you queens. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Po 1 after this. Let's test how loud we are talking though. Oh, baby.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Cough louder. We love women talk.
Cough louder.
Cough louder, queen.
Okay, wait. I need to make sure that the link is working for the panel.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't working before. Because I don't think it was live yet.
Can you also check my panel, please, Zero, if it works? I feel like my volume is being.
Yeah, it's not working yet. I think hopefully Ray will
Yeah.
ping us.
Let me try putting it down in quality.
I'm gonna switch the category to Path of Exile
Yeah.
since it's already
It's time.
it's time.
Nice. Okay, yeah, it doesn't lag anymore. I think I just had to turn it down from the 2K quality. Oh my god, I'm so excited! Everybody quiet, my movie is starting. My favorite show is on. My TV show is on. Hey, if anybody wants to level classes with us, please do. Please do. Kind of level, what is it, in tandem? Adjacently.
Adjacently.
You're going to be so cured by the time Anime Expo comes. You're going to be giving us diseases.
Oh god.
So excited.
Nurgle will be happy.
Oh, we got pinged on Discord. Hold on. Let me just double check.
She said that it will not go live for another 5-10 minutes. So
as long
if
as
someone
we're
can
good.
remind us in 5-10 minutes to check our link,
please.
That'd be great.
Oh my god, less than a minute. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hi, I'm Chris from Grinding Gear Games.
From GGG.
Oh, it's Mark now.
Triple
Okay, Mark.
G.
Is it going to be Mark or Chris? Chris quit. Oh my god, drama.
Wait, Chris quit?
Chris quit. It's Mark now. Oh my god.
Strong.
Unbelievable.
Jonathan. Wait, which one's the one that does the updates for PoE 2? Because I like him. I like him a lot.
Jonathan. It's Jonathan. It's Jonathan.
Yuzu and Jonathan sitting in a tree.
What the hell?
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Oh, I'm sorry. During Pride Month, I'm the worst.
Oh, it's him.
Hi.
I like this guy.
From Grinding Gear Games.
Oh my god, his little
Showcasing new
accent
expansion for PoE 1.
and his
It's
little
certainly been
hair.
too long since we had one of these. Now we had some
He looks
struggles
so
in the studio
sweet.
for a little while there. But we've got our shit together and
I
we're
would
back in
love
action now.
to.
They got their
Path of
shit
Exile
talk
together.
with
Secrets of
him.
the Atlas is coming out 1 week from now on the 13th
You hear
of
that,
June.
Ray?
And we're committing right
Yuzu
now
wants
to
a
full-on
one-on-one
cycle
interview.
For both PoE 1 and 2. That means the next PoE 2 league will be in August, and the next PoE 1 league after that will be in
I
October.
think he's
Let's
just
go!
such a
Twitch drops are enabled on today's
just like
live
a
stream.
dev
So you'll
that's
be able to claim your Skull
so
of
good at
Undeath
listening
helmet
to
skin
his
by following the instructions below.
The community.
This
peephole.
Skull
Yeah.
of Undeath will track and show your total number of kills, deaths, and your KDR.
Ooh. I can
Just
turn up the
because Path of
video.
Exile isn't a first-person shooter doesn't mean this isn't important. Proudly or shamefully, link it to your friends or in global chat to show it off.
Oh my god.
And with that, let's get to why you're here. Secrets of the Atlas.
Yeah!
Atlas.
Show me. You're
You
welcome.
can search 1,000 worlds and still never
Is this
truly
loud enough for
discover
you,
who
my
you
loves?
are. Trust me,
Look at that man in the
I
armor.
should know. But now, I seek something more tangible.
Louder.
Someone I care for. Trapped within the Atlas.
Oh my god.
Reliving memories.
Sexy redhead lady.
Made real. What have you done? Made grotesque.
Hey, he just killed his kid. He just killed a child. What the?
These manifestations.
F them kids.
Must
He
be
did it to
destroyed.
summon a demon. Come on, obviously.
Their threads must be eradicated.
Ooh, that looks like
I
such a
must
fun
have
boss.
We must
I was
find
gonna kill
the
that one
originator.
too.
Probably,
we
eh?
must save my sister.
Whoa, she looks cool.
She looks awesome. Yeah, I think I'm lagging a bit too much on the 2K. Darn it.
Yeah, I'm on the highest settings, but it's like still kind of
It stutters a bit, eh?
yeah, a little bit.
That looks amazing. What the heck? Rune crafts.
I can't wait to see the tree in Path of Exile 1.
Oh, how bad it's gonna be the skill tree. Oh god.
Target.
Target inside.
Job's done.
Let me turn it down a little bit. Oh, those tentacles. Wow. Ho 1 has an even
Your
bigger
sanity
tree.
is not promised to you here.
Wow, what's that? Play for free next week?
Oh, 1 p.m. June 13 PDT.
I'm
Hi.
Mark Roberts, Game
Hi,
Director
Mark.
on Path of Exile. As you just saw from the
They seem
trailer,
so
there's
nice.
a lot to show you. Today, we will take you on a deep
Path of
dive
Exile
into
is
the
free to
new
play.
Path of
Yeah.
Exile, Secrets of the Atlas
I guess
endgame
now's a
update.
good time to say that
Then
Yuzu and
we'll
I
explore
will
the new
be
challenge league,
also
the
streaming
Mercenaries of Trathus.
this game
After
next week.
that, we'll cover the integration of gold into PoE 1 and how we're bringing Settlers of
Thank you,
Kalgur
GGG.
into the core game. Finally, we have a much-awaited upgrade to Betrayal League and a set of
Ooh.
quality of life improvements. Then, we'll wrap up by discussing our Boss Kill race event, showing you our new supporter packs,
Boss Kill
and
race
ending with a
event.
live
That we're
Q&A
gonna win,
session,
obviously.
where Ziggy D will ask Jonathan
That's
and
gonna be
I
us.
your questions from Twitch.
That's what we're actually going to be streaming next
In
week.
Path of Exile Secrets of the Atlas,
Not us starting
strange
the
rifts
game.
have begun to appear across the Atlas. Zana has returned and appears to be trapped within.
Zana.
Partway through the endgame, you will meet Egan, an intelligent
Egan,
man
he
with
looks
mysterious
cool.
heritage. These tears in reality he has discovered are actually threads of memory, distorted
Ooh.
and made real by the Atlas. Egan is able to create a link to these memory threads and open portals to them.
Oh my
Working
god.
with Egan, you must step through and
Well,
find
we
Zana.
already know what happens to the
or
baby.
whatever remains of her.
Unfortunately.
They get Thanos
Okay,
snap.
so that's the story background. But how does this expansion actually work? In the Secrets of the Atlas, the pursuit of Zana with Egon is a new storyline that is
Oh my God.
introduced in high-tier maps. Upon meeting Egan and discovering the tier, he will then transfer it to your map device and reveal
Oh my god, I
this
can
on
be
your
an aura
Atlas.
bot for Mata.
thread
Yeah,
of
you
memories.
can. You can buff
In
me.
order to now access each
5-minute
map on
reminder.
the thread, you simply need
Let
to
me know
talk
if,
to Egan
Ray
when
answers.
you're ready, and he'll open the areas in sequence.
Okay, I have the Discord open.
These areas can
nice,
be
nice.
fully influenced by your Atlas tree.
I'm not gonna lie,
scarabs,
this armor looks
fragments,
insane.
And everything of the sort.
You can actually
Holy.
get that in 2.
As you work your way
know, but
along
I'm not
the
that
thread,
far.
you will discover that these maps have manifested
It's a
dangerous
cosmetic.
threats,
that you
influenced by
can
the
buy.
memories of Zana herself.
See, she knows everything.
Monsters
I love her.
here are imbued with memory petals. Defeat them to
I'm gonna
absorb
try
this
again.
power, which can be unleashed as a map. Different maps on the thread have different abilities, and these abilities appear on an additional mini skill bar
Oh my god,
next
there's
to
so
your
many
regular
potions
skills.
on the bottom.
I
left.
know.
For example, memory of
5 whole
disbelief will
potions. I'm
cause
so
all
excited. I need
affected
more
monsters
buttons to
stop
spam.
dropping equipment items, meaning you can now only drop more valuable items
no.
like currency and maps.
Are you
Memory
ready
of
for all the
Panic will
uniques
make
we're gonna
all
farm?
affected monsters revive immediately after death.
I'm ready for all
which
of the
means you can get
items
twice as
dropping
much
on the floor
experience
that I
and
can
drops from
shuffle
them.
through.
And memory
Mm-hmm.
of impatience will cause all surrounding enemies to give you their souls, temporarily increasing your power.
Poe drops like
As you
100
progress
times more
further into
items.
the
Oh
thread of
no.
memories, the maps can have more than one memory.
It's gonna be really annoying
and
the
thus
first
you can
time
have
I
more
play
than one powerful ability.
today.
As you gather memory petals, you can use these powers together. Each skill costs its own amount of memory petals.
I like how he
using
says
the examples
petals.
above, You can first use Memory of Impatience to become way more
What
powerful.
class is he playing?
Then
is
use
that
Memory
the
of
Marauder or
Panic to
something?
prepare them to
I
revive when
might
they are slain.
have to do Witch
Then
just
use
because I
Memory
like
of
Witch,
Disbelief
but we'll see.
to cause them to drop
I'm a
better,
filthy staff
more
user.
valuable items.
Oh, for a second I thought
Finally,
Elliot was gifting
obliterate
me
them all.
those subs. God
The Memory
damn.
of Panic will kick in,
Do
causing
you
them
see
to
it pop up on
revive,
your screen?
and then wipe them out again,
Oh, yeah.
allowing you to replay the experience
I
and
got
enhance drops
bamboozled.
twice.
Thanks, Elliot.
There are many combinations of
For
these
gifting to
powers, so
GGG.
you'll have to carefully consider how they best work
Dude, look
together.
at all those orbs.
I know.
That's not the only extra layer of content juicing these maps offer.
I'm so excited.
As you defeat
Holy.
the boss of each map along the thread, you are presented with an altar.
Ooh.
This altar will apply a modifier to all following maps in the thread.
Let's
and these
go.
will stack as you go. So the deeper
Farming.
you delve into a memory, the more mods you will
Farming, farming, farming. I
This,
love
combined
farming.
with the special abilities, will allow for some of the most juice maps ever run in Path of Exile.
Did he say most juice
Let's take
maps?
a look at some of the altar mods.
Juiced.
You are always presented with two choices and must
That's
pick
the
one.
term.
This
Juiced
mod,
maps.
for example, will cause some rare
Yeah.
monsters to be possessed by tormented
I
spirits.
love being most juiced.
Where this mod makes Keurig modifiers free to craft.
I love it.
Both of these apply to all subsequent maps in the thread.
Oh my god.
The final map in each thread is a true challenge, with all
Cardinal
the altar mods applying
fear.
to it and guarded by a powerful boss.
The deceitful
Each of
god.
these bosses are familiar, but dreamlike. Drawn
Ooh.
from Zana's memories and warped by the Atlas into something very different and terrifying.
Who's Zana and why is she bad?
In this
Zana
map,
is an
you will
NPC
fight the
from
pinnacle
the
boss,
game.
Cirrus.
That like
Fueled by
was an
Zana's
important NPC
affectionate
and they just
memories
came
of
back.
him,
That's why
his
everybody's
enhanced abilities
freaking
can
out.
prove to be a unique challenge.
Oh,
I'm guessing it was a well-loved
If you
character.
manage to defeat Cirrus, or one of the
Or
other warped
well-hated
memory bosses,
character.
Oh, she is
they
waifu
will drop
number
a
one.
map fragment,
I think she
which
is
Egan
love.
can use to delve deeper into the memory tears.
Well,
With
well,
these,
love.
you can access a set
NPC.
of 3 new pinnacle bosses.
whoa! 3 new pinnacle bosses.
In this arena, the moment of reverence,
I'm ready.
Zana is reliving a memory of her father, Valdo, giving a passionate speech in Oriath.
She used to be Russian. I mean,
The
Zana
Atlas
sounds like
distorts this memory
Zana,
of
so
her
I'm not
father
surprised.
as a powerful, influential man and manifests those emotions into a
Oh my god,
twisted
that
is
boss
one of the
looks
pinnacle
incarnation
insane.
of dread.
They look insane with like the little sharp teeth and stuff. Wow.
That's the guy that killed
Another
the
memory
child.
created is the incarnation
I'm ready.
of neglect and the incarnation of fear.
Oh, that guy.
Good luck,
Woo!
exiles.
Oh, these are the 3 pinnacle bosses.
Yeah.
Of course, if
They
you are
look
brave
so cool.
and strong enough to defeat them,
Yeah.
each of these new pinnacle bosses have new unique items befitting them. If you slay the incarnation of fear, you might be lucky enough to find the Star Caller unique abyssal
Ooh, that
axe.
looks like a Sailor Moon staff.
We're gonna show this one because it's straight up badass. The Star Caller axe is
Badass.
a weapon that can
They
harness
said it.
the
We could
power
say
of the
ass
stars
now.
themselves
Yeah, what the
to deal
heck?
immense damage. What makes it shine, however, is that on melee crit, it casts Starfall, a new skill.
We
With
can
the
say
right
ass
build,
in the
You
sponsor.
can carpet
Ass,
entire
ass,
areas
ass.
and wipe out screens of enemies
Juice
as you rain
maps.
down the elements upon them.
Juice maps.
Another item you may find, and this
Oh,
one
this
is
is
my
my item.
favorite,
This is my
the
item.
Wine of the Prophet unique flask.
She is love.
It consumes a
The
lot
mo-
of
the
charges,
wine mom
but every
item.
time you use it, you draw a random divination card.
Isn't that crazy?
This card appears above you
30% increase
and
for every
correlates
item
to a powerful
found.
buff.
Let's go.
If you draw the escape card, you'll gain increased movement speed. Or maybe
I'm gonna
you'll draw
check
the
my,
doctor,
Do
which
it.
will
my
cause you
link
to
real
gain
quick.
the
Okay.
modifiers of slain rares you kill.
I love it. I need the wine
Effectively,
one.
You can think of this unique as being many other uniques all in one.
Okay, it
There are
still
many,
doesn't
many
work.
cards to draw, each with varying degrees of power to grant. Okay, but let's get back to the Atlas.
Plunging
After
solitude.
defeating all 3
Oh.
new pinnacle bosses, you'll be able to find new memory-influenced Tier 16 maps.
Holy
These
cow.
maps come with the previously
Marked for
mentioned
death?
special abilities and monsters infused with memory pedals, but
I
can
mean,
also
these look
roll the
juiced
same
as
modifiers
frick.
typically found
Yep,
in Tier
yep,
17
freaking
maps,
juice.
making them
The
far
item
more
rarity
rewarding.
though on the right.
Oh wait, where?
With
Oh,
all
I
these
didn't.
new
I was reading
memory
the one on the
maps
left.
Comes a new item mechanic.
Oh my god, I was moving my
Items in
mouse.
these maps can drop with memory strength.
I thought it was my
And will
mouse.
have a random amount, up to 100. This does a few things. When you
What
identify
class is
the
this,
item, it
chat?
will increase the
Yeah,
tiers of modifiers
it looks like
your
some
item
kind
has.
of
Generally
not barbarian
speaking,
because they have a
the
mace
more
and a
memory
shield.
strands, the better the item will be.
I love how everybody calls you
On
Tangerine.
top of this, whenever you're crafting that item using currency orbs to replace or add
Only
modifiers,
Kiwi's
such as
dad can call me
alterations,
Tangerine.
chaos, and
They've
so
all
forth,
been calling you
it will
Tangerine.
consume some memory strands
It
to
looks,
make
yeah,
the crafted
Crusader,
mods
maybe
more
Man at
powerful.
Arms. Mm-hmm.
The new pinnacle bosses also drop new crafting currencies, which can be used to
Gladiator with
manipulate
Champion
the amount
Ascension
of memory
Class. Thank you,
strands on an
Kiki.
item. The Orb of Remembrance will let you add memory strands
Do you guys think
to any
Elon Musk will
normal
be playing the
equipment.
DLC?
So if you have your perfect base to
Oh,
craft
God.
on, and it doesn't already have
Sorry,
memory
the
strands,
what is it called?
you can add some
The
before
expansion.
The Orb of Unraveling will consume
No,
all
it's probably
remaining
gonna be
memory
someone he
strands on an
hired.
item to randomly upgrade its mod tiers. This orb's effectiveness is based on the number of memory strands it consumes.
It's the Starlink lag, I promise,
The Orb
guys.
of Intention can be used on memory influence maps to reduce item drops, but
He's gonna
improve
be
the
playing
chance
on
Do you guys
of
think
finding
Elon
items
Musk
with
is
memory.
watching with us?
Tutorial boss.
Yeah, right.
In the process of adding these new currency
died to
items,
the tutorial
we
boss.
realized something was missing. The Shaper and the Elder did not have their own
I'm not
exalted
proud,
orbs.
but it is who I am.
This has now been rectified. Both bosses now have exalted orbs, which can add their influence to an item.
Murder boots.
Xana was there from the beginning, when the Shaper Pinnacle fight was first added.
Wait, is
She
Witch the
helped defeat
only
the Elder, and she was a
mage in
critical part of the
PoE one?
Conqueror's storyline.
I'm not sure.
Now, with
I think there's
all six
6
influence
classes,
types having their
but
own exalted
we're
orbs,
gonna take a look.
the cycle is complete. It's almost as if we could now do
Make
some sort of
anyone a
new, epic,
You aren't
unique
claiming
item
to be a top
interact
tier
with
player? Oh, yes, I am.
them. In other news,
Oh, yeah.
there of course
Wait
has
till
to
you
be
find out
Atlas
about my
passive tree
big
support
ego.
for this new in-game
You think
content.
my breasts are big?
Let's take a look at a few things we're
Wait
at.
till you find my ego.
The Grasp the Past notable
Holy
passive skill
She-bar.
increases the chance for the amount of memory strands on items dropped in your memory influence maps to be lucky. This means
Yeah,
it will
which is the
roll
mage
number
class.
of memory
Yuzu,
strands
my love.
twice, keeping the highest value. By allocating traumatic experience, remembered kindness, or educated upbringing, you'll decrease the chance of finding memory threads that lead to specific bosses, meaning you'll have better chances at finding the memory threads you would like
Any
to
class can play any skill as long as you meet stat
this
requirements.
is
So same as
especially
Path of
useful
Exile
if you
2,
want
yeah.
to target farm a specific boss because of its unique item drops.
I can't wait to
Nice.
get into
The
Path of
secrets of the
Exile 1
Atlas will
and
have
then
you
look at the
questioning
tree
what
for
is
an
real
hour.
as you
I
attempt
know, that's
to
gonna be
free
us
Zana
just like
from
that.
warp
Da-da-da.
tiles scattered throughout the Atlas. You'll fight
It's not
new
even gonna be
Guardian and
gameplay,
Pinnacle
it's just
bosses
gonna be
tormenting
looking at
her,
the tree.
find
I
crazy
think
new
that's
Pinnacle
that's
uniques,
content.
combine and unleash memory petal empowered
Path of
skills,
Exile noob
juice
discovers
maps
the
to
skill
new
tree.
heights, and craft powerful new items. While we were showing all the juicy rewards from the new in-game system, you might have noticed that a lot of gold was dropping. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, money.
Gold was
Gold. Is
introduced during
gold
the Settlers
finally
of Calgary
useful?
expansion. It
She knows
funded the
everything.
development and operations of King's March, along with various new features such as the currency exchange, the black market,
Wait, they didn't have that before?
Oh, I love the
passive
black
respect system
market.
with Faustus.
I love spending my money.
Those features offered by Faustus will be here to stay, along with some of the other services King's March has to offer. We'll get more into that later, but don't worry. King's March has already been completed. There will be no more town building.
Damn, currency
Like
exchange
before,
is a new
gold
feature.
will be used for town services, but we're also adding a new way to use it in the upcoming league.
PoE 1
time to
plebs
talk
when they have to
about
manually
mercenaries of
trade
Trathus.
everything.
In this league, you will meet veterans who have traveled all the way from the lawless cities of Trathus. They're ready to offer their sinister services, but not for free. You will encounter these mercenaries as you journey through Rayclast, one in each area. They have their own personalities, and come
Oh,
with
they're
different
so
builds,
cute. He looked
skills,
so.
and items already equipped.
You look like
After
standing
meeting
man
them,
emoji.
As per the Trathan code, they will challenge you to a duel, a test of strength and conviction.
Give me one quick
Before
moment.
beginning the duel, you will be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered. Here, you can see the gear they have equipped, the skills they employ, and any support effects augmenting those skills.
Oh.
You must now make a choice. You can hire their services, take one of their items, or exile them.
Yuzu, can you check Discord
If you
for
choose
1
to hire
second,
them,
please, Pookie?
for a gold cost,
Yeah.
they will accompany you as a skilled combatant to assist you in fighting monsters throughout Rayclast.
Okay.
Once you've decided, you can begin the duel. This is a great opportunity to test them, as you don't want to be out of pocket with a useless rookie. However, They're
Hold on, we're
testing
having a
you too.
friend come
They
in with
also
us
don't
to
want to
watch
be
with
working
us.
for an amateur. So,
I'm gonna call in
what
the
items might
new
they be
group,
using?
okay?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, mercenary gear
Zed's
is more
joining
powerful than what
us!
you'd normally find from
Hello.
defeating monsters, as they've been
Hello.
crafting their items too. They can also come equipped with unique items, those that would make sense for the skills they are using. There are even some new unique items that can only be obtained from defeating them. One such unique is Scornflux. These boots combine agility with the mastery of the arcane. While equipped, increases to cast speed from Arcane Surge also apply to movement speed, which is worth noting
wait,
is now
that's
20%
huge.
inherently from Arcane Surge, up from 10.
What?
They also grant Arcane Surge when you use a movement skill. This allows for some speedy spellcasters. Sometimes you may meet particularly infamous
Yuzu.
Trathan mercenaries,
How's it
bearing the name
going?
of their house. These mercenaries descend from the four
It's so
major
awesome
death
to
trade
see you.
families in Trathis.
It's good to
They
They are
are
less
see you,
common, but
Zenny!
have far better items. And they are also the sole source of items with new, infamous modifiers, unseen before in Rayclast, such as these gloves, which
And I
convert
haven't
all of
played
your
Path
minions
of
fire
Exile's
damage
one
to
yet.
chaos damage.
Oh, us either.
Oh,
Or this
us
helmet,
too.
which
It's gonna be
causes
our first
nearby
time.
enemies to take
I
more
played the
physical
second
damage
one, though.
as you gain more
Yeah.
fortification.
Yeah, that one is like really good.
If
What
you're not
class did you
swayed
play
by
in the
any of
second
their
one?
equipped gear, however, you can always challenge them for the contents of their pockets.
I was
If you
enjoying
lose
that
the
it was
duel,
the new
don't
one.
worry. You don't need
Oh,
to give
the
them
Huntress?
an item. You aren't bound to Trathan tradition
Of
like
course,
that.
Yes.
you'd play the Huntress.
You are bound to
Of
Rayclast
course.
I
tradition.
couldn't get the
So,
combo down because
you'll
I'm
just
I
bad.
like throwing out tornadoes is really funny.
While playing in a party,
let me turn down
each
Zeddy.
player can decide whether
It's
or
a
not they
really
want to
good
participate
class.
in combat against the mercenary.
Before Huntress,
For
did you
each
do
player
like
that opts
Ranger
in,
too?
the mercenary gets more difficult. But if they're defeated, each player has a 50% chance to get a random reward,
I feel like Zeddy
which
would
is
be a warrior.
usually
Make a
currency
ranger
items from
class
the
right
mercenary's
after
pouch.
I knew it. I knew it.
You know Zenny so well.
Alternatively,
I
party
just
members
read
that
them
opt
like a
out of the
book.
fight can spectate
She's soul
and
ready.
cheer
I've
you on.
already bought a bunch
Or
of outfits
they might wish
too.
for your demise, so they can pick
I have
up
the
that
little
eloquent
crab
demo
teleporting
waiting off
skin
screen.
Good.
in Path of Exile 2.
Let's say you won the duel, like their items,
Oh, are we all
and
gonna
I
have
have
decide
those
decided to
really
hire them.
ginormous
What
armors.
combat skills do they bring to the table?
I'm excited to see the
Each
skins in this
mercenary
game
has an
too.
archetype. Here, this mercenary is an eruptor, which perfectly couples with my slower, more
When did
aura-focused
this
style.
game first came out?
This mercenary
2013.
is highly aggressive, and will get a lot of benefit
Whoa,
from
is
the
that
auras
that
and buffs I
paladin?
provided.
He looks so cool. What the heck?
When I'm playing a more
He's so
aggressive character
holy.
myself, though, I'll want a mercenary with a bit more resilience and utility. I've just run into a striker, who can spawn
As in, I
with
started with the
vigilant
cursor.
Top-down
strike.
types of
And
freaking
if you're
RPG
lucky, a
games.
very
I
rare
play a
golden
lot of
support
these.
that causes
Yeah,
the
me
fortify
too.
granted by his vigilant strike to apply
Well, apparently
to me
we're
as well.
going to be
Sorry,
stealing
go
you
ahead.
next week. No. We're going to
He
be
will
stealing
also
you next week when
frequently
we
use
play.
enduring
I'm
craft,
excited.
taunting enemies off of me.
It's more fun to play
and
with
operating
friends.
as a tanky front line
I will
while
be
I
ready
blitz off
for you.
damage from the back.
We are
Sometimes when you
planning
fight a
Yuzu and I to
mercenary,
like take
you
a look
may
at the
notice
game
the skills they're
after
using
this
are different from
showcase as
normal.
well, just because
For
we're probably
example,
going to be looking at the
this
skill tree
sniper
for an hour.
is using a Trathan version of Siege Ballista. If you're lucky, you will be able to select it as your reward when challenging them. Then defeat them, and they'll drop the Trathan gem as promised.
Oh, have you guys never
You
seen
can
a
only
scale
have
tree?
one mercenary
Oh, no,
accompany
not
you
in the
at a
first
played a
time,
little bit of the
but up to
first
3
one.
total in your service.
I haven't
other
seen
two
the
will
first
wait patiently
one
in
skill
town.
tree, but the second one
Having varied
is
options
still
is
pretty
useful,
like crazy.
as there may
Yup.
be situations where you need specific backup.
Apparently the
like a
first one's even
difficult boss
crazier.
fight.
Yeah,
Any of your mercenaries you have active
I
or in
think
your
there's a
reserves
clip of me
can have
reacting
their
to the
equipment
skill
replaced
tree,
with
and I
items
felt
of your
my
choosing.
brain explode.
They don't level up. So
Just
you will
regular
want to be looking
streamer
out
thing.
for
My
more
brain the
skilled
right
and
way,
more
though.
powerful mercenaries as you advance through the campaign.
I'm not going to
and
lie, getting mercenaries, thank God, because I
If your
am bad at
mercenary falls
games.
in combat, you will need to return to town and spend some gold on healing supplies to get them back on
And
their
I can't
feet.
always have my friends help me
Then
game,
perhaps consider
so
giving them
I'm
some
happy.
upgrades, if you think it's deserved. I just wanted to clarify,
I will always help you
mercenaries
where I
do
can.
not lose their equipment when defeated. If your merc buddy consistently fails you,
Oh
you
no.
can just dismiss them and find a new, more resilient ally.
I wonder
I'm
if you
trying
can.
to remember that the first one is a lot more harder than the second one.
That's what the folks are saying.
You think so? Wait, really?
That's what the people are saying,
Earlier,
yeah.
I mentioned you could exile
Oh.
mercenaries.
I feel like
I
I've
do
heard
like
the
that.
If
other
you
way
keep running
around.
into a mercenary archetype and you think, man, this guy stinks, their gear is trash and they have no auras, you can then choose to exile
Listen,
them.
grinding gear games.
If you win the duel,
I have a
they'll
thing
be
to tell you.
forced
It's
to
going to be
leave with their
crazy.
tail between their
Marrying
legs,
your
and you
mercenary.
won't encounter that
Make it
archetype
happen,
again
please.
for a while.
I want to fight with my husband in video
Now,
games.
alongside these new
option.
Trathan
Please.
arrivals, we shouldn't forget about
There
the
is no
recent
peace in these
Kalgurin ones
games,
too.
unfortunately.
Please
As we
let me
mentioned earlier,
kiss, fall
the
in
Settlers
love.
update introduced gold-based respeaking of passive points. You can
There is
now do
only
so by
death.
talking to a number of NPCs throughout Rayclast, starting with Bestil and Lionize Watch.
Oh shoot.
Oh my god.
Black
Wow.
market
Why did they
gambling,
give him such big
previously just available in
abdominals?
King's March, is
There's
now
only
available
blood
in
and
each
death
town
path
at the
of
same
exiles.
NPC. This
Guys,
lets you
I
buy
think
randomly
Vedal
generated
just
item
raided
bases for
me.
gold.
Say hello.
Very useful if you're stuck for upgrades
Hello,
or searching for
hello.
a specific unique. The currency exchange
Heck
will be
yeah.
returning too.
Much love.
Starting from Lionize Watch in Act 6,
I love how
you'll
you
be able
spent
to
your
find
money
Faustus,
on
who
very
can help
legal
facilitate
things.
these
Tootel.
trades. Now, after almost a year of building, Johan is finally satisfied with the upgrades
Oh
made
my.
to the town, and now its services can be used to their full effect. King's March is going core, but there will be no more town building.
For everybody coming
The
in, we
game
are
still
reacting.
looks really
As you
good.
start running
It
maps in the
does.
game, you'll start to find different ore veins.
We're reacting to
which
the
Kalgurin
new
workers can
expansion
mine for
announcement
you.
of Path of Exile.
The shipping
one.
mechanic invites you to send these ores and crops to Karui and Kalgurin ports, and they'll
Oh,
return
yes.
rewards in kind.
Oh my goodness. I
By sending
love
shipments, you'll receive different items. But by
I
sending
love
to Karui
a town
ports, you will
simulator.
also receive tattoos, which can be
I feel
used
like
on your
there's so
passive
many
tree to
things that I
change what
was
stats
spoiled
they
by
grant.
in Path of Exile 2, where I don't
The
know if it's a new
Kalgurin
feature
ports
in
will be
one.
sending back
Right?
rune grafts, which is a new passive tree mechanic that replaces
Like
the
I said,
runesmithing
please just let me
service
marry my
previously offered
mercenary.
by the town.
And I'm
Path
so
of
happy.
Exile 2 was
These
very
are similar
smooth.
to tattoos, but
Yeah.
instead of replacing stat nodes,
I liked it a
they
lot.
replace a passive tree mastery node. For example, Runegraft of the Bound reduces bonuses gained from boots, but increases bonuses gained from gloves.
Oh.
Runegraft of the River
I
has
heard
a
you hate
chance
your
to
boots and
recover
you
your
love your
life to full
gloves.
if you reach low life.
Nice.
And the Runegraft of Time, which has a chance for your cooldown skills to instantly recover from their cooldown, which I will note includes cooldowns on your triggers. Just
I
in
have to
case you
say,
wanted to
it
trigger
is really
even
awesome that
more
they're working on
spells.
both games. And they're
There are
not
many
letting
other
the first game
Runegrafts
die
which cover
just
a wide
because
range of different builds
they have
and
a new
Yeah.
game.
styles. Some are more
That is
common
big
and others
points.
rarer.
The release of 2 is a
I've
You can
little
only use
Absolutely.
one
rocky,
of a given type at a time,
considering,
but you can use them on
like
any
their
mastery
team was
on your
so
passive
small
tree,
for both games.
which can be particularly
Wait, how big is
useful
their team?
for off-class investment.
Well, it's like they were.
Isla has
they used
continued
the
to
same
make
team for both
modifications to the
games, so it was like
Oh.
it
She
was
has
kinda
developed a
like
new method of recombination that you may
pushing
recognize from Path of Exile 2.
limits almost.
For those unfamiliar, this method allows you to decide which modifiers on the two input items you want to try merge together, and it has a success chance you can see. This method can result in the items being destroyed. However, it is a good option to use when trying to create items with fewer mods to use as crafting projects. Given the existing recombinating mechanic was very powerful for top-end crafting, we didn't want to remove it. We have kept it, and you can now choose to use it the old way or the new way.
Oh
By
yeah,
letting fate
POE
decide, it will
1 is the
combine the
one
two
that
items
Lena
randomly.
worked on.
There is no
she did,
risk
like,
of destroying
environment
the
stuff.
Really?
but it will
Oh,
be
that
less
is
predictable.
really cool. What the heck? I
That's
think I
so
knew that
freaking
already,
cool.
actually.
As Settlers is now a core mechanic,
Yeah.
we've also added Atlas passive tree support. For
They had
example,
some people on Path of
if you
Exile
wanted to
1, but
gather
they
more
dragged
Varisia
99% of them
you could
to
take this
2.
notable.
Oh.
Each ore has a similar node. Refiner's
Someone said she
Bargain
made
converts
booty holes
items
in
dropped by
chapter
possessed
4,
monsters
what?
into thaumaturgic dust, sulfite into random ores, and life
I
force
thought she
into
made
random
rocks.
crops.
I'm gonna lose my brains.
Well,
We've
if you
also
look at
added
some
a set of
rocks closely,
Kalgurin
they look like
scarabs,
booty
so you
holes.
can
That's
add more
her.
Ore deposits, increase the rarity of monsters that guard ore deposits to at least
That's her.
magic,
That's the
Is
one.
this
or
true?
gather smelted bars from ore you mark.
Of course,
instead
Zen. I
of
would never
ores.
lie to you.
Rock, is this true?
To sum it all up, King's March is now a thriving town where you can employ a swath of workers to collect
when I spread
resources,
misinformation.
refine ores, craft items,
Did you know, Yuzu,
And
that if
run
Zen
maps for
gets
you.
100k on her
send
subathon,
shipments of
she's going to
resources
take
in
2 weeks
exchange
off
for
to marry
tattoos
me
and rune
so I can
grafts,
finally get my
using
citizenship.
those to modify your passive tree to an extent never seen
Yeah.
before.
You heard it here, chat.
It's true.
Following on from that, we've
You
also
heard it
made a
here.
substantial
Comes
rework
the
to another
bride.
important mechanic, betrayal.
Ooh!
As a refresher, And to
I
explain
love
to new
betrayal.
players, let's briefly explain what betrayal is. Betrayal is a
Betrayal.
mechanic introduced in Act
Oh.
9 and tells the story of Jun R.O.A.C.H and her
Okay.
investigation of the Immortal Syndicate. This is a mysterious group of exiles who can seemingly come back from death.
I never
You must
realized how
help Jun
big
to
this
uncover their
expansion
leader,
would be.
the Syndicate Mastermind.
They cooked.
The Immortal
clean.
Syndicate is organized into 4 divisions.
They put a lot of love into
Transportation,
this.
fortification, research, and intervention. As you encounter the Immortal Syndicate members, you'll gain intelligence for each of these divisions to
It's
discover
a-
the location of their leaders.
It's a
tracking them to their
mystery.
safe houses.
Wow.
Defeating the division leaders at their safe houses will reward you with intelligence on the Syndicate
That
Mastermind.
is so cool.
In your journey to track down the Syndicate leader, you'll manipulate the members of the Immortal Syndicate to change
What the-
divisions,
Oh my
form friendships and
god.
rivalries,
Oh my god, you're like a detective.
You are. Da da da.
even banish them from the Syndicate for a time.
Okay. I want to be
Historically,
Scooby Doo.
After encountering
This
and
is a
defeating the
crazy
Syndicate
looking
Mastermind,
expansion.
the stage of the
Yeah.
Immortal
Well,
Syndicate would
It's
reset,
huge.
requiring
I
you to start
remember
from the beginning
people
of the
saying
investigation
that, like,
again.
PoE1.
This has always been a difficult decision for players and can
so
often
maybe
feel
this is why
bad.
like the update
Do
is so
you
huge.
fight the Mastermind for a chance at the special loot, or keep farming the safe houses that you've spent so long setting up?
Vorici.
Well, in the Secrets of the Atlas expansion, we've split
Well,
out
one
the
endgame
Mastermind
is so
to be
deep. I mean, it's
completely
12 years
separate from
old,
the core
right?
mechanic. The boss is now accessible through a new fragment
Wow.
that has a chance to drop from the safe house
Don't
leaders
say
at
that
high
again,
levels.
because I feel old when you
The
say
Mastermind no longer resets the state of the
It's 12
Immortal
years
Syndicate.
old.
You can now build your betrayal board to your liking, optimize
Holy
it,
heck.
do mastermind fights, and reap the rewards without having to lose all your progress every time.
I
The
cannot
boss
wait to
fight
get to
itself
this
has
place
also
in game.
been
Holy.
improved, now with significantly fewer immunity phases and new rewards.
Is the
By the way,
quality right
if
now
you're a
like
new
a
player to
little
Path of
grainy
Exile
for
1,
you guys?
Yeah,
don't worry about
I had
this
to lower
detail.
mine to
This content
away
is
from
optional,
2K
and you
because
can
it would lag a
discover
lot.
and with it at your
I'm at the
own
highest
pace.
setting.
Yeah.
The Mastermind
It lags
still
a lot
has
when I'm
chance
on the
to drop
highest
a
setting.
Veiled Orb, now renamed to Veiled Exalted Orb.
I think it's just
Veiled Chaos Orbs are being re-added to other safe house leaders.
whatever they're
In
broadcasting
addition,
off of.
the Mastermind now drops the new All Flame Embers. All Flame
Do y'all
Embers
prefer
are
it
map
on the
fragments
better
that
quality?
replace monster packs
My
and
Momos?
in-game
Oh, no,
maps
it-
with
ugh.
different types
Sorry,
of special
Momos.
monsters.
I answered my own question.
These packs have
Relax a
positions
little bit.
or rewards. For example, you might use the
Suffering.
All Flame Ember of Cormac, which replaces packs with syndicate monsters and their leaders, who revive after the map boss has been slain. This might
I like how
at
the
first
health
seem
bar
like
has
a
little
backtrack,
This guy's
spikes.
build.
But these monsters
I
when
know,
revived
it's
are far more
crazy.
intense and rewarding.
He has no more health
What's
potion
crazy
though.
is like this is probably like one of the
It is
least
our
visual
intention with All
effects
Flames to
type
provide
builds.
many different types that combine with other mechanics,
I am
multiplying
so
with your
excited
existing
for
modifiers
everything
in
lagging.
new and interesting ways.
All flames, all the juicy.
Another good example of this
I'm excited
is
for
the
the
All Flame
juicy.
Ember of Propagation. When slain, special rare monsters added by this
We
All
gotta
Flame
get you a
here
dual
will spread
PC
their
setup.
modifiers to other rare monsters in the map.
Only after I have a
This
tech
can be
husband
useful when trying
or
to
tech
create
wife.
singular, very powerful,
Until
and
then,
very
I
rewarding
can't.
monsters. Something akin to meat sacks, which are making a reinvented comeback with this update too.
One of the requirements to become my partner
Another
is
is
you
the
have to be
All
really
Flame
good
Ember
with
of
tech.
Resplendence.
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
my
yeah,
Which
yeah.
adds
partner.
monsters that drop no items. But when you
It's
slay
true.
them, you get buff stacks of increased quantity and rarity
Oh,
to enhance the
Yuzu.
drops
Apparently,
of all
we
other
gotta
monsters.
tell Zen about Epic after this.
All Flame Embers can be
Yep.
placed in your map device
Keep
like
that,
scarabs,
keep that in your
Yes.
pocket.
and used in conjunction with scarabs to further customize your maps.
Zen, I'm so happy
We're
you're
looking
here.
forward to seeing which
I am
combinations
excited.
players find to enhance
Let
their
us talk to
maps.
you.
Perhaps you'll use all scarabs, all
Yeah,
flames,
thank you for
or
having
maybe
me.
mix and match.
Of course.
It's up to you.
For my
The
future tech
Mastermind's
wife.
unique items have also been improved. The veiled modifiers generated on these items are now from a custom pool exclusive to those uniques.
I'm not quite familiar with the
Bitterbind
first one,
Point,
but
for
I'm
example,
familiar with the
can
second
now
one.
have various Spectre-specific outcomes,
The
such
way
as
we've all
plus
played
one additional
the
Spectre.
second one, but like never played with each other.
Aside from
or
improved
the
rewards
second
from the
one.
Mastermind, all the safe house rewards have also been rebalanced. We've done a pass on the crafting sprees at the end of many safe houses. For those who aren't aware how these crafting sprees work,
Yeah, you have
well,
It's time to
it's
end
simple.
that.
There's a crafting bench with an item in it and a bunch of currency.
Oh, and you
There's
just...
a limited amount of time, and your only objective is to craft the best item possible before the time ends.
I like how you have so
One
many
of the
mini
problems that
games
crafting
inside
sprees
Path of
have is that
Exile.
they often require you to
Wait,
have
this is actually
specific
kind of
items on hand.
huge.
in
That way
order
you
to
can't
best
can't
maximize
break
result. But how are you
your armor
supposed to know
that
that beforehand?
hard.
In order to solve this, most of the crafting sprees now offer pre-generated items.
This
This
is,
has
like,
also allowed us to add much
huge.
more powerful crafting options in each spree.
Okay.
Let's take a look at a few examples. In this spree, a randomly generated amulet or ring will be waiting for you.
Question. Are
Test
we
your
allowed to
crafting
receive
skill
gold
or luck
donations from our
with this
audience
reflecting
when we
mist
play
crafting
Poe?
And see if you can create something
I am
worthy of
accepting
Kalandra's
unique items, chat. You can trade me unique items, and I'll claim it as my
Me
own.
as well.
And in
Now
this spree,
accepting
you will find
millions.
a pre-generated unique item and a new kind of orb that resembles a Valor.
I can beg
but
for
not quite
items.
the same.
Consider it.
Normally, you can only
I'm not
corrupt
above
an
begging.
item once, but uniques
A
in this
generous
spree can be
donation.
corrupted and re-corrupted as many times as there are
What?
orbs.
You can re-corrupt an item during
This
this?
orb also allows you to
That's
get two
huge.
corrupted implicits and has a much lower chance to brick the item. It can be a very useful tool for seeking specific corrupted implicit
What?
items. Of course,
when is
if
that
you push
on
your
PoE
luck,
2?
you can still ruin the item.
That's the good news, is you know eventually it
There
will
are
come
also
there.
crafting sprees where you still need to provide an item, but those items are generally
That
more
is true.
accessible and it occurs less frequently. This one allows you to bring your own normal rarity item.
Ooh.
Then just go ballistic with a whole ton of scouring orbs and orbs
love
of
it.
chance, hoping to get your ideal unique.
Wait, you can.
For
what?
most sprees, the rank of the syndicate
You can
member
determine
increases the
what
amount of
unique
currency
almost.
provided, the quality of the pre-generated items, and the time allowed to craft your item. Aside from the crafting sprees, there are other new options too. If you love gambling for currency, how about
Oh,
you
you
try
had me
opening
at gambling.
Varicci's Emperor's Luck chests. These work just like the Emperor's Luck divination card and provide full stacks of currency.
My brain tingles
If
whenever
you're
I see
lucky
these
enough,
items pop
like
up.
me, you could end up with a whole lot of divines. Betrayal
It
is a good source
satisfies
of
my
veiled
ADHD.
items. Veiled items have some important quality of life improvements in this expansion too. All of the crafting bench options normally granted by unveiling items are instead now moved to the core game, so you don't need to run Betrayal to unlock them. They are instead found at the entrances to boss rooms and in-game maps. On top of that, you no longer need to speak to Jun to unveil items. You can just right-click them, or the equivalent on gamepad, and select which veiled modifier you want to unveil. Overall, Betrayal is now much more
Wait, so if
streamlined
there's more
and more
items
rewarding.
and more classes,
Happy
does that mean it's
interrogations.
harder to get what you want?
Oh,
from
well,
drops?
you can basically use whatever whatever item you want on whichever, right?
Now, before we get
But that
into
is a
our
good
quality
question.
of
Is it
life
harder to
adjustments,
get your
Right.
let's
items?
quickly talk
Yeah.
about some character balance. We will be doing our regular character balance changes where we are bringing outliers in line to help evolve the meta, but we are also focusing our attention on buffing some specific things. This includes spellcasting supports that specifically enhance self-casting builds,
Not really.
channeled
You
spells,
have a lot more
adding new
determinism.
options to
In
the
what way?
Guardian, Berserker, Elementalist, Saboteur, and Champion Ascendancy classes,
Buffs.
which include some favorites from some of the alternate classes from Legacy of Freesia, and buffing
There are
a
ways
whole
to
bunch of
target farm
transfigured gems
stuff.
that never really hit the mark.
More loot
Combined
means
with
better
the new
market,
in-game
easier to get what you
crafting,
need. Interesting.
Improved betrayal crafting options, rune graphs for your passive
still
tree,
have, like, 8
new pinnacle
ascendancy
unique
points.
items, new modifiers and Trathan gems from the mercenaries, and of course the mercenaries
Yuzu and I
themselves
get
to
into
act as an
hobbies at
extension to
completely
your
different
character.
levels.
It's safe to say there's a lot of new character options and builds to think about. Instead of delving into all of these in more detail,
love it.
we figured we'd just let you absorb them through the patch notes.
Wait, didn't they
so
also
you can do it at your
introduce
own
new
pace.
to me about your
ascendancies recently?
hobbies.
In the
Tell me
Secrets of
more.
the Atlas expansion, we've also added a lot of the quality of life features that we know you've all been asking for. A lot of these have already been posted, but let's
Oh.
take a look now in case you missed any. You can now pause the game at any time by pressing escape to
Sorry,
open
what
the
did you
menu,
say, Yuzu?
or by opening any full screen interface, like the
I was
passive
just
tree.
wondering it.
You'll
I
also
feel
be
like
paused if
I
any
remember
lag is
them
detected
releasing new
or if you
ascendancies.
disconnect. It's
Somebody
worth
said it was an
noting that
event.
In certain pinnacle arenas, a
Oh.
debuff will be applied to you that prevents you from pausing. We're also making a change to how you use currency items on strongboxes and monsters imprisoned in essences. Based on the currency in your inventory and the state of the strongbox, these buttons will appear. Valuable
pausing
currency
the
like divine orbs
game.
have been excluded from this as it would often be wasteful to use in this context. The
Not
same
on
applies
my
to
watch.
essences with the remnant of corruption currency.
Pause on disconnect is
Orbs
huge.
of Horizon
Yup.
have been updated.
Yup.
They can now re-roll your
No
Elder
pausing,
and conquer a
only
Guardian
keeping
maps.
it going.
Well, if
Doing
you
so will re-roll the base map
disconnect.
and the Guardian of that map.
That's some coward
The map device
type.
now has
Okay.
a
If
small
you
additional inventory.
disconnect.
This is
My
particularly
internet not
useful if
good.
you're rolling many maps to run in sequence, or if you want to use varying amounts of scarabs or other map fragments. During breach encounters, all the splinters will be automatically collected and dropped at the end of the breach. On gamepads, we have separated the targeting of monsters
I bet
and
that's going to
non-monsters,
throw so
so
many
you are able
players
to
off
target
who
them
have played this
independently.
game for so many
This
years.
removes a bunch of frustration when you are trying to interact with objects in the world and monsters are nearby.
Wait,
You
he's
no
playing
longer
on a
have to kill all of
controller.
them first.
He is.
Vendor windows will
Wait,
now
what?
remember
That's
your
gonna be
last
us.
search.
No.
This is remembered until you log out and is remembered
The
on a
pause
per
felt
NPC
natural in Path of
basis.
Exile too. I
The
like
amount of
pausing.
characters you can type in the
I need
search
to
field
pee
has also been
sometimes.
increased. When using currency items, after right-clicking them, it will highlight all other items which that currency can be used on. There are many other quality of life improvements, so keep an eye on the patch notes after this live stream concludes.
This is a crazy.
Alongside the launch of Secrets of the
freaking-
Atlas,
oh my
we are
God.
hosting a competitive event where players will race to be the first to kill the new pinnacle bosses. The event will take place in the hardcore,
That's a
solo
lot of
self-found
updates.
Mercenaries of
Oh,
Trathus
wow.
League. We have some interesting prizes in store for the winners. Keep an eye on the news and the lead up to launch for more
$100,000
details
from
about how the
who
event
will
will
kill it
work and what
first.
its prizes are.
Which will be us, obviously.
Obviously, yeah,
Next
yeah, yeah.
up, we're going to be talking about our new League supporter packs. Today, we're launching two new series of supporter packs. The Frisian Magistrate
This
and
is
Crypt
all
Keeper
free.
packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside
I don't know
several
about the
exclusive
supporter packs, though.
microtransactions.
Supporter
As
packs. I want to
always,
spend my
the
money.
microtransactions in these packs are purely
I
cosmetic
love
and
supporter
do not affect
packs.
your
This
character's
is like
power
my favorite
or
part
progression
every time.
in any way.
Take my
The Frisian
money.
Magistrate series of supporter packs
Oh,
contains
that's so
6
cute.
exclusive
It's a little
I'm getting this big
microtransactions.
expansion so for free. So
The Frisian Magistrate character effect
Bigger
will
what?
bind your character in thorny vines and roses. You can select
Zenny,
which
could you
parts of
repeat
the
that?
character you want to have covered.
you're
Either
getting
your
the
entire
expansion
body,
for free.
your lower body, or your upper body. As you approach
Well, the whole game
waypoints,
is free.
It will emit leaves and
A
golden
little
petals
support
towards
doesn't hurt.
Oh,
When
that's what you were saying.
activating the
Sorry, I
waypoint,
was
It will
confused.
create a burst around you.
Go on, chat.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
on,
yeah.
buy a
Envelop your
supporter
weapon
pack.
in thorny vines
You
and
also
golden
get
flora with the
currency
Frisian
too to buy
Magistrate weapon
more
effect.
cosmetics. If
Your
you get a
weapon will
supporter
also
pack.
create a trail to match as you swing, and even comes with its own hit effect when slaying enemies.
And
You
if you
are
want
the
to get an
law,
upgraded
while wearing
supporter
the
pack,
armor
it
of the
only
powerful
costs the
Grand
difference
Magistrate.
of what you previously paid.
The Spider Blossom Pet activates its defense mechanism, disguising it as an elegant flower when near rare or unique enemies. The Frisian Imperial Magistrate back attachment.
Wow.
Equip either the Tombstone variant,
That's
which will
so
leave
pretty.
tombstones in your
Cool.
honor when you meet your demise, or
I bought
equip the Cape variant to
$480.
cause the corpses of slain enemies to
How
become
much money has
enveloped in
everybody
rose-thorn
spent on this
vines
game?
and blossom
Please,
with
I want to
golden
know.
I
flowers.
spent
Po
like
one.
200 already.
Really? I think I only
Track
spent
of
like
how well
$50
you
on
did
Po
or
too.
poorly. Your ultimatums with
Yeah,
the Trial Master
I think
have
me
gone
as well.
with the Trials of Chaos
200?
hideout decoration.
Somebody said
It will keep track of the
€1,500.
total number of waves completed,
I think
the
about
total number of
200.
ultimatums
Yeah.
succeeded, or even failed.
Y'all crazy. I
It's
On
love
top of
like-
it.
that,
I
it
wa-
will track the total
I
number of
wanted to
Somebody
buy
times you
said
another
defeated the Trial
cosmetic.
Master himself.
So I just bought the supporter pack.
The Crypt Keeper Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Okay, is it me or did he set it like set?
With the Crypt
Instead of
Keeper
6.
finisher
I heard that
effect,
too.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't want to say it.
tear through
I'm
the bottom of
sponsored. I didn't want to say it.
steal the soul of slain unique enemies.
Your brother spent €6,000?
The Crypt Keeper portal effect creates a gateway for
That's
lost
crazy.
souls to pass through.
Wait, I have a brother. Huh.
Wait. Oh?
Become the true master of the undead by
Friend of
wearing
mine
the
guessed
hallowed
he spent
Crypt Keeper armor
400,
set.
but he spent
It comes
3,000.
with a
Oh
more
no, I'm
armored
reading what
helmet
the
variant
viewers are saying.
and a creepy mask
I don't
with a
have a brother.
spectral hood. Looking to have some fun during idle time in your hideout?
Oh no.
The
Somebody
burrowing
in my
bramble
chat
black
said
hideout
they spent
decoration will
6,000.
test your reaction
Yeah,
speed
somebody in my
as you
chat said
try
they
to
spent
whack
6,000
as many
euro.
devourer heads as possible in the shortest time.
That is so cute.
It also comes with a
5,000
scoreboard,
on
so you can try to set
PoE1.
new records to show off to your friends,
I mean,
or just
okay,
visitors
if
coming
you've been
to
playing
trade.
for 12 years,
Equip yourself with the
that's
ghostly
less than
dead as you
$500
ride the
a
line
year.
between
It's
the
like
living and the
400 a
dead
year,
with the sacred
right?
Crypt Keeper
Yeah.
back attachment.
it's whatever.
He's a long
The
time
Sacred
veteran.
I mean,
Archives
I
map
do love
device
the
resembles a
game.
magical
I mean,
library
that's
with
just
the
the
works
love
of
you're
scholars
putting
that
into the
come to
game.
life when you open a map. This map device tracks how many of each core league you've completed in in-game maps.
It's the same as like having a
These packs
like
are now
any other
available
hobby.
for purchase
If you
on
love a
both
game
PC
that
and
much or
console,
something like
and will
that,
remain
there's
so
nothing
during
wrong
Path
with
of
that.
Exile,
Have you got
Mercenaries
the
of
money to
Trathos.
spend? Go for it.
Additionally, any
Yeah.
microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 2. Meanwhile, the Paladin and Penance packs leave the store
Oh, I
forever
have the
at the launch
Paladin
of
one.
the Mercenaries of Trathos League. So now's your
Oh
last
my god,
chance
look
to
at those
purchase
little
them.
beetles on the legs.
Additionally, the Dawn of the Hunt
Did you
mystery
guys
box will be
see
made available for Path of Exile 1.
What?
If you have already
They're bringing
unlocked any
Path of Exile
microtransactions
2
from this
box
box
to
in Path of
1.
Exile
Let's
2,
go.
It's the
you will
bugs.
of course immediately have access to them in Path of Exile 1. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. We're just about to start the Q&A with
Let's go,
D.
Ziggy.
Afterwards, we'll post the full patch notes for Path of Exile, Secrets
This
of
is
the Atlas.
crazy.
With release at
The fact that they're working on both games
the end of
and
next
still
week,
doing this
our community
it
team will
blows
be
my
posting
mind.
crucial information you'll need for the release.
My favorite
Keep
part about these is like
an eye
seeing
on
the
the
patch
news.
notes afterwards and reading
Thanks
it.
for
It's
joining
like, I love when I was in Thailand. Dota 2 came out with a
Joining us
with
today
a
and
big
checking
patch,
out
and I
our
was like
latest
reading the
developments.
patch notes while I was
We're
eating
looking forward to
lunch
dueling
with
mercenaries.
everyone.
You're just
fighting
at
new
lunch,
pinnacle
they're
bosses
trying to
in the
talk to you
endgame,
like, shut up.
and exploring
I'm
the
reading
new
the patch
I'm
craft
reading
notes.
patch notes. I love patch notes. I love it so much.
Shut up, guys. I'm reading
systems and
patch
character
notes.
builds next week. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Ziggy, where'd you get that name? What does Ziggy stand for?
They must have a big dev team. Apparently they don't. Do we know how big their dev team
Wait,
is?
I have to reload the thing because
Yeah,
stuttering.
it also lagged for you, eh? It lagged for me.
Yeah, it's also doing that for me too.
Okay. They
Okay.
probably reset something like moved cameras. Oh, Ziggy's on screen.
Wait,
It's
it's
apparently
not
it's
loading.
happening to everybody in the chat.
expect very large Q&A.
It's also not loading for me
covering,
too. Hold on.
all that we have to cover for
I think their stream just crashed.
Okay,
Secrets
it's
of the Atlas. I am, of course,
No.
joined by Jonathan and Mark. Welcome back, folks. Thanks.
Oh
for-
no, Ziggy, stop, please. Yeah, somebody said it's his handsome
Looks like
face.
something
That
like a
lag.
live recording.
Hold on, everybody. Okay, it's lagging for everybody. That's good. Not that it's good that it's lagging, but it's good that it's lagging for everybody.
I'm glad it's just
We've had
not
a
me.
big Path of Exile 1 expansion.
Sure,
and,
for sure.
The New
how do you guys
Zealand
feel going into this, and
internet.
how do you feel like
It makes me feel less alone.
Yeah,
you're being able
right.
to deliver?
Oh, it's
I mean,
all on.
honestly,
it's all us.
I'm like pretty happy with where we're at. Like, it isn't a
My problem
like,
is your
You
problem.
know, it isn't a full year of
Yep. It's on their end. Okay, good.
development because, you know, obviously PoE2 disrupted
Yeah.
things a bit. But the main thing is
I
we're
love
kind
how
of
I'm
back in
watching a
action now, you know,
slideshow
with,
of that
we're working
right
on
now.
how the studio
Aw,
can
little
function doing
babies.
the stuff. And ultimately what it required is kind of like merging the teams back together.
It's a stop
They're gonna
motion
get it.
stream.
I believe in them.
Kind of having
I love
everything
stop
so that,
motion
like, you
so
know,
much.
like everyone's able to work on both games, not necessarily simultaneously for a given like person, but effectively, you know,
I
we
think
need,
that's
we need
gonna
sort of,
be
like,
like
you know,
one
our
of
best
my
people to be able to
favorite
work on
art
both games in
styles.
order to really make
And
sure that we're good.
craft.
And so, you
I
know,
think so
that
too,
effectively means that
actually.
merged
It's very, like, very detailed usually.
sort of approach is definitely way better. And so now we've
A
kind
lot
got
of
that,
work
and, like,
goes
you know,
into
now that
it,
we're back
and
to
it's
sort
a
of
very
fixing
unique
deadlines again
style
and
of
everything
doing
like that, I think it will
capturing.
just like go a lot smoother. And like, you know, I'm pretty happy with, like, you know, effectively we've kind of got our
Wait, did okay, yeah. I was like, where's the music coming from? okay, good. Wow. Ladies,
Technical difficulties.
what
Yeah,
class
I think every-
I
not
knew something was
Beetle.
going to happen.
what class do you think you're gonna play, Zen, when with Path of Exile 1?
Oh, the hell, man.
That's a tough one. I'll probably do something that's
Path of Exile.
a warrior class.
I want to
Oh,
play the
of
Templar
course.
class, or what's it called, chat? The one that's like holy vibes, paladin vibes.
You know what, ladies? I'll take one for the team.
I might do that too, though.
I'll be your archer then. I'll be your archer or your witch, okay? I'm taking one for the team.
She's like, fine, I guess I'll play the mage, whatever.
Fine, I guess I'll play the long range.
Fine.
It's fine.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
There's also a secret class, I think it's called the Scion, that you can unlock like after you play the game a bit.
Yeah,
and
the
that's
one in the middle.
class that people usually choose to be a aura kitten.
Aura kitten. Oh,
Yeah.
not now, my
and
aura
I want to be
kitten.
I want to be an aura kitten.
Come here, my aura kitten.
Discord kitten.
Yeah.
I'm just like, here's my
they're
little
restarting the
buff.
stream. They're
Nice.
restarting
Okay.
it.
Good. We'll be here. I want to see what Ziggy has to say.
Yeah. Templar can be aura kitten too, is what people are saying. Or guardian. I just want to be a support. Okay, I tried to be an aura kitten in Path
I
of
believe
Exile
in them.
too. Yeah, I hope that their internet's fine. That New Zealand ping is hitting right now.
Ooh. Well.
Oh, they did it okay.
Do y'all
They
think I have time
restarted.
to pee really quickly?
Yeah, you should probably do it now while they're fixing their internet.
I
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
why not.
Yeah. I'm peeing super quickly.
Yeah. I remember trying to make a Path of Exile 2 Aura Kitten, but they kept on nerfing like presence effects or like presence area effects. So like it was a little harder, but it still kind of worked to an extent. But I feel like being an Aura Kitten in 2 isn't as good as 1, because like in 2, you might as well just like do damage at that point. Oh, not me clicking
So
on
wait.
Quinn.
It's called Aura Kitten slash. It's
Yeah, it's
called
an Aura
Aura
Kitten.
Kitten.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's called Aura Bot. I call it kitten because like, you know, I'm because it's cute.
You know what? I understand that.
Yeah, I just like being a support. I don't know why, even though
I
it's
get it.
like not effective.
Hello? I also got a
Playing
sparkling
a
water.
class that you enjoy is how you should be playing.
Agreed.
The secrets
And you
of
can
the
also
Atlas.
try
We've
out.
got
By the
a
way,
nice
girls,
big
it's
one.
back
We're gonna
up,
restart.
huh?
We had a little bit of technical difficulties
okay.
but we're ready to get into a nice big long.
Yeah, Ziggy's
Q&A
handsome little
session here.
faces on the
So,
screen.
I did ask the question that after nearly a year since the last major Path of Exile release, it feels like there's, a fair bit of pressure on this one to be something.
Oh, what a cute
pretty,
studio. What the
pretty
heck?
major, but also to show that you guys still love and care about Path of Exile 1 and have a future for it.
Sure, yeah. So, as I was just saying, like I feel like we've kind of finally got our
Man,
shit together as a studio now.
I have to
as I said
say,
in the intro.
props to them for
we've-
keeping Path of
so we've sort
Exile
of changed
1
our approach.
updated
We've,
and alive.
We've merged the development teams back together. We've kind of got everyone on one floor in the middle layer, like all the developers. And now we're
Everybody
kind of making
liked
it so,
that.
we're effectively moving people, backwards and forwards.
I'm sure
from
people still
POE 1
freaked
and 2,
out at the beginning,
sort of,
but
like,
here they
as
are
needed.
showing you they're not
And,
letting
that's
you.
definitely a much better structure for us because it just means that we get, like all our best people can work on, whatever game needs it right
think
now.
the one thing
and
that
we've always worked well with like kind of
I've
the fixed
seen them
in the past, sort of with the fixed
trouble
deadline
with
model, where
is
it's like we have a fixed
when they
deadline,
work on 2,
but if
sometimes
we
they take feedback
and
from
what's
1,
in the patch
or like
depends
sometimes they
on
take feedback from
what's
2
ready
to
by the
1,
time we get
and
there.
it's like
And
they're
I think
two
that's just going to
completely
result in a much
different
better
play
experience
style
for players.
types
And
of
so
games. Like
now that
2
we've
is
kind of got
much
that,
slower,
this
1
really
is much
represents what we
faster.
can deliver sustainably, what we can deliver in 4 months, and so we'd expect to see this
I'm
kind of
curious to see
like
how
amount of
further
content every 4
development
months. As we go forward, and for POE 1 and 2 as well. So now that things are back, I would say we're kind of back in our
Technically,
stride
Path of
again,
Exile
things
2
should
isn't
go a
out
lot
yet.
smoother from
You
there.
are right.
In sum,
You're
we're
not
back.
wrong.
So back.
Yeah,
Thank goodness we're
That
back.
is
I
true.
do feel like that. I feel like the reception's been very positive so
Yeah.
far, and I've been having a bit of a chance to play around with mercenaries, which are exceeding my expectations in terms of like how fun and powerful they are. I feel like you guys have made them really powerful
Poe
too.
2 was
so-
supposed to be the
We've honestly
4.0
been
update.
talking about making a mercenary for like probably
But the
five
Poe 1 players
to
didn't like the
years.
idea,
it's
so
been
they
one of those things that
separated
keep
it.
coming
About it
back
for
up.
years.
Yeah, exactly.
It came up with the PoE2 Rogue Exiles, came
Yeah.
up during Settlers League,
Yeah, yeah.
came I mean, that's just the, recent, a year ago, within the
Well,
last year stuff.
You guys baited me pretty hard because last league you put out this system where you have these exiles that you send out on maps, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna gear them and all this stuff, and it's like, oh, I can't wait. That's what I've always
Is that
wanted.
Ziggy?
And then
That's
it wasn't
Ziggy,
that.
yeah.
And now you're never gonna do that because you did this instead. And then literally next league, you do the mercenaries finally. So was it like waiting
Is
on
he a
something? Was
content
there
creator
something that needed to
too?
happen there?
I guess
I
it was
don't
more just a
know.
question of having a
What
good
does
design
Ziggy
for how it
do
would work,
exactly
and,
for
there was a
for
couple of things.
GGG?
One thing that wasn't really mentioned in the video very much is that
Do we know?
the mercenaries do count as half a player for the purposes of drops and
He's a
monster
Path of
difficulty.
Exile streamer.
And
What?
so
That's so
gonna kinda change the
cool.
calculus a little bit. You're effectively getting 9 players.
Moist
difficulty
Critical,
in
you're
loot,
next.
which there is
I am
some
not
differences
quite
to the way
sure,
that,
but
that
that's
works
so
now.
cool.
But that's kind of one of those things that
It's the one that GGG hires.
if we just
'cause
added
he's
mercenaries
local.
without doing something like that, then it would mean that
Moist Critical,
the
the
game
day
would
you
be
can
too
get
easy.
on
I know
plane.
that
So
name.
that's why they.
I think that's from StarCraft.
It
Who?
means like,
Ziggy?
at best, if you're a more, bad build, bad character, new
I
player,
think he
whatever you want to
actually
call
did some
that.
other games as well.
They're
Yeah.
going to carry you probably,
Ziggy.
or could carry you. And
I wonder if
at
it's the same
worst,
guy or if
you're,
it's just
the
another guy
power
named
of
Ziggy.
10,000 gods and have infinite everything and screen coverage and DPS,
like
then they're just boosting
StarCraft.
your loot. Right, so there's a
Pretty
floor
sure it's
there
him.
on either side that is just going to be beneficial to every single
Oh
player.
no, it
So-
was him.
Sounds like
Whoa,
absolute
Zen,
neutral
you're not
chaos, like
wrong.
6-player party plus 6 exile
We,
mercenaries.
our initial design had it that you could have up to 6 players.
Zentreya knows
or,
everything.
Familiar.
1 player
For a
and
moment.
well, I guess
It
3
took
players
me
and
a
3
second,
mercenaries. It
'cause
was
I
like
know
a
I was
mercenary
gonna play
takes
a
a
little
player
bit
slot
of
is
that
what we
game
initially
That was
a
the
while
initial way
back.
to think about
Yeah.
balance, but I think it wouldn't have been nearly as good because
We
like
ended up
you want
going
the
away
mercenary to
from
be part of your build to kind of feel
And
like it's
people
actually.
told
you know,
me
if
about
it's-
him.
You know, it comes with like auras and things like that. Like effectively, that all becomes part of your build at that point. So it's kind of important that you don't have to sacrifice that when you're playing in a party
Yeah,
with
and
other
it
people.
didn't want to have the thing
He
of
was
like,
young
hey,
in
you join your
StarCraft.
3
Baby,
friends
he's
and
young
then
here.
whose
I am
mercenary
looking
gets
at a
used,
young
and
man.
Do I not get to have my guy now? And I don't
All
get,
3 of these men are
it's,
young men.
We ended up getting away from that and just going everyone bring the merc, and which results in peak chaos. But it's fun.
And I mean, you can also have an animate guardian, and you did tell me that there's
He
changes
looks
for that
like
as
he's
well.
in his 20s.
Yes, of course you can have.
does look so
in
young.
fact, I expect a lot of people to now have. You have your 6-player party with your 6 mercenaries and everyone with
So,
an animate guardian because
if he's been playing
how
this
can you
game for
add
12
mercenaries and
years,
then have a point to say that they
he's
don't
at
drop loot
least
when they
30.
die.
He's at least in his
and
30s,
also
yeah.
Not make the same change to animate guardian. However. If they do die
He
in the
looks so
instance, you
young,
can't
little
bring them
baby
back. So
face.
at least there is still that penalty to having them be weak. So if they just die at the start, they're gone.
Yeah. Until you play another.
It's going to result in a lot more people using Animate Guardian in their build, but now you have to gear up your character, 1 Animate Guardian and 1 mercenary, so we'll multiple mercenaries technically, so we'll see how the itemization and trade economy goes in that regard. And
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool, though, is like having all that extra demand for gear. And
I wonder how playing with the
I was
mercenary is
certainly,
going to be like.
thinking about
Yeah, me
some of this
too.
gear aside for like the potential mercenary. I
He's
was trying to find and things
36.
like that,
If
but,
I didn't know that, I
that
think
adds a
he
lot
was like
to that,
early
but,
20s. That's crazy.
I did want to, before
he
we
has
get
such a
stuck into
baby
some of the new
face.
content, just kind of like help ease people who maybe are a little bit worried about the future of Path of Exile.
Yeah,
just a
I'm
little
worried
bit
about
more.
the future of Path of
So
Exile. Talk to
this
me.
is what you hope to be able to deliver every 4 months, and you've got a much more strict kind of like approach to that now, where you were saying to me like
They want to do
well, if
this much
thing that you're talking
content
about
every
is not ready,
4
then
months.
It's not going in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas before you would push the date, I felt.
guys are
Exactly,
crazy.
100%. So we've been in the kind of push the date mindset, I would say, for like a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And in the past, we were never like that. We were way more strict with it, and I think it was definitely beneficial to do that. The issue was it was so hard to develop PoE2 at the same time when we had all that stuff. So now that we're kind of like in the mode where we can support both with the release frequently, it means we can kind of go back to that model. And as I said, I think it'll just be way better.
we're,
They
I
used
just
to
want
do
to make
every
sure
3
we are
months.
always going to be that whole like plus or minus 1 week flexibility because you have things
Sure,
like
sure. There
public
might be like a- yeah,
holidays,
exactly.
conventions,
Right.
clashes with things and all that. So obviously you get that just before we get held to the strict to the day 4 month thing. But yes, it is the goal. To,
I
100%
see.
you go back to that. I think there is a. It is very very important that you have. as a player and a long-term player of a game, of which many of our players are, you
In
have
another
that
aspect, they
consistency
released
and you know what to
acts
expect,
5 to
and you can
10
be like,
at
yes.
once.
And,
I love
I've played
that.
for my month, I've played for my
In
2
another
months. I
update.
know I can just,
Here you
stop
go,
for
guys.
2 or
Here's
swap
5
to the other
acts.
game,
Enjoy.
do that, and then I can know it's going to be coming again in
wonder
2
what, like,
months
the
instead of that just
general-
like
there for me again when I need it.
Consensus
that
on, like,
unknown is very
how
sad,
Path of Exile
honestly,
1
as a
players
developer
feel about
and as a
2.
player. And
So
I
apparently, according
certainly
to
don't
my
wanna do that
small
ever
I
again.
imagine it has its own
audience
team in terms
pool,
of them, like,
a lot of people in Path of
it's hard to
Exile
make
1
content, I
were
imagine, and
upset
just not have it
because they
get
felt like they were
shipped.
going to get,
Like, 'cause
you know,
it's the
like,
date's being pushed
not
out or-
appreciated,
depends
not
on the
taken
person.
care
Some
of,
people
et cetera,
kind
et
of, like,
cetera.
actually prefer that more. Some people
So
don't
apparently
really
not
like
very
the
happy.
deadlines. It's honestly a variety.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
bit of mixture. And you mentioned
what do
blending
y'all
the teams
think?
together. That's like a
Please
a-
share
a
your
big change,
opinion.
whereas
I'm
before you were
curious. I want
explicitly trying
the
to separate them, and there
drama.
was
I
the
want the
question of
tea.
like, well, there's problems with that, right?
Yeah. Well, so I mean, we had problems when they were blended originally, like years ago, where
Oh, I
PoE
know.
2 wasn't getting like it kind of wasn't working because that deadline was so far out that it kind of
Yeah.
worked. So we had to split the team. to
Ziggy
get
D
PoE
was the
2
one
shipped
that
at point.
suggested these dev
But,
interviews to
now that we're back
GGG.
in, releasing
Oh,
frequently,
that's
it just
so
makes more sense to
cool.
bring everyone back together again. And
Ripari
it
needs
keeps
to
the
be a big
expertise up and
Hearthstone
make
guy.
sure
I
that,
remember that.
Like the games are.
That's awesome.
There's just technical things like making sure that the engine is like in sync for both games and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like there's just so many elements that sort of make it better to have everyone merged together, I think.
I imagine it helps
A lot
with the
of people are
cross-pollination
saying
between games. We just got
that PoE 1
pausing, which
players
is
got
For sure.
one of my
a little
most
too
wanted
slow.
quality of life improvements. That's a phenomenal announcement. But
Mata would
I've
love
certainly seen
reading the
people
Doom
asking about
posting
things
during
like
the first
WASD
PoE
and stuff
1
like that.
delayed
This support
post.
for the future is
After
Fortunately,
PoE 2 came out and
WASD
they
just
did,
can't
oh
really
my god.
happen because, well, okay.
This is the end of the
but
beginning.
This is the thing, right?
Sorry,
so
the beginning of the
in
end.
order for WASD to happen, we would need to be able to change the rigs over to the PoE 2 character rigs. In order for that to happen, we need to get all the micros ported over.
I mean, obviously a
and then
game
we
that's
need
been
to
around
port
for
all of
12
the
years
armors from
is
PoE 1 onto
superior
those rigs as
to
well. So it would be a really
game that's not
long-term
even
thing.
finished.
There might be a world one
But,
day where that can happen.
At a certain
but,
point
it's
too, like
certainly a
the
long
engines
process to get
changed.
that.
I
Them
was kinda
building
wondering
Path of
if,
Exile
like,
2 on a
maybe
different
a
engine.
situation where Path of Exile 1
Yeah,
12
sorry.
years of
like,
content
warrants
competing
that
with
sort
like
of
a gamer in
Yeah.
early
effort
access for
in
sure.
a year or two or something like that.
But a big
Once
part is
all
just
micro
making a
inventions ported,
game
which
on a
we're doing
new
anyway,
engine that's like
then it wouldn't be like
they can just do
so
more
bad.
stuff with it. They
I mean,
can
would be a
go
lot,
crazier
but
on it.
not
They
like,
can.
you know,
Yeah,
not like completely
it's bound to
unreasonable. So
happen.
it's a thing that could
Oh,
happen.
it's
but
the
yeah,
same
a lot of
engine.
effort
Never
to get
mind.
that feature,
I
so,
assume they
the
would
main
use a
reason to
different
do it
engine
isn't
12
even
years
for
later.
WASD, it's because
Why
we've
wouldn't
been
you
pretty
build on a new
unable to
engine?
make new combat animations
Right?
for PoE 1
That-
for so
Yeah.
long due to all of the problems with the rigs. So
Wait, really?
the
It's
main
not a
reason
new
to do it would be
engine?
that we can make like new
Oh, people are
actual
saying they're
melee skills
updating it,
properly again.
but
That would be the reason.
you'd have to update the
so,
engine.
yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get to that. It's just gonna it'll
Yeah.
take a while though.
A lot of the skills you notice, and if people have been playing PoE 1 for years, any of the new skills we add often just reuse the same animations.
Exactly.
And they're not exactly the most modern things in the world.
Yeah.
Not so much you can do with it now.
You don't get to do the cool
They
custom
build their own engine and
flurries
they
with
keep
like your
improving
swords
it.
and combos and all that kind of stuff. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you still obviously have Cyclone, where you just spin in a circle, and if you remove all the effects from that,
You have to
you're
take in
literally just on
mind
a
to the
pivot
eyes of
doing this. It
Path
looks
of
a
Exile
little bit
1
silly,
players.
but,
Path of Exile 2 was an update
I mean,
that
I
never
am
got
keen to
added
do
to
it,
Path
though.
of
Like, it's
Exile
just- it's
1
just- it'll
because
take
they
a while.
complained.
Yeah. It's I feel like I notice the kind of
I know
an
at least
increasing disparity
Jonathan
between
like
your
really liked
bosses
the
in PoE
idea
1
of
kind
2,
of
which
like
is why
pushing
he
further
wanted it
ahead
so badly.
because you have a
Yeah,
bit more freedom, I guess,
Jonathan.
to
I love you.
use more modern.
Well, the bosses are new, like
Jonathan.
more content, right?
They're
So
straight
yeah,
up
they get to
PoE2
just and the
style.
engine's the same, so you get to use all the modern tech
So
for
that-
completely new content.
So
like that.
they're
You need a
looking, like,
nickname
better,
for him. You need
better,
to
but
be
the
like Joey
players
Man,
kind of staying a
Johnny
bit
Boy.
behind,
Yeah.
so
Don't
I
need to
imagine-
rig anything to the bosses. They don't need to equip 10,000 microtransactions, thankfully.
Joey
I think
Man.
it's good
you know,
though
but
that they
that's
have
a unique
these two
challenge for
games
you, but
because
it
then
seems like
like
you've got a
they can
plan of
actually
kinda like how to approach
experiment
it potentially.
and
Sure.
decide what is
Yeah,
good,
right.
what's
So,
not good.
While we're on this kind of
What
like
works and
frank
what
discussion,
doesn't.
is like something that people often have been mentioning is this idea that like maybe they love Path of Exile 1, but they're not that interested in Path of Exile 2. And they maybe feel like their money when they buy a supporter pack for Path of Exile 1 is going to a company that's developing both games, and one of those being something that they're maybe not
You
that
should
interested
watch
in.
some of the original
Right.
Path of
Well, I mean,
Exile
like,
1 reveal.
the-
That could be a
ultimately,
fun stream great day one day.
You know, like now that we're kind of in the shared model, like it's kind of. It doesn't really, it's sort of hard for us to say, like, you know, that like money goes to one particular team or another. Like it doesn't really work like that because we're all merged. The main thing is just to understand is that when we're in PoE 1 development mode, then PoE 1 takes precedence and like any resource that it needs, like there's not going to be we can't do this because PoE 2 needs it. And when we're in PoE 2 development mode,
I
it's
am
like,
so bad with accents
that, right? Where like we've got
that
that
the
sort of going
whole
on.
time
So there's always going to be
I
people
was like,
working on each game, like all the time.
They sound a little
but it's
weird,
like
I
if one's
don't
gonna
think I
come
know
out
this
soon,
British
that one's getting all the
accent.
attention. And so like
This
every
whole time.
resource that PoE 1 could
Girl,
possibly
they're
need
from
for this
New
expansion
Zealand.
was
I
put,
know.
to make that happen.
Yeah, I got to see that firsthand walking around.
so bad with
25% of people
accents.
working on PoE 1 right now.
Right at this moment because it's in the last week. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
The whole
kind of
time I was
variable.
like,
I mean, if you look at
that's
things
a
like
quirky British accent.
I mean, you've probably got a better idea.
so
of like
sorry.
how much the VFX team was working on PoE 1 versus 2 in like the last,
Yeah, the whole all but one is currently on
It
PoE.
sounds more British
but
than
two.
Australian
So it doesn't
accent
really make
does.
sense. They don't know how many. So it's
Yeah,
80% of the team is on PoE 1 right now.
Yeah. But it's kind of variable through the months.
But like, you
and
know,
stuff.
80% of the team on PoE 1. You heard that?
For PoE 2 that we're working on, and like yesterday I moved some people onto that, quickly got some stuff across the line, literally 2 hours later moved them back, and like it's like pretty hyperactive,
right?
Like, but honestly, that's kind of how our leadership style is. We kind of just we're a little bit crazy.
But I also think that developing 0 to 1 at the same time is kind of proof that it's possible. You know, like to make sure that we can actually support both games at the same time.
I mean,
with the level of support we need. I mean, you know, there's those videos even that were made by the, you know, like we're getting more people. It's like we can kind of manage it. So you know,
I do feel like this is a positive upswing in that regard. Like it was definitely a bit of wavering there for a while, but I meant went from a 1-game studio to a 2-game studio.
One thing to note, and this is you say about the bosses going up and the characters, you know, saying this, like that is also because we are.
The trait side is managed by one intern.
Very, very useful in the same sense that certain game features get taken from one game to another. Like we see a lot of the quality of life stuff come to PoE 1. Those bosses are, you know, animated or rigs from PoE 2 that we have like fully remodeled and reskinned. So you get to reuse that entire animation set. Sure, you got to tweak some stuff, but then like you can have one animation be 8 different skills if you know put your mind to it and actually design the different outcomes.
Awesome.
So you end up with this thing where. You know, we're actually harvesting a lot of materials back from PoE 2 to 1, and this is how we're going to be able to get even more bosses, even more monsters, even more of that content just all the time. So
it's in ways where players can't tell though. Like it's really.
I love that you guys know every employee's name. You're like, oh no, actually, Rory is no longer an intern.
Maybe, but
he's a full-time employee.
Real into it. Yeah. And so obviously, I know me saying it removes the allure of it, but like it is like ultra beneficial to be able to harvest all that art, and so you could look at it as like, oh, that PoE 2 art is going on PoE 2. It's not like all of that. I'm just constantly going, take that, you know.
And
even though some folks are saying that apparently the studio is 120 people big.
Yeah, you get to use it all.
So hopefully it's more of a positive thing. But I think to wrap it up, I think what it all really comes down to is people just want to know that they can feel confident that Path of Exile 1 has a future where you guys love it and giving it the attention that it deserves.
The next year is going to be the year of Path of Exile 100%, right? I mean we're talking, every 4 months, both games? It's every 2 months, 6 releases.
6 releases a year.
Wild.
6 releases a year. That's going to be
Ladies.
You guys can pull that off for a year. That's
I have a question.
Wild. I'm looking forward to it. But I mean,
how are we feeling about the dev
stream?
stream? We don't need to keep watching it, but I'm vibing with it. I want to see what Ziggy's got to say.
Season
story. Yeah, I don't mind listening to them.
100%. Like with obviously
these are usually like the more interesting portions because like you get to hear like.
Effectively, yeah. Obviously, you see Zana coming back.
I am just here with you guys now.
Nice,
awesome. The special ship actually ended like 30 minutes ago.
Zana coming
back,
and
here with you guys.
Same. I just, like I said, I'm down to keep chilling because I'm feeling a little parasocial with them in a good way.
The end game to be still familiar. I wanted people after coming back after almost a year to still have the core of the end game be familiar, but have this additive layer on top that's cool and new and they can explore. And I didn't want to like completely rework all the mechanics. And they come, people are like, I want PoE 1, finally a PoE 1 expansion. They come back and they're like, the hell is this end game? This isn't what I remember. This isn't what I was familiar with. So it was really important with this update to have a layer of familiarity across the board, and then like improved and reworked things and removing, obviously with Betrayal, we've removed a lot of the constraints and annoyance and all of that, but it's still mostly just additive stuff on top. Same with the end game. The League is obviously additive, the mercenaries. So having that there, so there's that core Path of Exile 1 familiarity was important for this one. But yes, it is like part 1 of a new arc of the end game storyline.
They're one of a handful of devs that actually communicate with their community.
I'm not going to spoil too much of what exactly happens, but there's some cool shit in there. But effectively, it's like a way to think about it is we're now kind of we're gonna
Mark used to be a
obviously
tester
relatively
at
long time,
GGG, and now he's a game
have
director.
The era of the primordials
I love the
kind
From
of
Rags to
phase out and
Riches.
have
Let's
the era of this
go.
new in-game phase in, and so yeah, it's kind of set up for right now. It's an additive one. Maybe the next in-game one would be a bit more transformative, and then we'll go from there and just explore through this new storyline. So that'd be fun.
I can tell
I
you're
just
excited
really
for
like
like
how
the future of
receptive
PoE1,
they
which is
are.
this is a good shift, I think. And
There's like a
you were
lot
saying
of
you've even got like a good
things that
idea that for
the
326 that
community
you
has
really
raised
want
concern
No,
over, and
327,
they're just like,
yes.
yeah, we'll
sorry,
just
yeah,
implement
yes,
that in the
next
next
one.
patch, and it's like
I do,
instant, and
yes.
it's like,
So like
wow,
another thing with
you
like this
never get
expansion,
that
right, is
often.
like
No.
it's quite
I did see a
content-heavy.
few
When you do
people
an in-game
say that
expansion in
like,
a league, it's a lot
oh,
of content.
they overpromise
So,
a lot,
you know, you
and then
have
they deliver a
some
lot
things have to take
slower.
priority, other things
But
have to take less
if
priority,
that's
and
like
so,
their
the character
biggest
stuff
red
where we've
flag,
done,
is
you
that
know,
they
decent chunk of
think they can
character
handle
balance and the
more,
new
and
systems
then they
to
do
interact
it a
with all
lot
of that.
slower than they're
You know,
supposed
there's
to.
clearly ones like
Hey,
I know
I'm good with that.
just the
They
Giga
are,
melee
like,
rebalance and
ambitious,
rework,
which
and it
is,
changed like
like,
1,000
You kinda
systems
need
in
that,
drastic
though.
ways and
But,
all of that.
like,
But again, I wanted this time
they
more
are working
familiarity,
on
and then
2 games now,
327
so
we're
it's
gonna
like
go just
it's
ballistic on the
harder.
characters and
They
do
only
as much as we
overpromise with
possibly
Path of
can to,
Exile
like,
too. All other
you
leagues
know,
they usually
amp that
deliver.
up and I don't know, maybe
always deliver
fully
slower, but
revamp
yeah.
wand builds and create a whole new thing there, and now we have to because I said that. But you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, obviously you have ones that are more content centric, ones that are more character balance centric, and different focuses like that. So this one, content in game. We wanted our core players who have been playing for 10 years, the ones that are really looking for PoE, who are like mostly playing in the end game, to really have that like expansion and new boss fights. And
Yeah, they promise
That was
a metric
discussion we had
fuckton.
yesterday, actually, was this
okay.
idea
Well, we're
that,
not sponsored anymore, so a metric F ton
don't
ended up
necessarily have to
delivering
worry
just an
about
F ton.
new player onboarding
That's still
as much as
crazy.
Path of Exile 1 now.
That's still.
That's more the focus for PoE2.
I would
but-
definitely say that, yeah, for PoE 1, it's like it can easily, it's now very easy to just say, you know what, like, this
Oh my
isn't
God,
player friendly, it's
Yuzu?
okay. Like, we're making
What's
a game for the
that?
experienced PoE 1
What's that I'm
players,
seeing?
So, like, we
You
can just
can-
go ham.
Wow,
with
That I'm
Yeah.
seeing,
You can kinda
Yuzu.
go to it.
It's
like,
letting
if
me
you're
know
a
that
new
you got a
player,
hype
PoE2 is
train.
obviously going to be more appealing, you know, like, I'd imagine.
Well, how
you're
do you
more
know
likely
what
to
the-
wanna go
It
there.
shows me.
But
It
of course,
says
PoE 1's still,
Yuzu
you know,
has a
like,
hype
still-
train. Enable shared
It's not
chat
gonna
to
throw that away
collaborate
completely, but it's like,
and reach
certainly
higher
in terms of
levels
the focus of the
together.
content, like a lot more
Whoa,
in-game
what?
stuff. You know,
We
the
can
Pinnacle,
share a
obviously,
hype
and
train.
things like that. Like, this is stuff that appeals to
No sharing.
someone who actually is able to get to that.
We're just
content.
gonna spoil you
crazy.
instead.
Yeah. Of course, you've still got the leagues, you know, the mercenaries.
Thank you,
I think you
Martha.
were,
It shows
initially when we
music
first
to you.
told you about
Give
it, you
each
seemed
other
a little
some
bit
love.
like, oh yeah, I don't know how big that's going to be. But then when you actually
Oh,
played
what
it,
the-
it's like, you know, it's quite
What
a
I
thing.
was,
Give
yes,
both
I,
of
it
them
was
gifted
beyond what
subs.
I expected
What?
playing it.
Right.
'Cause
No,
I-
give
Double.
some to
I
Mata
brought up
and
concern after
Zen
watching
is
the
literally
reveals
doing a
that I felt
subathon.
like there was a bit of a gap, some
yeah.
disparity in kind of what
Hello?
you revealed once I got the sense of like what
Alright,
was
Thank you,
Mama.
Secrets of
Mata.
Atlas versus
Open
Mercenaries
up
of Trathis.
your-
I don't
had
know
some
what you're
concerns.
talking
I was
about.
like, okay, so the mercenaries thing seems like
Yum.
really awesome, and that kind of was
Yum.
like, by the time
Open
you
up your
get
little
to end
coin
game,
purses.
you've kind of started to explore a
Yum.
lot of that. And you know, there's still more progression beyond that, but that's like it's not necessarily like a ton of new content for.
Oh,
that.
and you're getting
It's
drops.
more
Get rewards by
mechanic
watching
beyond that.
Yuzu while
And then
they're
you've got
live.
this
Ooh.
new, Secrets of the
How
Atlas
long are the
system, which
drops
starts
today?
at tier 14. It's very end game pinnacle content focus. So I'm like, it feels like there's kind of a gap there between tier 1 and 14. But you mentioned yesterday after that discussion that
Look what
maybe
you
you've
started,
changed it.
Mom.
I initially was like, you know,
Y'all have to
You
watch
know,
for
we've been
45 minutes to
time.
claim the
They're
reward
gonna
Skull of
come back.
Undeath.
Yeah, some people have been playing, but
So-
like the majority of people haven't, and they're going to come
Skull
back
of
into that
Undeath,
end
come
game
on.
and be like, all right, let's get my footing
Hurry.
back.
Make sure you get your drops.
Refigure things out. Obviously,
Don't forget
Settlers
to
is
claim
there, but I
your
understand
Skull
a
of
lot
Undeath
people have
drops for
experienced
watching
that in
our
the last
channels
year,
for
so this may
45
feel
minutes,
too
my
new,
loves.
But there's a little bit going on there. You've obviously got Betrayal, and then yes, we have our whole like certain scarabs up, certain scarabs down kind of balance, which I will note, by the way, only a portion of which will be in the initial set of patch notes. We'll have more scarab changes coming soon.
Patch note expansions to be announced.
People, ideally, our PoE1 players know by now, we
Thanks,
get
Ray.
a little bit feral and we just go to the end. We go till Friday.
I'd much rather have a
Yeah,
game
release
company
date for
underestimate the
balance
time it
changes,
takes
so
to make a
not
game and then have it
everything
take
is
longer
there.
than just
A lot
publish
of
it on
it
the
is.
deadline. Agreed. Agreed, crafting. Listen,
there's
I
all
just
those
want it to be
changes, and I
number
thought,
one.
Yeah, it's all good. What we'll do is aim for the people who really
Casually
want new
just
pinnacle
gifting
fights. Like
Yep.
when we
subs
added the
to
tier
be
17s,
number
they were a
one. You're
bridge
crazy.
between pinnacle and uber
I just
pinnacles.
wanted to be number one.
So they weren't even.
All right,
the kind of
everybody,
highest
no
tier of
pressure.
difficulty in the
You have
game.
6 more hours to watch
And
45 minutes
argue
of
these
Path
aren't
of
easy
Exile.
because they're pinnacles, but they are a step
right.
above
Too
the
nice
existing
to me.
pinnacles. They are a bit
Watching
harder.
on YouTube, no skull for me.
That
Just
being
open
said,
a
of
Twitch
course,
stream.
just to clarify, there is a quest version of them where it is you get to tier 14s and you will find them deterministically and get through 3 of them, all 3 of them.
I like
Just
the
for
word
narrative, you get to
deterministically.
explore that. They're easier
I'm gonna start
balance.
using that.
And then you get into farm mode where you get the true
good,
rewards
yeah.
and the true, difficulty test.
Mahata, look what you
yeah,
did.
as you pointed out, I thought
look
that
what
was
you
right, and
did.
then you
I didn't
did
do
raise it, you were
anything.
like, but what
Zed,
about
why didn't you
between tier
say
1
you
and
had
14?
a
It's not gonna feel very
golden
new, and
hype
it was
train
like,
too? What the
Yeah, where's
hell?
the content?
yeah, fair enough. So yeah, we made some changes. Of
Zen's
course,
got a golden
and,
one.
As much as now in the live stream it says we're
Hey, God,
introducing
it's
you to
me
high-tier
again.
maps. That is where they
Not looking for a
Zen
golden
has a
hyper.
golden one?
Zen
has a golden one! She didn't say anything!
What do you mean? What
She
do you
didn't
mean,
say
Zen?
anything!
Where you're now, you're finding those memory influence maps. You're
Arkans, don't even worry, good
by
luck.
the originator, as it said. You're getting the memory
I just
strand
wanted you
items, which
guys
are
to
very,
get
actually
gifted
very
subs.
useful for actually
Don't
finding
worry, Zen.
good item drops.
We
and
are
crafting
spoiled
information
enough.
for the in-game, and so you're getting that all the way
Hey,
through.
It's your
God,
turn.
It's me again.
And then, once you get to the higher tier maps, is
Time
when you
for
get into the
Zen.
You're
actual
not.
pinnacle storyline
You
of
really
with the
are
new
not.
three
To
pinnacle
show
bosses.
Zen love.
So yeah, I mean, look, straight up, it was just like a, what we thought was good oversight, but like this is always what happens. I think
I love
that.
Jonathan
Oversight.
Is like often,
Thank you very
when
much.
we have these podcasts
course,
and interviews,
Pookie.
it's just like half the time we
Oversight.
end up discussing stuff that we're then going to go and change the day after or the day of. And that's
Okay, I don't think I
exactly
can
what
compete
we're
with
doing.
Shadow.
We usually do some sort of live development during these. which I love.
I mean, there's so much that
I don't think I
like,
can gift
not-
100.
and happening
Sorry.
so rapidly.
Yeah.
My
It's
wallet
right
is
together
closed.
very
First.
much, all together.
I
at
want
the
it to
end.
be
It's
first, but not
impossible
like
to
that.
really
He
have
wanted
your
to
eye on
beat
everything
you,
and not miss
and he
like
did.
some
Yeah,
things.
he beat me. How did it
And
feel?
even we
Wee.
always even often miss things, and then it goes live, and then we address it
Oh,
then as
no,
well, and
you
stuff like that.
don't.
Right? It's just like very
I don't think I can be first
very
on Zen's
crazy,
either.
but again, that's, I kind of think
Where
that's
the
the
heck
magic
is?
to it, and what allows us to do so much in so little time. But it is
I
also
will
the
be
thing as
buying
well that's
Dayquil
going to
after
result
this
in
with
the
that
6
money.
expansions coming in the next year.
Yeah,
for
Zen, she got
the
sick on her
combined games, so-
trip.
Yeah.
She got
now,
Michi
like,
sick.
The state of it looks
No,
like
it was
they're
Show.
like,
Show did that.
exploring the
Show did
mercenaries
that.
as they're leveling up. They're going to be
Zen,
going into endgame
what
and
the
kitting
hell?
out, trying to find their ideal mercenaries.
Oh,
getting
hell
them,
no.
That's
swapping
how it
them around,
always goes.
starting to interact
Somebody
with
Zen,
goes
she
out
got
to a
Michi sick.
convention or
enemies that drop
something.
memory
You come
influence
back and
maps
you
that drop
always
memory
get
influence
something.
items that they can craft, which I'm excited about that as like a progression.
The way y'all are
crafting
just
system that
casually
It's
boosted
just how it
craft.
goes.
And that was you mentioned before, kind of getting the
Thank you for the
tiering
50
system
gifted,
into Puppet
you
Design.
little-
The
Thank you,
initial
Zen.
You little
idea
shithead.
there was like, how can we
I
get the
appreciate
tier
you.
2, tier 3, tier 4, tier
Show the
5
love.
item drops from PoE 2 system into PoE 1, and it was like, well, why don't we just do it in the new in-game system?
just
and
want
then
to
we're like, well, we
spoil
can have
everybody.
more granularity. It can go all the way from 1 to 100. There's not really much point not. And so
Yes,
you're
you
finding better
can.
items. Like every time you pick up these items, it could have a set of full tier 1 modifiers.
My
So that was the
kind
initial goal,
cyborg.
and then it was like, well, may as well. Like the crafting orbs can just consume it as well. Now it's worth getting into that specifically. The basic crafting orbs all consume it, and right now, like we don't have fossils and harvest and stuff do it, but it is our intention to
Oh
implement
my
that.
god, I got food
But
delivery.
it's a
Yummy.
bit scary. There's some OP there for sure, but I really like all those systems interacting and
Yes,
interweaving.
please.
Now, what we're finding right now is that you actually do that crafting first, then you consume the memory strands for like the final exalts and final applications,
Oh,
and that is
wow.
something that is happening internally, and you're getting
Thank
some pretty
you, Zen,
insane
for all
outcomes there.
the
It's guaranteed
gifted.
like
What
a
the
T1 mod on your
heck?
final exalts and
Thank
stuff like
you,
that.
Zen, and
But,
Malta, and chat.
Yeah, if
You
we were to
deserve
do
it.
it the other way
Nice to
around,
me.
you'd probably end up having it be very much using all those
Heck
systems.
yeah.
So before we turn that on, obviously we're going to review every single thing and make sure we're definitely happy with everything because
I
it
promise
is
I
a
have
very
protein in the
complicated
salad.
web of
That was
craziness. But
Actually, that was a question I was wanting
Share
to
the
ask.
love.
Was like, how do you even make
Heck
new
yeah.
crafting systems for PoE1 at this point? Like with all the various intricate. Do you just kind of like make it and
You just
cross
have
your
to.
fingers?
You just have to effectively
Send it.
just take the chance and just come up with what you can do. Because if you worried about literally everything, you'd never make anything. You know.
Oh no!
So, you have
If I'm
to,
going
you
to
have to
eat
on
a
some
salad,
level
But it's the
I
same with
gotta have
uniques,
like
it's
the
the same
exile.
with character.
I
new
gotta have
character
the
systems.
croutons,
There's so
the
many
black
variables
olives,
that you
or
can't just like.
tomatoes.
Here's a
I have a
thing.
lot of tomatoes in
Let's
here.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, Zen, I didn't make this. I just got my
Yesterday,
roommate
exactly.
just brought it for me without
May I
asking.
gotta get
Right.
the extra in
It's
there?
fun though. It's just fun.
So
I
you've got
really
this
like
progression
salads,
system now,
but
which sounds
I always
phenomenal.
feel
It
like
sounds like a really nice
healthy
improvement to
eating
just to
them,
like
but then, like,
while
I
we're
remember that
exploring
I
the various
drown it in
changes you've done to things like
dressing.
the
Uh-huh.
Like
mess
the
of
balsamic
betrayal,
vinaigrette
for
or, like,
example,
Italian
and,
dressing.
like, the
I'm
new
like,
scarabs
okay,
and
this is
those
probably
new
not
systems,
healthy.
integration of like the previous content's gone core.
I swear
And
when
then
I
you get
post
to
a
tier 14,
salad
and
to
it's
y'all,
like
Momos,
new
it
story
doesn't
kicks
look
in
like
with
there's
the
any
Secrets of the
protein,
Atlas, the
but
next
there's
Oh,
new system.
well,
And that
I'll lightly
uses
top it.
the,
If
kinda
it's
like
too
the
much,
idea of
then,
those
you know,
memory
it kind of just
threads.
doesn't
Yeah,
become
we
a
had what was
solid
memories
anymore.
before.
Yeah.
So that was like there was Alva's memory and all of that.
Here
and
I
they had
am
kind of
just,
different
like,
things. You couldn't juice
drinking
them,
the
but
salad
some of them gave
dressing.
pretty specific rewards.
Yeah, Zen,
and
sorry,
others
my
were
salad's not
absolutely
The
microwaved.
lack of juicing kind of meant that
I
they
think
could
you'd like
have
it
a good
more.
place in the end game, though.
Yeah, there was only a couple that were
So-
kind of worthwhile.
We were like, we didn't really give that system justice, so like let's kind
like it
of
with,
use that as the
bacon
baseline for
bits
the
and
new
I still
memory
have to
threads,
do another
except
microwave
we 100%
salad.
allow full juicing.
Really? When?
And make them more unique, have the alter mods at the end of each run, and then have the new influence mechanic. And then what we did is we took all those
sometime
memories
within the
and
next few
we were
days.
like, I think it was Octavian
What's a
actually who
microwave
suggested it. Was
salad?
like, put all those on
Oh,
Kirak.
Yuzu.
And so all the
Zen only
Kirak
eats her
missions
salads
are now
microwave.
offered. Since
Do you wanna
Kirak
tell the
was
story?
reduced,
Salad in
Kirak
your
missions
microwave
now
it.
can give you all of the things that appeared on those memories before.
You're joking, right?
Which gives him a unique thing that he didn't have before as well, and it can be more valued
A
farming now.
microwave
So
salad.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Need some love.
It was
Good
on a paper
suggestion.
plate.
And but
Zen.
yeah, effectively those, and then we're like, those memory strands. We
forgot,
don't
were
want
you
it to
drunk?
just be I'm doing normal
I
mapping,
ended up
normal mapping,
getting a
normal mapping, then
salad
you
and
find
just
the
put
memory.
it all in the freaking
memory
microwave.
with,
Yeah,
I've
it was
already
like a
tripped up
pizza
now.
looking
This is what we were
one.
talking about yesterday.
It was
was
for
the
charity.
Memory threads versus
the
memory
threads,
strands.
the
You
memory
eat
threads. Again, once you
microwave
play, it gets a bit more
salad.
clear. But yeah, we've got a bit of synonym thesaurus issues
awful.
going on. You're doing the memory threads, and it's like, well, we
It was
want to be
so
able to do that
fucking
experience
awful.
without just having to go, okay, I don't want to have to run a bunch of maps, get a
I just
thread, have some
imagine
fun,
like the
and then I'm
lettuce
back
being
to
so
just,
soggy.
regular
Yeah.
things.
Uh-huh.
So
Ew.
we're like, well, once
And everything
you
being
finish
warm,
the storyline,
like
I won't
warm
explain
tomato.
exactly how that concludes.
It was
'cause
soggy
it's
and
a
disgusting.
big one. You what those maps that you can find on that thread now will start dropping. But it's T16s,
Yep.
and more frequency, and then but they will
Fucking
be rolling
sucked.
with Tier 17.
Really?
mods
It
and
actually looked
we're
not that
kind of calling
bad.
those T16.5s because they are very close to T17s, and it's kind of honestly, I would
the
say in some
pizza
cases,
O
if you get the right
from
memory
earlier.
skills, better than T17s,
Good.
which I know has been a huge concern,
Yep.
and I agree with that, and I am finally, hopefully. We can.
I think
not
if it
have
didn't
just
have
the
the
age
blue
of
cheese, it
T17s
would have
that
been
can't
absolutely
self-sustain and you
amazing.
have to trade
It was
for, and a lot
already
of
so
frustration
good.
there. That's the
Excellent.
that's the hope. If it doesn't fully solve it, obviously.
Yuzu Zen
it's
had
still
asked
the
me to
intention
put an
solve it.
ingredient on her
Let's talk
pizza.
about the problem
I said
with
durian.
T17s then. So, like,
She couldn't
obviously
find it,
was,
so it was
there was a
pineapple.
few issues going on there.
How do you feel about pineapple on
Ew,
pizza?
It's like
I
very, very
freaking hate
endgame in terms of
pineapple
maps and
pizza.
everything,
And you know
and
what I
then
hate
kind of
more than
narrow that down
pineapple on
to
pizza?
4 maps
When
instead.
people call it
And,
Hawaiian
obviously it
pizza.
was presenting problems.
I love Hawaiian pizza.
It was also-
Pineapple
yeah, it was
is
also a
not
clash
even
because it was
native
like
to
those were meant to be the,
Hawaii.
I love Hawaiian
bossing
pizza.
way to get to the Ubers.
Yeah.
And it ended up being the juicing, and so
Yeah.
then
love
you
it.
have the people. You have a kind of economy
we should
clash
go have
between people who
Hawaiian
want to farm
pizza.
bosses and people who want to juice.
No,
and it
it's
was like, okay, well, they were
torture.
intended to be the boss way. Whoops.
Thank you for showing me where you're weak.
You know, they were still kind of fun for both axes.
Pineapple
you know,
and
in some
pizza does
regard,
not-
minus
it's
few
not a thing.
little
It's not
bits and
real. It
pieces.
can't
Like,
hurt
obviously, we
me.
had to do some changes to the mods, how they generated. Like,
Thank you for
we had-
showing me
we
what
certainly
button
had
to
some
push
hiccups with that one the first time
to hurt
around.
you.
I love
It
people are
actually
saying
depends on
yeah,
where
was-
you get it
then all of a
from.
sudden now
To be
T16s
fair,
are dead.
there
you
are
know?
some very
Yeah.
decent
So
places
the
that
hope
do
here,
it
bring
good.
them back. You can farm the map you want as with them
No,
originator
it
influence.
doesn't belong
I
on
believe is what the
pizza.
text said.
I
So,
love pineapple.
you know what I
I
call
had
memory
peaches and
influence
prosciutto
or
on
Zana
pizza
influence,
in Washington,
you know?
D.C., and it
All
was
these
amazing.
Things, whatever,
Okay,
they're
that
influenced
sounds
with a
good,
bunch of red
though.
and blue
I
stuff.
wouldn't do it from Pizza
You get
Hut
the
or
skills, you get the
Domino's,
skills.
but you got to do
You
it
get the
from
div
local
card you want,
places
you get
and
to farm the
authentic.
layout you want, you get to do the boss you want, and you
Right.
don't have to deal with,
So,
you know.
can
You wouldn't
say
even believe
somewhat
it, but the
definitively if,
pizza
like,
I made had
juicing is gonna be
pineapple
happening
on
at
it,
T16s
and it was
again,
so
or is it
good.
still
I
gonna be
believe it.
Again,
T17s?
if it didn't have the blue
Not
cheese.
sure.
I
Fucking almost a
currently, as
10
far as
out
I can
of 10.
tell, it should be in the
Wait,
16s,
you
but
don't
I
like
didn't
blue
want to make it
cheese?
that the
I
17s
love
are
blue
just
cheese.
garbage.
Yeah.
So
you haven't taken a hard
you know,
stance
I
on
think
it. Yeah.
I think especially with the right memory influence skills.
Then show her
appearing,
your tweet with the
which you do
pizza.
have to
That
take
you
a bit
have
of
an
a gamble
acquired
for, and
taste.
sometimes you get really good ones, and sometimes you get okay
Show her
ones.
your pizza
that's
tweet.
part of the fun when you
Yeah,
get it, and you're like,
yeah, I can
I got
show
the
you.
epic one that revives monsters,
I'm
and I get
scared.
all the loot twice. And then
Doubled.
when you get that kind of thing, it's going to be like, okay, this is just 100%
Pineapple
better.
is just
like,
like
how was
such
it
a
not?
strong
And then of course multiply that with
I love
all
it.
flames.
Also, I
and,
hate when I order a
you know,
fruit bowl
there's
from
gonna
like
be
a
some
restaurant
madness
and there's
occurring.
fucking
Not
pineapples in there. Like,
Necropolis
why
tier
does
madness,
everyone love
But
pineapples?
there will be
Like,
madness. We have
pineapple
learned
is
from
just
that
like
a bit.
an
Don't you
okay
worry about
fruit.
that.
Wait,
That was
I'm getting
out of
deja vu.
control
We
on
had
a
this
level
conversation.
unprecedented. But
Am I
Yeah,
crazy?
we
you know,
did.
What do we-
still
When
new
we
tiers
did
of
that,
madness.
the
There's a
market
question
In a
simulator.
dream.
about,
Okay, yeah.
Atlas passive
No,
skill
we,
tree
I
with expanding
said we had
abilities and
her
things
and I
like
had
that.
the
So is that something you
specific
consider as,
conversation
like, how many
where
points
she
you're
was a
giving and
freaking pineapple hater. And I was like, girl, why you hating?
I like the amount of points you get
Pineapple
and the
is
amount
just
you can invest in a
okay. It's
given
not.
tree
It's
loadout.
not
I
that
think that is
good, but
correct.
everyone loves pineapple.
She just doesn't
we
understand.
Also, we do remove a
I
little
love
bit of
how
nodes
these
and we have
sweet
added
men
some,
are
but I wouldn't
talking
say, like, we've
about the
added
game,
new
and we're
ways to
like,
juice
I
fiber
hate
influence, we've
pineapple. pineapple.
new
Yeah,
ways
well,
to,
I love
add
pineapple.
more things to the ball flames and stuff like that, and there's new multiplicative things going on there. I wouldn't also then want to just be like, here's another plus 20% on the tree as well.
This is
I
why
like
when
the
my
fact that
audience
choice
is like,
matters.
I wish you
like
had
that
more
choice
women
matters,
conversations. I'm like,
and
no, you
should
don't.
have to
Dropping
give
it
up
in
something to
there.
get something of the new thing, or have
Oscar,
one of your loadouts focus on that. and
Zen,
two of
did
the
you
others
tell
focus on
Oscar that you were going to work out with him, by the way? Or did you just surprise him?
That, you might be getting more access to the content
Wait,
from
actually,
the investment
Zen,
nodes.
this
taking
doesn't
in
look
savings
too
and
bad.
scarabs, right? Scarab drops.
Oh
on
yeah,
those.
yeah, true.
looks
I mean,
really
it was
good.
more of a SSF feature.
Like, I like
but
the banana
it's not for everyone.
diapers.
But
It
both
was
the
so
map
good.
device,
Mine is the
where you
blue
play like
cheese.
Breach League and a bunch of the
Yuzu.
things, nodes
Bacon
on the
or ham?
Atlas tree that are like chance
If I
Pineapple?
didn't
changes
have
in
the
your
blue
maps.
cheese,
Both
it would
also
have
now
been so
increase the
good.
chance of you getting scarabs of that league's
Yeah.
type.
I like
Which is kind of
bacon.
how Peewee 2
But
did
you
it as
know,
well with their
chat
leagues,
has to
where
ruin
you
it,
know,
so-
to get
you
the
get
content.
expedition to get more expeditions.
Great.
It's the same thing here. We just wanted to push that a bit more, give a little bit more agency, and influence the scarabs you're getting. That way, you're getting more of the ones you want. Because there
I'm
are
so
a
sorry
lot
if
of
we
scarabs,
talked
of
They could
over
have
course,
this.
just
and you
had the
can
most
block
amazing
a decent
pizza
chunk
recipe.
of them, and you can invest
They
in
would
some
have
others.
made
and
an
we're just like,
amazing
more
recipe,
agency is
but
better
they said
here, like
here,
straight up.
blue
So
cheese.
may as well, and it just simply adds more value to the map device craft. So why not?
All right. I know we're jumping around topics a
It
lot
was so
here, but
close to
it's just kind of
greatness.
in the flow of things. But on the mercenary topic, so you've designed these guys
So
to
close.
be so good that everyone's going to want to use one, right? And that's like the right way to design it objectively. But it does raise the question as to
pizza didn't
I'm going
look
to
too
make that
bad.
recipe
they're,
again.
like,
To be
they're
honest,
not
Mine is the blue
abrasive to
cheese.
use, They're fun to use. That there's not necessarily
Actually, minus
problems
the
where you feel like,
pineapple,
oh,
though. I
have
don't
to
like the
use them.
pineapple.
Without
So how do you
blue
go about
cheese
making
and a
sure
few
that's the
other
case for these
things.
guys?
What are you gonna take out?
I mean,
The
obviously,
pineapple.
them
The pineapple
increasing
was
the
so good.
difficulty,
Actually,
might,
it was
is a
actually
thing that
one of
says
the
maybe
best
you
parts
don't
of
want
it.
to
I love
necessarily.
you, Zen. You know who
maybe they're
recommended
not
that
pulling their
pineapple,
weight
right?
on a boss fight, and stuff like that, making it actually harder because of the
Or if you
life.
don't
and,
have the right
or
mercenary,
if
maybe.
you don't have the right
It was you.
mercenary, you don't have the right gear on them.
Replace
these
the
are factors.
pineapple with
However,
more blue
generally
cheese.
they should be fun to have with you. You should want to engage with it. That is the league. If you're not playing in the league, or you don't want to engage with the league as much, you still got the
Are there
in-game,
any
you still
blue
got
cheese
betrayal,
enjoyers in
you
our
still got,
chest?
the settlers,
love
all
blue
that stuff
cheese.
is all
Our
still there.
chest.
The character balance changes,
So
everything's
much.
still there. It's
I
just
eat it
know.
like with a spoon.
Close
Ideally,
enough.
you'd want to engage with the mercenaries. They are
Close.
generally more beneficial than not. You would have to really over level them.
But I
and
also
not
eat
be
butter.
upgrading them
Like
for
I
them to start
slice
being kind of
slices
useless.
of butter and
item
eat them.
and combat
Not a
mechanic
lot,
with them by
but a few.
itself is also like, even if you're not hiring a mercenary, there's
Understandable.
still, like,
I love butter.
Okay,
all sorts of items.
what do you- why
there's-
do you
but
find
there's
the
new
blue
things
cheese
like
so
mechanics
good?
that they've got going on with
What
that.
is what
so,
is the
like,
flavor that
even
does it for
part
you?
is a thing in itself.
It's like it has
Something
like
I
a
didn't realize
like
from
a
watching
Salty.
and then
kick to
playing
it.
for a
Like it
while.
has
Yeah.
like
I
a
think
like
you guys
a
getting
oomph
improved by
to
much
it.
for this. But
I can't eat a whole
the,
thing of
when they
blue
have, like, the
cheese,
currency
but I
pocket,
love like
when
if
you
I have a
can
little
actually pick
avocado,
currency from that,
a little
they give you all
hard-boiled
the
egg,
currency from
and
the
blue
pocket.
cheese, and I just
Yeah, it's
use
like
those
so-
little
it's
like
a bit-
tiny
it was a
baby
bit juicier
spoons,
than I thought it was, actually.
and I have a
I'm
little piece of
not
blue cheese,
surprised.
then a little piece of avocado, then a little piece of egg, then a little
Dang.
piece of.
It
It's
was
stanky.
interesting creating a.
It just smells
there's
bad.
not
I
many
love it.
leagues where you get one reward.
Yeah.
And obviously not that.
I do think it's a
currency
saltiness
helps,
though,
but
for real.
You
Pick a item.
picking
It's
a
like that
single piece of
kick.
gear.
It just like punches
and so we
me in
had
the
to
mouth.
really
I'm
think
like,
It
like,
just tastes
yeah.
bitter to me.
okay, I mean you can see it, so you already get a pick from all the
Do you like
different slots.
cilantro?
But it was like, how do we make sure that their gear is comparable to what a player would have, which is kind of
It depends on what I'm going to put it on and how
and you're
much.
crafting a thing, and so it's always
I
better than
love
average. And so we had to
cilantro.
really
Oh my
think
God.
about what their gear should and what their
Yeah,
items
I
should
always
look
brown
like.
my food in
And
cilantro
to
when
be
it
comparable to
is
something you would actually want or
when I have the
so
opportunity to.
yeah, it's rare to have a league where you actually
Those
only just get one
aromatic
item.
herbs
Like,
are
even
such a like
ultimatum, sure
low
you get
calorie,
one, and
good
many
flavor
rounds of
thing.
rolls
That
you should
dill,
be
In like
able to
certain
whereas this is
soups
just
or in a taco,
actually one.
but I
You have
gotta
to make
put
sure
some
it's good,
onions
right?
with that as well to
There was
counterbalance
actually
it.
kind of complicated
girls,
to do, but
I do have to say this.
You know, there's some pretty.
I
powerful
love
stuff you
onions
can
and
get from
garlic
that.
so
I mean,
much,
obviously
especially the red
uniques are
onion.
relatively easy
That like
to put
even
in,
after you
but,
brush your teeth and
they do
floss,
affect the mercenaries
when
in
you
some pretty
burp the
crazy
next
ways,
day,
but
it will taste like red red onion
you know,
for like
rare items
2
and
days
stuff like that. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated to actually get that to feel.
It doesn't
good.
matter how much
Stuff
you
that
brush
feel
your teeth.
Like, you know,
It
I
doesn't
actually wanna
matter
take
if
that
you
as
rinse.
opposed to just always taking the currency.
It's like
So
inside
if
your
you wanna do
body.
that, go ahead as well.
Was there any kind of, just out of curiosity,
raw
was there any
red
kind of
onion?
thought on like as to what sort of items or what sort of
Do you know what I'm
like an
talking about?
apple?
items then? Since they're like,
Not
they're kind of
anymore.
supposed to be
Eating raw
builds.
onions.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
love eating-
It is
do
relative
that.
to the build.
I
more
put
so,
raw red
yes.
onion in
Like,
my
they
salad
do, like,
all the time,
30-something
and then I have
different
just
archetypes. So we
disgusting
talked
onion
about,
breath.
Like the striker and I can't remember the names of half eruptor and stuff, but there are like 30
I'm
something
being
of
honest.
them, and you know, there's
I
a
like
chaos
pickled
mage, and
onion.
there's ones with curses, and ones with auras, and ones with.
They're so easy
and
to
I'm
make.
obviously listing all the utility
I had
stuff
a
because I know,
Templar.
I know that you know it's the aura bots of Trathus. Really, is probably how a lot of people are going to see it.
That is like
exiled.
But actually, there's a
Garlic
lot of
cube.
there's a lot of custom
I
skills
eat
in
so
there.
much
They're
garlic.
not entirely player skills.
Yeah,
I
that's
know we
wild.
touched on the Trathus skills, but we like only showed this.
Zen, do you not
maybe
put cilantro and onion on your
16
taco?
Around 16 of them. Some of them
And you
are
can
cool.
get
There's
those, right?
Said
They
she does
can just
that.
be in their little pouch.
Oh,
And you
I
can-
you can just
absolutely
take
do.
one.
pick them, and when if you
Wow.
defeat them, they drop it, and you get it, and that's a new. So it's kind of like a transfigured gem in a way, but it's a Trathan gem,
It
and
actually
it's just
tastes
so that's a way of
super
delivering a
freaking
bunch of
good.
new skills. And I know you have like Blood Storm Call, which is like physical that creates a blood dot. So you maybe want to add.
You should put
so there
pineapple
might be
on your
some
taco sometime.
Builds that want to
Pineapple
do
and
that.
onion
There's
is pretty good together.
Spectral shield throws and a whole bunch of
I
different
swear you're
things. We
doing
saw
that
the
to
siege
torture
ballista in
me.
the live stream, but there's certainly a whole bunch of them.
swear you're just saying
I
that
know there's
shit.
a kind of incinerate based blast ray. Blast rain was it? Yeah, like arrow comes down, does a wave of almost like an incinerate wave out of it and stuff like that. So like,
Had some fun with that.
spoiling a bunch of them, but it's only 4 or so.
You can
but yeah, there's heaps
actually-
of different skills there, which
Okay,
is pretty cool.
so-
But then they also just have like kind of high cooldown and different passive skills and stuff like that
She's
as well.
gonna be
So,
like, you
there's a
should
lot
put
of stuff
pineapple in your
One of those in the
lasagna.
video.
You could technically
Yeah,
mix up a
possibly,
taco
probably,
with pineapple in it.
Hey, there's gonna be
Would
some
come out
surprise
pretty
and cool
good.
stuff for people to
Yeah,
find.
that's
You know,
it,
it's
yeah.
all right. It was a 42-minute presentation.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like it's all right. Give a taste.
But hear me
You'll
out.
I'm trying
find a
to
lot of
think
cool
what
stuff
would
on live,
counterbalance with the
In
pineapple
terms,
too.
in terms of making them fun to like manage and hire
In-
and
in
things like
tacos
that,
or
if
where?
you'd asked me before playing it, I would have said like, oh yeah, you want to be able to
In
like spend some
tacos,
sort of passive
yeah.
on them or something like that. But then actually after playing it, I was like, oh, it's kind
Onion.
of good that you didn't go to that level because then there's no lock in with them.
You should put
Counterbalance.
pineapple on
Yeah,
pineapple.
It would have been a bit annoying. I think.
Yeah.
Somebody
What
said,
about
why don't you put
Not an onion.
pineapple in
low
lasagna? But like,
micromanagement on
why
this. So,
don't you
like,
put
the
pineapple
gear,
in lasagna?
You won't have to do that too
No,
often.
no, we're not
They don't
doing
level up,
this.
They don't have like they have a passive tree
Yuzu.
behind the scenes.
I'm gonna invite you to my house one day.
That's secret.
I'll be like, we're doing a
Was it
stream, and it's just
actually
gonna be
allocating
tasting
individual
pineapple in
nodes?
20 different ways.
I was assuming not.
They
I
assumed
have a
not.
trough and
Yeah.
passive tree.
Okay.
Secret proprietary.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
look, they gain stats as they
Yeah.
as they level up, and it's kind of relative to the archetype, and there's some stuff going on. But
She's
you
gonna
don't need to
invite
care
me
about
for
that.
dinner
It's just as
when
far
I-
as you
when I
know, they're higher
visit, and
level.
then
They've made
all of
somewhat
the
intelligent decisions
food
about their
options is
passive
gonna
points
have
and whatnot, and they're
pineapple
pretty
in it.
good.
It's gonna be a pizza, but the pizza
some are
crust
better
is
than others.
pineapple.
Some will be good for
All
your
the
build,
toppings are
much
pineapple, but,
you
like,
will
cut in
have, here's
different
the meta
pieces.
ascendancies for a league.
And shade.
And then
Those-
she's gonna have
Wait,
a cake for
meta
dessert.
ascendancy then has the
What's
meta
your favorite
mercenary for
type
the
of
league,
pizza?
and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it'll
And-
be matched to your build.
yeah,
It's
it's
I like
standard.
the
going to be pretty
Zillion
crazy. I
pizza.
suspect in the end, there's like.
Is
you
that the
know,
one
as
with
much
the
as it's pretty
sausages on
simple
it?
To just arrange them,
It's
there's
a
going to be a
Zillion.
lot of little
Yes.
minor complexities.
That's Paul path of building.
I
I was
guys.
gonna say, like, are they gonna have to
Yuzu is a
implement-
sausage lover. It's true.
Interesting,
It's definitely going to be a part
I
of your
do
build.
love
so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gotta go
I
in
don't
there.
like mushrooms on my pizza
100%.
though.
They can give you auras and
Those
various
actually
other
could
buffing
come
skills,
out
like
pretty
a Templar
good.
had like an
Yeah.
aura, and he had
Yeah,
the what is it, smite with the lightning aura.
Your
from it.
meta build, then for that you need your 3
I like-
meta mercenaries,
I have
and then your meta
an
animate
acquired
guardian,
taste for
and then you've
mushrooms.
got,
Like I used
you
to
know,
hate it, but like now
oh
I
my
like
God,
mushrooms.
you
But I
know,
don't like it on
At least
pizza.
a lot more items will
No,
be getting put to
I
use.
get
so
that.
that's good.
I'll be curious to see how the Animate Guardian feels because I don't know, like that
Love
one has
mushrooms
obviously the skill
everywhere.
gem cost
Definitely
as well,
get
potentially, like,
that.
supports and things
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course,
and
of course. But,
So that's obviously a bit more of a tax, whereas
I
these
think
guys
it's
are
like
just a free
the
add-on on
texture
top,
that
you know,
throws
they
me
don't cost you
off. It
anything,
like
it's
has
a
a
fun
I
weird
like
rubbery
mushrooms.
texture.
Yeah,
which was
on
you
certain things
intentionally
too.
didn't go for an upkeep cost. for
The
them, which
texture is my
noted.
favorite part.
yeah. I mean, you
Ah.
already earned there.
Oh, they're so
you,
good.
You still got to pay them a little bit, but you already you defeated them. You don't.
We
need to pay
harvest
them
a
by
lot
the
of our
hour.
mushrooms.
Gold
Like, it's
cost if they
very
die,
Eastern
which I
European to
found
harvest
I had a couple die
mushrooms
early on,
and
but
make like
then they were
mushrooms
mostly-
and butter.
Especially if I pick good ones, they were staying alive. Like
I'm trying to find
I
a
had one
picture.
guy that I was
I like that
ridiculously
there's this
tanky,
type
and then
of
some of them had like
mushroom
4K life, and this guy
that,
had
like,
like vitality and
Italian
enduring
food
cry,
likes to
and
put on
you know,
their-
like a fizz
their
aura and mortal coil and
Pasta
things like
that like
oh,
it
yeah,
kind of
these
tastes
guys
like
are
bacon.
kinda
It's
better
like
than me.
crispy mushrooms that taste like
So
bacon.
mushrooms just kind of
Often
absorb
you
the
might find
flavor of
yourself
everything
aspiring
around
to
it
become more like a
all the
mercenary.
time. See, if you drown it in like butter and whatever, it
trained
just
fighters
steals the
from
flavor.
A ruthless place in Trathus, and they've come here and
I could
they're
really
like,
go
what are all
right
you
now for some
weaklings
butternut
doing?
squash ravioli.
So, you know.
Yeah, it was quite confronting when I was like doing
Actually,
my
I'm
usual
fine. I just
running
eat.
through mud flats in my Ranger in a hessian
so
sackcloth clothing, and then I run into literally
Come on,
the
I have
Ranger
a crazy
one,
photo to
and they're
show
like
you
wearing
guys.
Giga MTX.
I might actually be able to show it to stream
They
if
got
I
like
crop
all these different supported skills,
something
and
out.
they're
I
like
think my
comboing them
least
together.
favorite
I'm
mushroom
like,
is like the
"Whoa."
stringy ones that
it's giving you
come
something
in
to aspire
soup.
to.
Like, I hate those
Oh,
ones.
this is what I
stringy
can
ones
become.
that come in soup?
Oh, whoops.
They're like
I felt
really
really good when I
long,
fired them later.
thin.
Yeah, look,
Like,
remember they
really
came
long.
here of
Enoki
their own
mushrooms,
choice. They
I
haven't
hate
been
those.
exiled.
Oh, I
here as a
love
criminal
enoki
and
mushrooms.
left to rot on a beach.
I have to say, they kind of feel like suckers. So they've got this honor code system, right, that says that if a challenge
Right, you girls ready for this?
They have to wager literally
Stardew
one of the
Valley
pieces of
IRL.
clothing they're wearing.
That's back when I had like I was growing out my buzz
choosing,
cut
challenge doesn't
because I
have to
buzzed
go
my
up
hair
anymore. You
during
don't have
COVID.
to wager anything
my
of
God.
yourself. Like, I feel like in a previous part of Exile, we might have like,
Matza, what the
like,
fuck?
gamble your own.
If you remove the game mechanic from the equation and you go, okay, let's say you and I have a duel and I get to take your shoes.
Yep.
Can you
and
describe
my
this
sacrifice
photo,
is I have
Yuzu?
to die. I don't think
It's
that's
like
a
if
fair
I went
trade.
to like
Now,
Yeah, but this is in a
sure.
world where you can
Home
revive.
Depot,
I don't know
land,
that.
Going out to the countryside
You know,
and wanting
and like
to stay
honestly,
there.
if I have to go like your shoes
I'm
versus
wearing,
my
like, a
15%
farmer
experience,
hat.
Like I don't know if I'm gonna,
Nice,
you know,
pretty nice
With my
boots.
lime green
Sure,
buzz
but,
cut
like, you know,
growing
that's
out.
part of
Blending
my
with the
level I just
locals.
lost. So
So-
like, you know, I don't know if I'll take that trade.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
That's
send this
you got me
to-
there. That's a good point.
To my editor. Can
We'll get
you
some more
put
questions about the
an
mercenaries there.
emoji
Do mercenaries
on
count
my
as minions?
face?
Has been
Oh,
asked.
I said 15%, and I realized that
I
is
want
not
to
correct.
show
what was
this
the-
I'm just
on
making up
screen.
numbers.
Oh,
no,
for
no,
the
no, no, no.
dying.
Ignore me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that's the wrong number.
No. What have you done?
Did you
My
know
phone
that every
quoted.
night
I
while
just
you
quickly
sleep,
glanced at
spiders
chat.
drop
I'm like, oh,
dozens
jeez,
of
I said
mushrooms
I
in
just
your
made
mouth?
something up on the spot. in the
Who
heat
drops
of the moment.
mushrooms in my
Don't
mouth?
worry.
The
Spiders.
question was,
She's
do
lying.
mercenaries count as minions?
Don't listen to
Or is
her.
this a very
And they also
similar
drop
based
blue
things?
cheese and pineapples.
Like flasks.
They don't count as
You're
a
not doing
semantic
that.
minion for like, you know, minion damage and all of
Yeah.
that. But I know, for example, all the, you know how there's bosses and they have certain skills because they're less avoidable,
Actually,
they deal less damage to
quite
your
often-
enemies.
But a long time ago,
also
me, you're
count
not
as- they
getting
count-
away with that one.
They also get that damage
I use a lot
reduction
of the
from those
mushroom
things, 'cause,
caps
like,
in the
they're not,
summer.
like,
If I'm
going,
making
"There's an
burgers,
AoE here, I'm getting out
I'll
of it, and
always,
you're gonna
like,
jump
make
back in
my
like you
burger
are."
on top
They're
of
just
the
gonna
mushroom
soak the
cap
damage,
instead
and
of
so,
on
yeah,
bread.
We've made it so
Because
obviously
you
that,
can
know,
even make like
they
little
don't take
tiny
as much
pizzas on
damage
mushroom
from,
caps. You can put like
you know,
cheese on
those
it, all your
unavoidable
ingredients. It
attacks,
kind
so
of
to
feels
speak,
like a
and much
dough.
like how your
It's
minions
great.
do and whatnot. But again, they are pretty tanky. So you know, on top of that,
On that same spirit of like live improvements happening as we're talking about it.
I
It's
like,
yesterday I was
I like
asking kind of
when
can you heal them with
burgers
like the minion
aren't, like,
flasks or something like that to like heal them in between
super
combats and
bready. Like, I
later
don't
got
like
a message
burgers in
saying
general
that,
because they're
you guys have changed it
always
so that they
messy.
heal out of
But
combat
if a
now.
burger has
yeah, I was
less
taken
bread,
from the.
I like
It's
it.
something I actually really like that the minions do.
Did
in
you just
PoE2,
say that you
where,
are a burger
when there's some
hater?
downtime, they
She
kind of
hates
regenerate
burgers
stuff.
and
So, yeah,
pineapple
that change
and
was made
mushrooms
yesterday.
and red meat.
And
Yeah, so
red
now
meat. She
the
hates
mercenary,
everything.
You don't have
I
to
hate-
say
I don't
you
like
have to give
steak,
it some
'cause
life
my
regen.
dad would make
and
That's
like,
too
you know,
far.
explored a
every
few different
night.
options,
Okay,
but it was just like, you know
right.
what?
That's
Just like if there's a
understandable,
little bit
though.
of downtime, or if, it's more if they haven't lost
Are you
life in the
vegan by
last
any
some amount of
chance?
time. They just
No, she's just being a hater.
no.
She's not
You know,
vegan.
It's just good quality of life.
No,
don't
I
just
just
have them sitting at
I just don't
10%
like
life
red
and you're
meats
like,
a
what am I
lot. It
supposed to
also
do
makes me feel like bloated
so
a
they can be
lot
brought
when I
into
eat
pinnacle
red
content
meat.
is one of the other questions I'm saying.
Yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
everywhere in the game.
No restrictions on that.
Yep.
Nice, cool. And
Acquired
I like
taste.
I
people
like
seemingly
chicken
from
and
the question,
fish
based on the
and
questions, don't
eggs.
believe that you can have like a 6-person party and have 6 mercenaries. That you,
I
that you
love
wouldn't allow
chicken
that.
and
That's too
fish.
crazy. I mean, it
That's
is
all
too
I have
crazy,
to add to
but
this
you do allow that.
How
conversation.
about some
Yeah, we
roasted
do.
pepper salmon?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't
I
really like
mean,
salmon
you know,
because salmon is always
it's a lot-
like
it's a lot
the
of wars.
one fish
Okay.
that like
But
is
So she
very
doesn't like
differently
fish.
Looking
timed.
forward to playing
No,
my,
because
everyone
it's
knows I
salmon
play
though.
my support
It's
characters,
salmon
and,
specifically.
you know, you'd expect, you're a support character, so you can
Okay.
have a DPS
You're on
merc
thin
now and
ice
not
now,
have to
you're
play
on
with your
thin
friends.
ice.
But I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, hold on, I can
It's
be
'cause
a
salmon
support
sometimes
character and have a
tastes
support
too
mercenary and
fishy.
support my
Line.
friends even more. So, like,
Of
you know,
course.
it's all win.
Yuzu.
That sounds about you. Perfect. Yeah. I
What
mean,
is your
while
favorite
leveling, I
fish?
certainly felt like the DPS ones were viable if I was
I
playing more of a
like
skilled role, or if I was
tuna.
like struggling in that
Okay.
regard. They did seem like they were actually
Don't say
able to
sushi.
kill
Does
things.
eel
Is that something that
count
can
as
happen in
fish?
game?
Eel
That
tastes
can
kind of
sound to believe.
chickeny, but yeah.
I like
I mean,
eel.
look, at the end of the day, you can give them Headhunter, you can give them all of that stuff, and they
Zen, how does that make
they
you
take
feel?
the
What
damage,
kind
they
of
scale
tuna?
it. Like, the only thing they don't have
kind of
is,
say
tuna?
you
can't.
know, your skill.
Oh, I love
What?
canned
What?
tuna.
Bad, and thus
Do
they could
not
be better than you.
discriminate.
Or
Oh
you
no,
could be
I
very
like
good, and in
I
which
like
case,
fresh
you know,
tuna. Like like ahi.
I'm just saying, like they are
I
don't like
still a
canned
computer,
tuna or, like,
right? They
cooked
are still at the
tuna.
end of the day doing that, so they might not make the smartest decisions that you agree with.
There's
and
like custom AI for each skill,
there,
right?
there is 100%.
I
So they're a
need
bit
to
above
say,
the 50%
canned
mark.
tuna.
She has a
yeah, they might be.
unique taste
Yeah,
for
I'd say around
seafood.
55%.
Listen,
Okay.
that
That's
tuna salad, so good.
I
Never
Yeah,
underestimate
yeah,
the amount of
computers can
protein
be
in
good.
that can of tuna.
So but at the end of the day, you know, when you're like, you know, giga zooming and obliterating everything before it can even appear on your screen entirely, There's a question
What
of
is
how
that
much
your
use can they
favourite
really
dish
be,
then?
and that's where I come in and say, look, the floor is still
dish?
they are half a party member worth of loot increase.
Yeah.
And they are
Yuzu, I actually don't know what would
you
be.
know, whatever auras and all of that. So you might
Okay,
pivot
I
from
like
more
spicy
you definitely
ahi,
want DPS ones are
but I
real
have
good all the
multiple
way
different
through, but
favorite
once you
dishes.
again become
I
the
like
power of a
spicy
thousand
ahi.
gods, like
Yeah,
I
there's a
like
certain point where it's
vinegar,
only so much you can
and
do.
I
Now
like
that being
chicken
said, if you
piccata.
do want to play a more passive character and you want
Is
them
that why
to
you
just
ordered
go
chicken
wild,
piccata
like,
last time?
Those
they're
are
pretty
actually
strong.
sounding really good.
There is, of course, the thing where if you miscalculate that, you go into your pinnacle relying on them to kill
Okay.
it, and you miss the mark and they die. It's not like you're bringing them back in that
I
area.
don't
They only
often
have
get to
Now
have a
you're
good
like, oh, damn
sinigang,
it.
but
I'm not sure what to do
it's a
now,
good
and you got to
soup.
do it the hard way. So
Yeah, I love how sour
but
it
yes,
is. The
much
more
like
sour,
the
the more
new Chase
better for
Animate
me.
Guardian, if they die, they don't come back into that area.
I had a
like
lot
the
of
way
it
of
when
doing
I
it,
was
yeah.
in
Instances, yeah.
the Philippines.
much better than the losing gear and all that,
Yeah,
all that
we
drama.
went through all that. I even had to maybe.
But
even
it's rare for me to
ruthless, they
find a
should
good
lose
one
an item, or maybe,
where I
I
live.
was like, is that a thing?
So I
was like,
never
no,
order
look,
it.
Like, it's either right or wrong. Let's just go with what we know is right, what people will like,
Yeah.
and what is not going to just cause a bunch
Well,
of
what is your
unnecessary-
favorite dishes?
Oh my god! Now I got to do this.
I'm so
again,
basic.
and something unpredictable happens, or some
I
monster
have, like,
skill
the
is,
most
like,
basic
particularly
person top
imbalanced.
three,
It's like,
okay?
oh
Tell
my
us.
god! It just lost so much courage.
My top one
Yeah.
is some kind of
So-
steak, like some kind of
good.
meat protein,
Sounds great.
either a fish
Awesome.
protein or a steak.
So,
Like, I love a good steak,
Settlers Town went
medium
core,
rare,
and have to rebuild it.
rare,
Phenomenal, thank you.
or a fish
Gold
protein.
goes core, which
Number
is
two-
an
Pineapple in
experiment.
it.
Feels like a success.
Doesn't
and
have to.
Jonathan,
Number
I
two,
think you
some
fellas
kind of
can
pizza.
speak
I
to
am
that.
that basic
sure.
that
It was
pizza is my number
core
two.
feature of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I don't
definitely
care.
happy with where like,
Thin
you know,
crust,
how
thick
God
crust.
improves
I do
things.
not care.
I mean,
Some
you know,
kind of
we
pizza.
originally did it as
Number
a
three,
way to
some
reduce
kind
the
of
number
noodle
things
soup.
that, monsters can drop while still
Preferably the
having it so
thicker
that they feel like they
noodles
drop
like
things.
udon.
Yeah, like
That's
filling
that's
the-
my top
Yeah,
three.
yeah, but I mean, I
Yeah.
honestly, like, I think it's been a straight up improvement.
Okay.
So
I'm
obviously,
sorry,
it's
it's
really
so
good to be able to work
basic.
with the the new the trade
Salad,
currency
though.
market.
What about
and
you,
things like that.
Zenny?
actually don't
Like,
really
I think
like
that stuff,
udon.
Like, you know,
I
don't know
love-
if there'd
I
be
love
another
the
way to do
thicker,
that
slurpier
successfully
noodles.
Is the way that works.
Yeah.
I like
So
the thinner
yeah, like I
ones.
think that's worked well. And it's funny because you know, like.
What about
on
you,
the
Zen?
surface, you're like, oh, every game's got gold. But the funny thing about it is that in
Tacos
most
is
games,
her number
gold
one.
is
My favorite.
a lot of games have like bound items, and then gold is the only thing you can trade. In our game, you've got
favorite
unbound
dish?
items, and gold is the only thing you can't trade, and that's why it sort of works as that kind of trading kind of thing. So I think
Pepper
the
cheese
way
steak,
we've done it, like it
butternut
works well,
squash
and I definitely want to
ravioli,
keep it. Like, it's
and
got a
lemon
different place
peppered
for sure.
grilled salmon.
And
Ah.
yeah, like we may be able to expand its use
Okay,
as
the
well
lemon
more
pepper
in the future,
grilled
potentially.
salmon
Like
kinda
right now,
sounds
it's
good,
not used
though.
for
Is pepper
like
cheese
shops or
steak
anything
like
like
the
that.
thing they have in
Like,
like, it
Philadelphia?
was used for gambling, but it's
Yeah,
not used for the
gambling,
regular shops.
yeah.
And like,
Is
there was
that
some
what that
issues
is?
around that? But we might change that one day. Sort of hard to say. But
It's like a sandwich with steak and
but
cheese,
I think
no?
it's definitely,
Or am I thinking of
it's
something
good.
else?
Yeah, okay. And
It's basically a
that means
small kind
obviously
of a
currency
burger
exchange
patty
is staying core and
slice,
things like
but
that.
it has
It
cheese,
looks like shipments were
peppers,
staying core, and
onions in
that's
it.
one that I see
Inside
is
of
like
it.
mixed opinions on. Some people love it. You know, it's
I
passive
love
income.
that me and Marcos was like kind of basic, but then like
And
Zen
it is
has
so
like
delicious.
Michelin star.
But it's also like
yeah.
an obligation.
Zen knows her
you know, it's a thing you gotta
exact
check
everything.
in
I
on.
love that.
It's a busy work to an extent.
We did some changes here, so we did
I try
slow
everything.
down.
If I
we
go
made them
out,
take longer,
I'm
so-
going to
and
try something
proportionally,
different,
in
even
some
if it's
cases,
not my
increase the rewards.
favorite.
The intention there being, of
I'm a
course,
big eater of
that we
raw
have to
meat and
deal
raw
with it
fish.
less.
You
Like,
never know
a
what
It's
lot.
not the
find.
focus of the league anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How do
it's
y'all
not
feel
really
about
overtaking
raw
what
meat?
you're doing
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. And look, I expect these things to be a bit
blue
divisive.
steak.
100%. Some people love it.
Like,
some people don't.
tartare
And that's great.
or
That's everything in
carpaccio.
PoE,
Are you
and that's everything
talking
we
about a
had. And
bloody
you can
steak?
choose to do it. You can choose
I'm
not
talking
to
like
do it.
steak tartare,
Maybe
where it's
you
like
choose
raw
to
steak.
Just do the crops and do the
No,
shipments and not worry about all
that
the other
makes
stuff
me
to do with
gag.
it.
I tried
Maybe you just
those.
use the map runners.
It's
and
just-
follow
Yeah,
the
can't
investments
manage
of that.
those.
You
I
know,
love
there will be
tartare.
other ways to spend gold
I
in
like
the future.
raw
Maybe
fish,
you get maybe
though.
because you
I
don't
love
want to deal
raw
with them, you
fish.
build up an
I don't
excess,
think
and
I
then
can
all
go
of a
that
sudden we
far.
add
That's
the
fair.
gambling strongbox from PoE 2.
I
or something
mean,
like that.
I go a little
Just
crazy.
we'll see.
The last time I had
So-
food poisoning. Wait,
It's a
Yuzu,
fun-
were you
it's a
still you?
a fun strong box. But
That is a good one.
Were
that
you?
will come to PoE
Was that the one that I was in Japan
100%.
with you,
So,
or had you just
but,
left?
you know, there'll be ways to do it.
I
but
went
we'll
for
feel it out
food
and
with
see how much
Michi
gold
and
people are
Usan,
getting
and I
relative
had
to losing as
Usan.
well a
One of
bit
his
and then
favorite
see,
things
but,
is like
the intention here
raw
is that
chicken
if
liver.
If it's feeling annoying and,
and I had raw chicken liver, and then the next day I had food poisoning. Like that night, I started getting food poisoning.
Okay, yeah.
That's crazy because when I was with Yusan in Thailand, they have like such a weak stomach, but they're eating fucking raw liver in Japan.
They were eating raw liver in Japan. They
there,
said it was
free
like
stuff,
one of their
so
favorite
why wouldn't you
delicacies,
do it?
and
But now
it
you're
made
actually
me
both in
sick.
terms of gold, but also your passive application.
That's
like,
crazy.
Are you actually even investing in having those ores appear?
Everything they ate in Thailand
versus
gave them a
something else? So
tummy
it's
ache,
not
but they're
necessarily
eating
just
raw
like
fucking liver in
a free thing
Japan.
on
That's
top that you're
crazy.
obligated to do.
I think it's because they're in Japan more
conscious
often.
decision.
I could see it feeling mandatory, and if it does feel mandatory, then we've missed the mark a little
So
bit for sure.
you want to avoid that.
I don't want it to feel so mandatory, but that being said, I also wouldn't want it to feel so terrible.
I
that
just
you never want
realized
to
I have
engage
no
with it. So
idea what
there's
they
always
said for the last
a
30
fine
minutes.
line to hit.
I'm so
and,
sorry.
There's stuff you can only get from there, so there's always going to be that.
Yeah, for sure. If you
We're
want to get the
just here
tattoos
in
and rune
support.
grafts and some of those rune
Exactly.
grafts, a lot of them are like
Yeah, we're just here.
pretty
to-
crazy
but I have
off-build
to- I actually
stuff,
have
and there's a
to
good set of like chase ones
pee,
in
so
there.
I'm gonna be right
and,
back.
you know,
Okay.
there's some,
But I
some
must
pretty
take
crazy
my
stuff in there
leave
to
because
get,
I gotta eat
you
some
know,
lunch.
but
Bye. Have a good lunch. I hope it's squash ravioli.
Now Settlers is giving two different.
I go pee now.
I hope it's squash ravioli.
It's
Bye.
lunchtime.
Aside from
Love
Thank
you,
you for
Zen.
having
See
me.
you
that
next
running
week,
and stuff,
okay?
But as opposed to like just the freaking insane
to
enchants
you
that you were
guys
getting on your
later.
weapons
So the
before.
enchants are
Bye,
gone, and this
cutie.
replaces that. Yeah,
She's
which
so
I think
cute.
most
They
people
were
expected.
they were a little bit much on the power creep axis. It was kind of just a bit crazy, but I wouldn't say that we won't see
mean,
some
look,
sort of weapon enchant.
Nobody was
system
really
back in the
expecting to
future.
hear a lot of the patch notes here, right?
A bit more regulated and stuff like that, but because there's room for that, there's design space for that, but we never know what form. But I like that Settlers is where you go to get your alternate passive tree stuff. I think for changing masteries and changing nodes, I like that as the the reward from it.
It was a pretty funny reveal of the live reveal of the recombination changes because everyone was like, "Oh no, you did it! You got rid of the old one and replaced it with this." But
I
then
know,
obviously the old one's still there.
We're here seeing all of the
Patch
L's,
notes
and
are
I'm
not
like,
even
"Don't
out
worry,
yet."
they'll come back.
No!
It's all right.
It was very entertaining from our perspective.
It's all right. We can probably stop
That's
for a
all
bit
right.
then.
And then it also says L's www saved. I love it.
Because honestly, I'm having a hard time understanding any of it. But I'll wait for Yuzu to come back. And then I'll see what's up. I initially was thinking of maybe like opening up Path of Exile 1 to take a look at the skill tree. But I think we can also just yap in general and still talk about the characters because I will be playing this game on the 13th and I think Zen is going to join us. Gym time. Have a good one. Where are you working out today, Oscar?
You may as well have not kept it.
Oscar, I'm going to have a truly.
Yeah, it was certainly the intention
Truly,
that we
you
keep
work
it.
out,
It's
I'm going to have a
still
truly.
favorite. Like, if anything, I would be okay with making
Welcome
things more
back.
expensive. So it's a little bit harder to use at the top end when you're doing the.
Also,
the
since
very,
you're coughing, are you planning on doing a long
I
stream
think that
today
is
or
maybe
no?
the thing we concluded when you're interacting with a lot of the really special
Actually,
modifiers that
it
you
might
normally
be a
can't
longer
get on items. We're
stream
making
today
it more expensive.
because
But
I
I don't
have
think
another
that was a huge
collab
constraint
with
anyway,
Not a
unless you
barrier
were
for the people doing
unless
it
you were
usually.
like
and
Sure. So,
Let's go. What
I
time?
would prefer to do something like
I haven't
that instead of
responded yet.
nerfing the power
They
of it at
said
this
around,
point. And I'm like 99% sure we didn't nerf the actual
PST.
functionality of it. But
yeah.
Nice.
verify, and if it is the case,
I was going to say, if
will
you
let
want, we
the
can.
community
I don't
know
think I'm going to be like looking at
On
the
topic of
class stuff
golds,
today.
an ongoing thing has been
Well, we can
that
definitely
gold
just
is,
hang out and yap a bit, and
very
then I can let you
present
go
from
so you can
bit core
prepare for your
atlas
collab.
mechanics and certain things. But
Oh
others
sure,
just
yeah. Like
literally
I
don't
don't
drop it. You
mind.
do blight
I don't
or
mind
whatever, and you just
anything.
don't
We don't
get
have
gold,
to
or,
play
you know,
until
like
like the
Sanctum
update
just
comes
doesn't
out.
get
Yeah,
gold.
I was going to
That's
say, like, I might as well
obviously
just play when the update comes out. I might
is this
play
something that has been
one time
normalized across
before the
the
update comes
game?
out, just so I'm like
Players don't
used
really
to
know
stuff,
they
but I don't know.
can't use it.
We are making some
Yeah,
adjustments.
I think it'd be
so like, when we
better
did
if
that,
like
obviously we
we
went through the
play
entire
on our
game,
own
of
time
which there
to
is a lot,
see
and
like what class
specifically-
we want to use. Or,
Yeah.
like, if we want to take a look at the tree a bit on our own.
Are you
since
okay? I
it
can hear
probably
you
is-
like.
Sorry,
Oh
my
no,
voice
it's
is,
so
like,
cute.
giving out.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, because there's gonna be like a lot of reading, so we might
Yeah.
not be able to like interact as much.
Yeah, that's okay. I do think Zen wanted to play with us, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see after.
Wait, Zen wanted to play today or what?
She wanted to play next week with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna
fine.
like confirm time slots and stuff like that.
Okay. There's
other
also.
than that-
Have you watched this? Have you watched the State of Play? I was gonna watch that before.
I have not
Yum.
watched the State of Play. Oh my god, there's everything this weekend. There's Summer Game Fest. There's PC Game Show. There's everything. Oh my god. Everything is happening all at the same time. This is crazy.
Yeah. And Shadow said that State of Play was actually pretty good this time around. So
Really?
I was really excited to.
That's actually really
watch
smart. Maybe
it.
I'll watch it. That's only an hour long.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Thank you for
Yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna schedule it. So on Sunday, I'm gonna be watching the what is it called? On Sunday, I'm gonna be watching PC Game Show. I might just put State on the Play around there.
Okay, so you're just gonna watch it that time?
Yeah. I might call it a stream soon and then just raid you and all that fun stuff. But thank you for hanging out. I had so much fun.
Thank you. It was super fun. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
I did. I hope we have a good collab and stuff. But huge thank you to GGG for sponsoring us. We really appreciate it. And part 2 of this sponsorship.
Unfortunately, the link is not working still. So eventually it will work. Probably before our stream the next time. But yeah, thank you GGG again for sponsoring us.
And part 2 of our sponsorship is on the 13th. I think in about a week exactly, you and I are going to be playing the game. And I think we might have Zen join us. We might not. I'll confirm again with all that stuff. But we are going to be playing at... I put... On my calendar it says 3 p.m., but I have a feeling it's 4 p.m. my time.
I think it says...
Like 1 p.m. Pacific.
Right?
I think, yeah. It's because I always put an hour before so that I start stream an hour early. And I don't forget. Yeah, Friday the 13th, we're going to be playing some of that Path of Exile 1. I'm really excited. I might try to play like a game or two before that just to see like, oh my God, what it looks like, how it runs, all that fun stuff. Yeah. And I'll see you then. Okay, my Pookie?
Okay.
I hope you feel better.
Thank you. Yeah. I hope that wasn't coughing too much.
No, it was fun. Everybody say bye to her.
Okay.
Wait, bye. Bye, Yuzu. I love you. Love you. So sweet. She's so sweet. Yeah, let's yap a little bit, my loves. I have good news and bad news. The good news is we did a lot of yapping today and we're going to do a lot of yapping today. The bad news is, unfortunately, today is a little bit of a shorter stream because I am really behind on recording a million things. My to record list is so darn big. I have so many things to record for my YouTubes that we're going to do a little yapping. We're going to do a little yapping and then yeah, I'm going to raid Yuzu. It was awesome to see Zen and to hang out for a bit. I freaking love Zen. Did you have fun seeing the update? I'm not going to lie. I am so intimidated by Path of Exile 1 and I'm just excited to play. I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to get into how it looks. Record my snoring. Yes, I'm going to record myself snoring. How did you know? How did you know that that's what I'm going to be doing? I miss her already. I'm right here. I haven't gone anywhere. What do you mean? What do you mean? I haven't gone I'm right here. I'm right here. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. I am right here. Don't say I miss her when I'm right here. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I really would like to play a little bit of Path of Exile. Maybe this Sunday. So this Saturday, Giga and I will be playing a little bit of Power Wash Simulator. But I would also like to play a little bit of Path of Exile just because I want to see what's up. I don't want to spend the whole sponsor stream like looking through things. I want to look at stuff before that so that I know a little bit. I would love to watch you play Poe. I'm just going to warn, okay, very quickly, any Path of Exile pros, I will piss you off. I'm just being honest. I will piss you off and I will annoy you because I am the luckiest person in the world. I will get every single unique. I will get so many uniques that it will piss you off and you will be sad and you will be like, I do not understand. How does she do it? How does Matara Khan Independent do it? I will get every single unique. I'm so sorry. Okay? I cannot help it. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, my loves. I am going to go and raid into Yuzu. Sorry that today is only a 4-hour stream. It is very, very short for us. Oh my God, did I just mess up my raid? There we go. Sorry it's such a short stream, but I am hoping to get everything done so that tomorrow I want to start stream a little bit early so we can watch the state of the play. And then we're playing Splitgate with the boys. Once again, huge thank you to GGG for sponsoring today's stream. I really, really appreciate it. Part 2 of the sponsorship will be in exactly a week. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go raid Yuzu. Let's go show some love. And I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to be watching the Summer Game show. Thank you, Felrib. It means a lot. It really does. I hope you all have a good one. Big love, big kisses. Please show love to Yuzu. Also, if you wanted to, Zen is streaming as well. She's doing her subathon. Giga is actually doing a sponsor as well, I think, with Haru. There's another Bug Girl streaming. There's my lovely Juniper. There's a lot of great folks. There's a lot of folks. There's a lot of stuff. Bye-bye, my loves. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Sorry that today's stream is a little bit shorter than usual, but I love you, and we're going to have a longer stream tomorrow.